minimum. Yeah.
You played every day or?
Tuesday, Friday.
Four, 5.
I saw you on the Friday one.
I played Tuesday, Friday only.
You didn't play any hands on Friday. No hands. You played like 5 hands.
No.
But she win against Ante.
I played 20. You mean which one?
Last Friday, yeah. Friday game. I saw a couple of hours. You played like 5 hands.
No.
Yeah,
You take the winner.
No, dude, so bad.
Alright.
Oh, it was a bluff for Andy.
No.
I brought Andy. I brought him like
So-
6K.
You like
We didn't
Dennis.
I
He don't come for 3 months and then he come and beat everybody.
Yeah, maybe because
Be like a
my
rock drinking water for the whole day.
You watch us every
Every game
Tuesday?
he does that.
Do you watch us every Tuesday? Sometimes.
My first 2 hour hand is very good for sure.
Yeah, mine's the one that's
Yeah,
not
okay.
Yeah, alright, good luck everyone.
I saw your shirt.
You like it? A lot of people like it.
I don't need any more yellow. Okay. Somebody needs some yellow.
No,
You can have this go by.
Yeah, Straddle. I didn't see.
Oh, so Charlotte's gonna be 50. You want to Charlotte?
Yeah, we'll do it.
Oh my God. What's going on here?
Okay, you can
Charlotte 50, 200.
Ooh, damn, this is getting crazy already. First hand, huh?
Welcome to the
Service
party,
is here.
Kitty.
I don't come here make a friend. I come here make money.
Papaya again.
All right.
Why not
joking.
both? Come on. Make friends and money. That's possible, right?
No, because when you take your friend's money, cannot be friend anymore.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Thank you. How much?
Excuse me?
Service. Can I? And cocktail.
2 inches to call.
Yeah. Definitely cocktail.
I just want water. That's all I want.
Is it on me,
Two
Mom?
aquaponics, the
I'm
glass
not
bottle
ready.
ones.
So remember to put the cards in the box, everyone.
Uh huh.
The box? This box right here, man.
Oh my God.
Thank
Where
you.
did I start now?
Alright, so we're playing 5-5 with a $50 big blind Andy tonight.
Hey, can you have them bring in?
And I'm Adam Swan. I'm going to be the commentator tonight.
If you don't want all the yellow, he can change you out.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
So we're going 3 ways to a flop. Kitty opened with the ace-9 suited and got 2 calls. And Johnny flops a set.
Oh shit. Going in there.
Set. Will be
Johnny with bottom set and Squish with an overpair. And Kitty's going to c-bet here.
calling.
It's gonna be a big one, the first one, huh?
Johnny's just going to call with bottom set and Squish is going to call as well.
7. Check. Kitty did.
I need a cocktail over.
Check. You, Johnny.
Stressing me out.
9 hundo. Alright, no one home.
Nice bluff, Johnny.
Yeah, good
Good
bluff.
bluff.
I love that bluff. Perfect.
Guarantee.
Guaranteed bluff.
I 4-5, so if I see the flop,
Well, that's
I'll
without
go
the wine.
in there.
Wait till the wine kicks in.
Over it.
I teach him how to do it.
You did teach me how to do it.
Is it like 550
Yeah,
now?
5-5.
Oh my god. So annoying.
That's why the
So
sharp
we got Guido in seat 1, Jared in seat 2, and LG in 3.
We played until 4 o'clock that night. We did like, yeah.
Not sure what seat 4's name is.
Last Tuesday?
Oh,
Guys
the
play till
guys,
4?
the guys, the guy, what's his
Squish in
name?
seat
Yeah.
5, Maria in seat
Yeah,
6,
he
Kitty
came
in
in
seat
from
7,
there.
and then
Yeah.
Yeah, he killed you, right?
Francisco in the 8 seat, and Johnny in the 9.
In the river race.
100.
He have a shirt.
I don't have any money. Do I need some money?
I don't know if we're doing
Seat
want
4 is IG Laser Vision Doc.
Yeah, have mine.
We're just going to go ahead and call him Laser.
No, everyone have their own.
That's
No, no,
okay.
no.
No, if
No, they should
I
have
don't,
one
I
in the
don't,
middle.
I don't.
Do you want the mic?
No, you.
No,
It's okay, it's okay for you.
100.
Have them bring another one.
where are we?
Yeah, that way.
100?
One here, one there, one there.
Do we have extra mics?
I have one on.
Well, I don't want it. It's okay.
Whatever they want.
Heads up.
You got a sports announcer one of these times. That's gonna be just a bit wide.
I don't know where to put it.
There's 3 minutes.
9:45.
There's 3 minutes.
The game keeps going.
You can play till like next year if you want.
And it does sometimes.
Well,
We're told the casinos are open 24 hours.
Call. All right. Between the ladies.
Kitty checked back the flop with ace king, and Maria stabbed the turn.
3 hundo.
She's gonna bet again on the river. Tough spot for Kitty here. Flush draw got there.
Dom, you get cocktails?
What are you instigating already? You trying to get us drunk already?
Yeah, I'm willing to get drunk. Yeah. Give me some booze. Give me some booze. Oh, food and water first? That's so
Food
boring.
service lady wasn't here.
Yeah,
She just wanted to get water, so she
Fruit
should be back in a
It's
second.
called fruit service.
Fruit service.
Johnny, you play PLO?
No, I don't. I don't hang myself.
Tomorrow's? It's 5-5. Yeah.
50, babe. I put you 50.
Oh, good.
Oh, you did? Sorry. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. I didn't see.
Well, they're 5-5, but sometimes it's a 1,500 cap or something.
Yeah.
So you
You get 1,500 cap and then like 3K and then like everyone buys a 1,500 first and then the next one is 3K and then
How much you buying?
the next buy-in.
5?
If you bust, you can buy back in for 3K. You'd be totally fine if you brought 4K.
He looks really cute.
Kitty with another big hand here. Ace king again.
That wouldn't be
5 hundo.
It's
unless you go real crazy.
Give him some liquor. He'll be fine.
Doesn't
Makes a
look
really
that
big
good.
3-bet here.
David,
That's his birthday. So
Birthday,
actually,
what?
yeah, he's actually
What do you eat for breakfast this
they had
morning,
Chuck E.
Kitty?
Cheese today.
For adults.
Chuck E. Cheese.
you meet up with them after or no?
I don't know. It's gonna be pretty late already.
Yeah.
Hold out. We go down to the river. He had 7s.
Guido makes the good fold.
Tip the end, okay?
Okay.
I don't like every hand. So
You like every hand?
I like a tip every hand.
You like you don't like baby hand. You like every hand.
Yeah, can you give me
Maybe after like really is here. I don't know. December I definitely going. Where you live? Huh? Where?
Diamond Bar.
No, I'm Taiwan. Who care about you live here?
Diamond
Hello?
Bar is here. Sounded like something
Huh?
else.
Kaohsiung. Oh, I'm from Kaohsiung too. I live in Taipei, but my original from the south part.
LG?
Yeah, I do have players cards.
70.
I want
Green
to-
to 70.
I grew up here, so I.
Oh, okay.
Where you?
Okay.
70?
Yeah, I'm coming. Yeah, can I have a glass of Pinot Grigio and a bottle of water? Thanks. No cocktail? Nobody else?
Thank you.
Maybe later.
Anything new?
Huh?
Who wants cocktails?
Come on!
You want a bottle?
Jesus
Get a bottle.
Christ.
What do you want?
Bottle of
What
wine?
kind of bottle do you
I'm
want?
getting cracked, right?
Oh yeah, you can tell a cancel. What do you want?
Can we do a Pinot Grigio bottle? Or yeah, that's what I
Whatever
want.
you want.
Water?
From France. Dry, fruity.
I have a couple. I have a tray over here.
Is that
Yeah, I
good?
do.
Shall we do a bottle? Oh shit. Bottle of Pinot Grigio, I guess. I messed up my stat.
Which are those?
You want it? Grab us a bottle.
I paid for it.
Yeah, we'll grab one.
She wants Pinot.
Yeah.
Pinot.
You want red wine?
You want red?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
80.
One white bottle and one red bottle. I pay for it.
Guys, don't let go of the wine.
80.
It's happening.
300.
I never pay no wine. Always men pay.
No, I like to pay my wine.
It's You like if you go.
I don't like other people paying my drinks anytime.
No, they should feel lucky they pay my wine.
Yeah, they should feel like they feel like. Okay, got it. I don't think they're like this in U.S. I think we're in the wrong country.
I mean, Vegas, the wine is free anyway, so
Yeah,
just
I
cheap.
know, I know.
Cooler flop, and Guido's gonna lead out. Interesting spot for Squish. Let's see if he raises or just goes with a
I should
call.
concentrate, not talk too much.
Fine. Everyone's so serious.
Only kill the floor, man.
Me? No.
Yeah, I play
Yeah,
poker.
they believe.
800.
Only.
I don't do modeling,
The
no.
baby.
Oh, what's the structure? Yeah.
Oh, the structure is done with 5K.
Really? I need eye surgery. I don't.
Really?
I can't see anything anymore. Oh,
So
wow.
just do like a,
Can
what
I
kind of
I
IC
should
do?
get your card because
LASIK, right?
I need glasses now. I'm getting old.
He's the best in town.
Which one,
He did my
Smile?
girlfriend's just recently.
Really?
Yeah.
How much
He's
is
the best
it?
in town. I don't know. You gotta ask him. I don't know. We don't negotiate numbers right here on the stream. Put it all in first. Put it all in.
I tried to get LASIK 4 years ago.
Yeah, it was in.
After I had a good fun tournament. That's like the first thing I'm getting is LASIK. That horrible eyes. I went, they told me I was good to go.
The new
I
one,
had
right?
with my
And you
contacts
look like,
for 2 weeks, and then
look
I
like El
showed
Chapo
up
over
after
here.
2 weeks from the day of the surgery. They looked and they said they can't do it. They said I have.
for me.
How about I
but
teach
that
you
was long
poker,
enough
you
ago.
I
do
will
my
flop
eyes.
to pair. I had 8-4. Shit.
I
I was so
might teach you
disappointed.
Taiwanese.
So I was like, yes, I'm finally
You
getting
can
it.
play my ace-4.
Yes,
You might be able
boss.
to.
You want
Or, yeah, well, they told me.
Should I play my ace-4 now?
Right.
Squish makes a conservative check back on the river and
Yeah.
wins the pot with ace king.
Right, yeah.
You need to
first.
double it.
Even Ramsey and Dennis, they cannot
Tell
play.
me next
Yeah, I'll
time.
look into it.
They
See,
cannot play.
give me your card.
Oh, they want to.
Oh yeah.
Or yeah, I'll look it up.
Only. Big John.
They offered me like to do a certain procedure
Mike
that was
Jones.
more, and it was like where
Big
they actually
action,
like
man.
slit your eye open and put a lesson in it.
Notorious action
And I was
player.
like, I don't want to do that.
30.
Gotcha.
Sorry. Now it's getting hot in here.
Are you
Oh,
gonna?
they should open the door, that's why.
So Laser is gonna raise it up just to 30 here.
If they open both
Yeah,
doors,
it's
Usually we see
getting
people
hotter.
raising
Yeah.
anywhere from 75 to 100 in this game.
it's gonna be better.
I'll open the other one.
Check. Check.
Hurry, please hurry.
Si, señor. Si, jefe.
100.
Well, Squish, at least I was smart enough not to raise it with a worse ace this time.
You guys Korean, not Chinese. Are you going to buy?
Yeah, you kind of.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Why?
you kind of freaked
I got
out
stuff I
there.
have to do here.
I think as a 20 American people,
I know,
no
it's
one
good.
going.
I
Why?
know. It's also like, I don't know, it's just a long ways. And
Oh, you won that one, huh?
expensive
It's
and-
only 5 hours.
Yeah.
I guess we're even.
I probably should go.
I mean, if we don't go this event, where else is he going?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 10-minute guarantee.
I know, it is, right? Yeah.
There's not many tournaments right now. It's a 10-minute guarantee.
For sure. But I'm
No,
just,
she's.
I've been playing a lot more cash and, oh, it's
I
fine.
like
Maybe you can just go the main event.
Yeah, I might.
Just go the main.
Yeah,
You
because
only
I know
go
I can't play the 25K.
Yeah.
Kitty is referring to the 10K that's coming up in the Bahamas.
It's good.
$10 million guarantee.
I don't play that many 10Ks, but like I'm definitely going to play 5 diamonds.
Service?
Yeah.
I think you want the menu.
Oh,
Hey, Robert, you want the menu? Yeah.
I'll just put this here for you to know.
Ready? Oh. I give it.
30. Raise it to 30.
You sure? Yeah, I give you the party poker manager email.
Okay.
You book a hotel function. Cheaper.
sounds good.
Yeah. And if you play main event,
You
you
get
get a
30
deal.
to death.
Yeah, comps for sure.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
We get 30 to death here. Oh, I'm okay. Yeah, I think
3 players.
Chicken kebab.
Everybody's pretty good here.
Yeah, the chicken breast kebab, that's the best thing.
Check.
What are we talking about?
Food.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it dark food or is it
No,
Are you
there's-
sure?
yeah. It's better. The dark green one's not as good.
125.
Duck noodle soup, pretty good.
Yeah, I've had that before. That's good too. Everything here's good.
I'm not gonna
But
get
that's
it.
the best.
Well, not right here.
Yeah.
I think I ordered one red,
Go
one
ahead.
white.
Yeah.
I ordered one of each, so everybody should be happy.
I want to dream,
Your
but
turn. He folds.
He can.
I might
I like
later.
the white.
I will
or
have
the
a no filter if I drink, so
Yeah.
probably not good for the.
Same.
I will tell everything if I drink, so probably not.
white.
I had the banana.
Now you're eating a
Get the
banana.
best
You
hand.
have an egg, you have a
With
big
the
pan.
spoon? No. Come on.
Right?
I've never seen anyone eat a banana with a spoon. This should be interesting.
No, I've fed all my kids banana with spoon.
Oh, well, yeah, like a baby.
I'm
like
like,
you mash it
yeah,
up.
the babies do that. I have 3 kids.
Do they?
No, they don't.
He could be your baby too.
Yeah.
You can feed him too.
No.
He's older than her.
No, I'm just saying.
He's
No, I'm just. I didn't mean
not.
it by that way. I'm
He's
just meant
just
just feed him.
lying about
He's
that.
42, is
He's-
36.
He's
tells
not
everyone he's
42.
42. I
He's
have to-
not
I haven't
42.
seen the
He
ID
cannot
yet.
be 42. Yeah, he cannot. He cannot be.
He hasn't provided
It's not possible. And he eats
I
banana
trust
with
the young man.
I trust you.
He's not that young, apparently.
No, that's
20.
not possible. It's not possible.
20.
Is there any idea on that one?
I don't think it's polite to talk about.
No. No date of birth. No date of birth on that card. And now you're eating.
A gallon of yogurt.
Check. Check.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. Now I know. Now I understand.
70.
That's interesting.
You go to Hard Rock as well or no?
Probably.
I think Hard Rock you should go.
Yeah, I always go there.
I think
like
it's the
it.
best of a pocket tour.
Yeah.
Bogota, Hard Rock, and Prague.
The one here is pretty good. The Legends that they have.
Yeah.
That one's
No,
amazing.
Hard Rock way better. I
Did you
think.
play 5K? Here?
Yes.
Did.
Here?
Oh yeah, you came like super late.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah, you took my chair.
Oh, I
remember?
busted you.
You have an ice cream, I have ice cream diamonds.
I forgot.
I
You are the
busted you.
worst person to remember the head.
I'm
On the
sorry.
turn I had the
I don't know
best
how
hand.
you survive on the poker. You don't even remember the
Oh,
opponent.
come on. I don't have to remember that hand. It didn't take a lot of strategy. You know, it's pretty straightforward.
I almost fall that
Yeah.
part.
Yeah, I probably would have shoved too if I were you.
Yeah. Very unlucky there. I never hold it. Like pocket ten against is queen.
50 more, you're the
Yeah.
So I gotta win the
Is
flips.
it gonna be new felt?
Yeah, I haven't been to Hard Rock since they finished the hotel.
Huh? Because you are not good with
The 50
math.
is dead.
The blinds are $5, so you could raise to 10. Yeah.
Don't listen to
No,
orders.
not saying you should do that,
you
but the straddle
cannot
has to be
because
50.
the straddle.
The
I tried
straddle
to
has to be
straddle.
50.
He said, yeah. He said
Straddle has
it's
to be 50
yeah.
because of the
Because of the
like,
dead.
the
Yeah.
raise size can be anything you want.
Nothing makes sense here.
doesn't
Well,
make
usually
sense
raise
to
the
straddle. That's for sure.
You are Taiwanese, right? You're very good with math. Pick up.
Everything.
Very good with math.
so
You
I
pick
think
up.
I
You
went
pick
on
it
like
up.
Friday to like. I think came back Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long time. Yeah, 2 days, 3 days, you're okay.
What he usually play?
It's baccarat.
Baccarat and
Probably a little bit of blackjack.
blackjack.
Yeah.
Dice. No.
No.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Check.
You can just put it on. Yeah, thanks. Can I see when you eat banana with a spoon?
Interesting flop here. LG with the top pair and a flush draw. Guido with the
Can she
ace
feed
of
you?
diamonds and the open under.
It's one time. Here comes the airplane.
Oh, here it goes. You're going. Come sit here.
He's not eating it with a
If I'm
spoon. It
gonna
was a
feed
lie.
you-
He's eating
She
yogurt.
needs to be closer to you. She's gonna feed you.
Put the banana in the yogurt, I think.
Guido with the C bet and LG with the really small raise makes it 400.
A yogurt with banana. Not banana yogurt.
Check.
Yeah.
You have a
That's
lot
a
to
big
do.
The graphic's wrong. I think LG made it 400 and Guido
Are you gonna
called.
eat that all
It's up to you.
in one sitting? You're gonna
Now Guido hits a 5, but looks like he's thinking about turning his hand into a bluff.
Are you getting paid for advertising?
90 calories. That's why you're so skinny, huh?
That's big here. The pot is about 1,000, and he bets 800.
There it is. Do you want me to feed you too?
Oh wait, everyone was talking
Just one
about this
time.
on stream.
Just one time.
Apparently.
I feed you one time for that.
One time.
So funny.
It's good for the show. It's good for the show.
Uh-oh.
It's good for the show.
LG goes all you can eat.
Wow. He doesn't believe Guido. He just shoves it in.
We are there, huh?
Too early?
Hey, we're action already.
They're
the best
eating
end?
like each other now.
15,
Oh.
75, 85, 15, 85.
I don't know. I don't know now. No, long time pre-fought.
I had to ruin a pretty hand in one easy move.
Just haven't suited.
This hand.
Yeah. No. It
One
was
time,
suited.
just show one time.
I wouldn't.
No good?
I wouldn't fold there.
Good bet.
Really?
LG. Good block.
Oh, your name is
Yeah,
LG.
87. I didn't have this.
You are.
I didn't have
What?
some
Your name
dignity.
is John?
Johnny.
Johnny.
Yeah.
San Francisco.
Drunk. My name is drunk.
In a little bit.
Drunk Johnny. Johnny drunk. That's what they know me as.
Kitty, why are you playing this limit? I saw you at some other limit.
Wow.
Yeah, she's playing every limit.
Hang
They're
on,
big
people.
Johnny.
That was the Friday
Socialize.
game.
Yeah.
Socialize.
Yeah, that's
I'm glad
good.
you're playing this table.
That game only goes once a week.
Thank you. I like a medium new.
You're 5.
I don't think I ever played that table.
It's not that much different. It's just
Should be always the same. That one is bigger because they have 100 straddle.
Alright.
And that one is bigger for sure.
This Friday they're playing really big.
Yeah, they
Oh, you
play. No, I go to Bahama.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
Who's
cool.
playing this Friday?
Oh,
I think
I
Johnson
knew.
is playing, and then all the other regular guys who play Friday.
Raise it to 80.
50K minimum buy-in.
Right.
You wanna play?
I'm in Bahama.
Oh. Play the tournament?
50K minimum buy
Yes,
on Friday.
yes.
It's gonna be hot.
Will be
This guy.
will be spicy.
What tournament are you gonna play, Bahama?
10K high roller, 10K high roller, 10K main event.
Oh, so 3-1. Yeah.
Do you like the tournaments in area?
Yeah, I finished second, and I finished 11. And yeah, I like it.
Last year I almost played that one.
Area tournament is like don't play
Huh?
half.
Not too many people.
No, not many
So
fish.
that
Oh.
gentleman.
Yeah, you don't need to.
Yeah, the bottle's mine.
It's the
Yeah.
worst 10K
Yeah.
ever, 100%.
It's all mine.
Are good, but
You
Sounds
want,
like
Sorry,
it's-
you
Area.
want white or red?
The manager don't
it's a
look.
nice place to play.
Can we
Yeah.
get 2 cups?
The
Yeah.
poker room is nice, but the tournament
three
never
cups.
good.
Cash poker is
Not
okay.
cups,
Oh,
glasses.
glasses.
okay.
Cups.
Glasses. We don't do
100.
cups.
Yeah,
Shot
better.
We
glasses,
don't
please.
do
Yeah.
cups.
Glasses, please.
100?
Yeah, always 100. You know my number.
I know.
If I change my phone number, let you know, okay?
Alright.
For play
He's
cash,
so
which
cute.
casino is better in Vegas?
Under the gun.
When? Uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For him.
Yeah,
He
the
can take
best.
that.
gets
and
ace
then
king again.
2-5 people buying so deep at
I have one
10K.
here. I have one here. Thank you.
And the
Thank you. I have one already.
Asian prefab.
100.
You didn't touch his banana? Oh.
Squish. 100.
No, 2-5, buy 10.
I know.
Yeah, buy 10, wait, buy 10.
You gotta look now.
They buy 10K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 4 players.
I'm gonna win this one. I feel it. Check.
Check. 150.
Kitty C bets. Looks like Jared folds, and Maria's gonna call with a 5. Kitty gets there.
Check.
See if she goes for value.
Jared.
Check, check.
So where's your clinic at that you work at? Oh, nice. Which one do you work out at the
Nice
most?
one.
Yeah. You live in Huntington Beach?
You didn't want to just flip it
Oh,
off?
nice. Perfect.
No,
Nice try, huh? Oh,
it's not professional.
no. I tried. I only have a 5. Only a 5 with a huge kicker 4.
I used to do in-home sales. I traveled.
I think I was
all
good
over
on the
the
flop.
I've been to,
Why
like,
did you
every
turn an ace?
So I
You
probably know
kept
the
the
cities
ace.
where all your
Yes,
clinics are.
Bad
Yeah, so like
ace.
meeting with homeowners and like selling that sort of product. Like solar,
How'd you
what I did
on the
for
flop?
most of it. A couple different companies. No,
Except
no
for
big
money.
ones. Yeah, you
Huh?
were-
I gave you back. You gave me, I give you back.
Similar to
Refund.
You're very sweet.
Race on the flop?
that. Yeah.
I have a UP.
Yeah, you had ace
Typically for
something.
most people, yeah.
Ace 10, ace jack.
Really? For 4-way.
I mean, you use better.
You must
big
have
cash, you'll
something,
make more money in the
right?
long run, but most people can't.
I 5-4 suited. I want to see a flop.
Of course. I was still for you.
Yeah, and I was like,
Against all these people, 5-6 suits. 4-5 suits is good.
yeah. It was good on the flop, but not on the turn. Killed me on the turn.
It was not a good turn.
It was a horrible turn.
Go ahead.
I think you need to ask what they want to drink.
Get a limped pot.
How many?
4.
Yeah. Well, yeah. When there's the limps,
Oh, thank
that
you.
makes it cheap. You can get it.
35.
People don't limp that much. It's tempting when they do.
Should have bet more, huh?
Yeah, I've been
Okay.
meaning to go back.
That was a-
It's been long
that
enough.
was
I was
a
thinking
horrible
maybe
bet.
the surgery's improved a little more, or maybe my eyes are different.
200.
So I'm just so tough.
200.
I had to quit wearing. Okay, sure. I'll do one since you guys are all doing it. I used to wear just contacts every day, all day, but I play poker all day.
Somebody wants
Play high
that?
strung. So I just had to switch to glasses. Oh, did you? Oh, no. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I played with her many times.
What? I can't drink that bottle alone.
We'll help you.
Okay,
It's pretty bad. That
cheers.
it's in my right eye.
Pretty good run out from Maria here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That 400.
Maria, nice to meet you. How much do I owe you? I feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my chest. Love is all around me. It's a good call. I should talk to Dead Man's Hand. They say it's
Art
off.
says I was a member of the bike since 2001, but that can't be right. I was 15 years old.
You know I love you always will. No, we don't do that. We don't do that. I buy the wine. You don't spike a 5
Oh, no,
on.
we'll pay for
No,
it.
no, no, no. I
we'll
pay.
for it.
I
No,
pay.
we'll
I
pay
pay.
for it.
I
Yeah,
pay.
we'll pay for it.
I
Been
pay
here
all
for
of
long,
it.
way
No,
longer
no,
than that.
no,
That's
men
what I
pay.
think
I
the
want to
time
pay.
was.
Can I
Men
pay?
pay. Men pay.
Men pay. No,
We got it.
from where I'm from, women pay.
Keep that another half.
He's a Chinese. He never learned the female pay the wine.
Why?
Extra
No,
plus.
I mean,
You
I
got it?
will. I said I will pay.
Next one, you get next one.
That's one. That's
And
one.
We're gonna
next,
be
like
there a
10
while.
bottles, we're not
Yeah.
gonna, we're not gonna
Next
have
one.
more.
You're so lucky. They buy the girl wine. Can you send a 10 bottle to my room, please? I drink it. I'm joking. I couldn't.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You don't drink?
Thanks
Cheers.
for the bottle.
Good
Thanks.
night.
Cheers.
Nah.
Oh, you got the
F.
huge
Woke
I got
up.
you a couple.
My channel will kill
Cheers,
me.
guys.
I drink probably
Cheers.
You too.
once a month.
Okay, let me see.
You
Yeah,
get a
yeah,
Pepsi
yeah.
cup for you, bro.
Yeah, okay.
At 10.
Uh,
I'll change it.
I should have some collagen. Does somebody want some yellows?
I don't need any. Maybe
No.
later.
Yeah,
But
I
if you want to
have.
color them up, we can just break. They can come
Yeah,
by them.
yeah. I mean, I have like
10.
too much
You
yellow.
want us to call them right now?
No. That's fine. Next time they come.
Alright.
I do it.
Calling.
Just confusing. It's too much.
Yeah, I hate having
Going
that many.
on, yeah.
Yeah,
I like to have a little bit of a review.
for sure.
You're like, yeah, you don't want that yellow. Yeah, it's too low. You don't play yellow here. Funny.
So do you live out here in LA?
No, I'm just, yeah, I just play poker. That's what I do. But I don't know if I'm professional.
When they say they're not professionals, they're all professionals.
Do you live
I
in
don't
LA,
think so.
Maria?
Yeah, Venice.
Oh, nice. I like it there. It's fun.
I love it there.
Yeah. Beach cities are the best.
Beautiful place and
Isn't
a
Dennis
lot of good
supposed to play
people.
today?
What's that?
Dennis.
Venice?
Yeah.
Oh, Dennis, the guy Dennis. So no,
Who's that?
he's a player that plays on here a lot. No, I played with him in a home game last week. He told me he's out of town or something. He's not playing
Oh,
this
he's
week.
so funny.
Yeah, he is. He is.
I like him.
Me
He's so
too.
cute.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
He had a little shirts last week.
Yeah.
What did he do?
Oh, I commentated. Yeah. He
Yeah.
didn't have a good game.
30.
Yeah, you commented.
I did. Yeah.
You did?
Last week I
Oh, on Tuesday. Yeah.
We do
I
it with a
saw your
small
picture
open and
when I
just
think
makes it
about
30.
Yeah, that was me.
You're like, you said I did something with my arms to make
Oh,
it tell.
30.
I was like,
It was,
like staring at the whole program. I was like, oh no.
I shouldn't have said that. Dang it.
Do
I
I
gave
have
you
a
free
towel?
information. My bad.
No,
it
I
wasn't
don't know. I
no,
don't
it
know.
wasn't
I
a
just,
towel. It was just like
I did. I
you
was
got
smiling
excited.
or
Yeah,
something.
you got a little excited.
Yeah. I just like,
I
yeah,
do that
yeah.
too. It's like hard not to. Like, oh, got a set.
Yeah. I turned the set. That's right.
Just broke the rules, man. I
Yeah,
wasn't
It,
allowed to win a pot.
wasn't a big contest.
Yeah.
It was
I should have rearranged you right there.
I was
You're like,
too, 'cause I'm commentating, and they asked Kitty if she knows the commentators. Like, no, I don't know who that is. I'm like,
Yeah.
I played with Kitty like
There should be a meme. That time you thought you were betting for value.
There's a few of them, us that do it. Yeah.
And number third and legend.
Yeah.
I know,
No one
I'm
commentates
quick.
an
You
idiot.
pass me off. Yeah, but it's kind of
He
quick.
commentates.
Yeah. You get lucky.
He's not lucky. He
You
have
get
a
lucky against her, right?
75%.
I had the best hand.
This is
It was
luck.
lucky that I had the hand I did. Though.
So we call this is luck.
Yeah.
So humble, Jerry. So humble.
No, but it was a lucky situation. Yeah.
50?
So Laser's gonna make it 50 this time. He was opening to 30 earlier, so let's see if he's raising bigger because he has a bigger hand, or if he's just gonna start
Is that Greek?
taking a bigger
Yeah,
sizing
it's the
from now on.
worst kind. Tastes like
Lots of
shit.
protein.
It's like no sweetness at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
So how do you really feel, Maria?
Huh?
How do you really feel
It's a good flop for Laser
about the
here.
yogurt?
No, I just like banana
gets
with
around
a spoon and the yogurt. I don't know.
125.
Yeah.
125?
Stop. Can you take it off? I don't. Yeah, but I don't see
Just talking to her neck.
Speaking to the
Just
girl.
talking to her neck.
it.
So Laser's actually gonna check call instead of betting with his ace queen.
Now available in low flat.
And this is a really good card for him.
Strawberry and other flavors available at your local grocery store.
Good job, Squish.
Calling.
You're
Can
so
you look me up at the
cute.
Chobani
That's
sponsor? I might be now.
Kitty keeps betting, and
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that. Nah, no deal. No deal.
now Laser's
There you
gonna
go.
go with a lead.
No, it's already your thing. I can't do it.
600.
You're the Chobani now.
Oh my god.
I
That's
think I
funny.
prefer just continuing to check here, but
All right. Yeah, let's talk after. I might still be interested.
How much you behind?
he should get paid here.
He has
Every time
100
before I take down a big
and
tournament,
then some yellow.
I make sure to eat a whole quart of
Violet.
Chobani Greek yogurt. Now available
You're such a
in vanilla,
foolish.
strawberry.
If it existed, I would pour myself.
Yeah, you.
Oh no, and you're crushing. I mean, that's how it works.
600.
Is it? What's it?
600.
Five?
600. 600.
No yogurt helps me flop
Sorry, I
better
didn't see that.
than Chobani.
No. If you didn't say any word, I was sure. But you said any word, you're so always strong.
I totally did.
You're welcome.
Have you played with him before?
No.
No.
But
You
the,
just
people,
felt like he was strong?
but the people talking
Nice
when they have a
hand.
hand, they're always strong.
Oh, so it's a tell?
Except for when they're not.
I talk
They
to
show
her.
So
you,
when I sing, it's a tell?
is it when the people not
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
No, I always do that. You will see if it's a tell or not later when I try to bluff. I'm such a bad liar. That's my
Fine.
problem.
On you, Robert.
I have a problem.
You have Belcher? Oh, get it from Dom.
Yeah, they didn't give it
How about
this
you order
time for some reason.
Does
I'll
somebody
ask him
want
when he
some
comes back.
white
He's supposed to give
wine?
you a voucher, so.
We'll do that here.
I mean,
Yeah, but I'm asking
Oh, yeah.
Kitty
I don't
or
want to.
not.
We can confirm with the floor. But
You want no? You want a glass of white?
Later.
later?
Yeah, I have no filter if I drink it, so probably not a good idea.
Just one glass. It's fine.
No, I'm
No,
I
you can't do it. No, but Asian people get drunk really fast. It's something. Yeah, I heard that.
She's just saying she has no filter when she drinks, so she doesn't
Yeah.
want to say
No, we
anything
don't
too
need any
offensive.
filter. We don't
She
need
doesn't have a filter when she doesn't drink, so I don't know what she's
I
saying.
don't have any filter.
Play the 5K.
5K
We're in the same boat.
C7 ads, 1 lavender.
It's very rocky. Oh, you have a 5,000? It's so pretty. I
Yeah,
want
they
that
are
one.
pretty, aren't they?
I want
Too.
that.
I want that one.
Mwah. Suits me. I like purple.
Marie, do you want to color up the yellow?
Yeah.
Can you
I
give
do
her
that? Can I
a rack
have?
and color up? 50 more. Squish, you in?
I do a seven wide. If I can get a
Oh, I'm good, buddy. Thank you. Yeah.
I got glass. Thanks, gave me one. So
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna nurse it.
Me?
All right.
Later on, I might have
Nursing.
Yeah, service
nursing
will
time
actually
will
I
be
know,
good.
it's like you can't do it. You don't have to, but I have to.
Maria, on you.
yeah. Okay.
You got more yellows now?
It's so much happening at once.
If you
I
drink 3
can't like
drinks for every one I drink,
color
I'll get
up
more drunk.
and think. It's
Probably.
too much for a goldfish, you know.
Do we think this is my water or your water?
That's yours.
Are you
I
gonna sponsor
drank
Fiji
mine.
now?
What?
Yeah.
Sponsor Fiji?
Oh, no,
Go back.
So Jamie wants to know the format. It's 5 blinds, and then the big blind post $50 every time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have any ideas.
Thanks.
Just splashing
Why
around.
not?
All right.
You know I love you. I'll wait.
You get the add-on?
Hmm?
C7 adds
No
1 lavender.
I'm always like trying to adjust where I want my chips. Always have that. Okay. I have 700
2
more.
off the top, LD?
CS 100.
Seems fair.
Raise it up,
Did you
50
put
more.
anything yet?
No, I've just been eating yogurt.
No, I don't think so actually.
No, I'm kidding you.
Yeah, he played a couple.
I said, did you put anything yet?
Two hands.
Francisco in a limp calling flop is straight.
Chicken.
Fine.
I'm just here to show Shabani.
Checks it back.
Then why you need to buy deep? You're not going to use it.
He's just
He uses it, but
He's
just
fooling.
selectively.
fooling around.
Okay.
Now Francisco's going to try to get some value.
I'll give you some tips.
I know. Artificial.
Huh? I just wanna like put that chain, like the thing
Maria,
behind.
chips for you right here.
Thank you.
Thank
Huh?
you.
Thank you.
Colin.
Keep it.
I have no time to do my nail yet. Tomorrow.
Hmm?
Tomorrow.
Yeah?
I don't have time yet.
You like?
Laser's going to call the turn,
I was
which is
supposed
king
to do
high.
green, but it didn't have green, so it's like
Too
greenish.
long.
Okay, is the
Green is
main next
purple.
weekend?
Huh?
Bahamas
think?
main, is it next weekend?
Yeah,
Crazy?
next Tuesday.
Next Thursday?
Tuesday.
Too crazy.
Tuesday, okay.
But you can go Wednesday.
It's like,
Right,
So
right.
1A and 1B.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
the beetle that makes
I
the
want to
sound.
go to stay
The
1B
big
right
one.
now.
Yeah, if I'm
Yeah,
only doing one bullet,
you
of
have
course.
seen
Yeah.
that one?
No.
The huge beetle?
We are not professional.
Scary.
Two.
Yes.
I'm trying to be
But I'm
scary
just saying,
too. Make a lot of
Can't really
sound.
think of any hands that Laser beats except for
But
like a
if you
Jack
talk about
9
day 1B,
or
you can
Queen
enter
9.
day 2.
So you can enter the start of it too, okay.
Yeah, but I will
Something
really
like that.
day 1A or day 1B if I'm not
You were
entering
only
day 2.
doing 2, yeah.
Yeah, I will really 1A and 1B, not day 2.
Same, yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like he doesn't believe Francisco. He's going to call.
Hint.
Straight.
Hint. I had a pause.
Did you flop it?
No, he didn't.
Flop it.
Yeah, he
He did
did. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, he did. He did.
That's it, Francisco? Is that easy?
So when you play that hand, should it be flop it?
Thank you.
He just plays pray.
That's it.
It's only the shitty hands that makes you the money. Only, you know, aces, kings, queens don't make you any money.
You lose money.
Yeah, you lose money. That's
You
why.
think so?
Maybe just play it wrong way.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
You should like flat it
You have
and
a
see
basic
what
5%
happens.
hand. You should appreciate it. Maybe you lose a hand because you play wrong way.
Maybe you
No,
just didn't
I'm
get
saying
lucky.
I make more money on playing
What's
the
the what's the power
4-5
now?
suited than
Because
I
people
play
are not
aces.
thinking you have a
Okay,
hand
okay.
like that. So
Okay,
people.
That's why they
Why is it too?
He
It's
posted
just
to
he
get in.
posted because he missed
posted to
blinds.
miss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
got
such
it.
a dead
If you miss,
money.
you have to
Okay.
post 60 to get in,
Okay,
or start off for 100.
got it. That's too
Johnny,
much.
125. Counter cast.
You're bullying. Bullying the
Johnny
blonde.
Johnny is
Oops,
the
sorry about that.
dirtbag.
Apologize.
Johnny is the dirtbag.
Bully bunny.
Didn't mean to knock over the nursery there.
If you want over play, only you will different card.
3 players.
You just, let's say, look at remind you.
You're there too, yeah?
Yeah, Huntington Beach.
Oh, okay, cool. Close enough, yeah.
I don't know, somebody was telling me
Oh, yeah.
they were playing two gardens, but I've never seen you there. You play there a lot?
I played there last week.
Garden?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's where I play cash mostly.
Yeah.
'Cause I live
No
close to there.
comprendes.
No mas.
Live because you can, I don't know, just slow.
I just
Online
don't
way
understand
I
better.
prefer tournaments, of course.
But,
No, I play online cash.
Online cash, yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you play on?
this is so
I played 14 hours yesterday at home, online, no
such
sleep.
a donkey fold.
Straight.
So everybody
Five
sees
circle
the
of
donkey
juice.
Have you been
fold.
playing GG at all? That's natural 8 is GG, isn't
I
it?
can't because you wait.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Check.
I played
I heard it's
another
been
side.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Only when they're doing a tournament is good.
Yeah.
I don't play
That
like
was a donkey fall.
daily tournament.
I tell
I
you
retire
later
online
after the
tournament.
hand.
Alright, check.
No
You
more
know?
online tournament. Retire.
Stupid fold. That's a donkey fold.
You're not going to
Chicken
play the
feed.
party.
No.
20 million
I'm a wuss.
guarantee?
No,
What's
not
called?
even. Not borrow
Donkey
at all.
wuss.
20 million?
I don't know.
No, I
He
don't
has a
care.
better hand.
Yeah.
I want my life.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I had king jack and I folded king jack.
No, what is
Yeah, I did. That's what I said.
She
Donkey
did fold the flop with King Jack.
No. But then he was so like
It's,
throwing his chips in like he had like.
it's not you.
ace
It's
king.
because you said something bad about the yoga.
Yeah, but
I'm Johnny though.
Johnny is
I'm
is in the
stupid. I
house.
shouldn't
And
play
I don't like a
them
party
when I do
poker
that.
software. I never
I
like
should
it.
raise.
I really don't like it.
What the
I don't know
fuck?
why they don't use
I saw
it.
they
believe
changed
I
it
did that.
a few months ago. They made new
15 more.
software. There's no HUDs and everything,
Fucked
right?
up.
Yeah, but they're supposed to know hard. Any
Right.
website is supposed to know hard because
Yeah.
it's not fair.
Right.
We want the people to come to the site to play.
That was
For sure.
stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
9-7 and you like okay.
He's Chinese.
Yeah, he's
That's not
Chinese.
no Johnny.
Chinese people.
Chinese like
Because
a,
man, no, my,
7 dudes,
like
definitely
a
don't know me.
nine,
3.
like a
I
nine.
can't believe I did
80.
that. I can't believe I folded that. I
He got me.
thought
You
you
won.
had ace, but I told a king jack
Hey.
to you. That's
Next
stupid.
time you can't fold.
No, I know. Next time you have me. Right.
Make it 275.
Squish is going to 3-bet the button with
Right.
ace-3 suited
Five, yes, five,
I gave you way too much.
after
credit.
LG tried to isolate the limpers, and he's going to get it through.
This is four.
I did.
Because you need to put $100 more,
No, I didn't.
right?
I shouldn't fold king jack pre-flop. I shouldn't fold king high on the flop.
But you need to put
I'm a bad
$100
player.
more.
No, that's not it.
No,
No. No, I'm just annoyed with myself. I'm a
sorry,
bad
I
player.
apologize.
Fucking
Too
idiot.
nice to the ladies.
Jared, you win?
Yeah.
I gave him like ace king credit, you know?
You give him like $700.
No, I gave him $100. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but the pot was yours.
Yeah, I know. But he was so confident.
What's the whole
That's
point you put all money here? Just put in the pot. Right?
Make it
what?
Just call.
70. Raise
Bomb
it
pot,
to
guys?
70.
Everybody
On
jump
the,
pot?
dealer, on the dealer changes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody down for
I,
bomb pot?
I hate a bump pot.
I don't
Can I
like
just
it that
out?
much
You guys
either,
play
but-
bump pot? I hate a bump pot.
Just do 50 instead. Last
No,
time
I
we
don't
did
like it. It's a stupid game.
Yeah.
It's no skill. I
No,
don't gamble.
I never win a bump pot.
All right. Well, I'm fine to not do it if you guys don't want to do
I
it.
guess we ain't doing
We
it.
can do it. We can do it off.
I mean,
We
I
can
don't
do
like
it
them either,
after
but
the
I'll do it
show.
whenever we
No.
get it,
Bomb
so-
pot key here.
Wait,
do it.
wait,
We do
you
it
guys
after
can do
the
it.
show.
We
I
just,
don't like it
we
either.
just hang out. It's fine. You guys
Right.
still
All of a
play.
sudden the girls don't like it, you don't like
If
it.
this many people
When you
don't
win,
want
we like
it,
it.
I'll do it.
The girl we like it.
I prefer not.
Okay, then let's don't do it.
Alright, 150.
But even
I'm
two
going
people.
home. I don't even want to play this no more.
Alright, seat open.
You want to just flip your
meet you
stacks right now?
downtown.
Do a yellow flip?
Is it on me?
Yeah.
Yes, I
Oh,
will.
okay.
I'll see you outside, man.
I will not.
See you afterwards.
You already drinking, so later you already drinking.
I said I was going to nurse it. I'm just having a little sick. She just brought it to me, so it's like, okay.
Kitty, you don't drink.
I did. Not on the stream.
You don't drink on the street?
No.
Wait, it's
Yeah.
My coach will kill me. No.
Your coach.
So
I
Maria's
have
gonna
a-
Your
call
coach
here.
watch you right now?
Training coach, like a personal trainer. Because I want to do beginning competition on
She's gonna
favorite.
call with a 2-pair draw and get there.
Beginning competition.
Bikini competition.
her poker coach. She didn't mean poker coach. She meant her trainer. Yeah.
Oh,
Personal trainer.
too, right?
No. My poker trainer coach never looked this.
He said it's better. The drink's better when you play poker.
Call.
I will drink like once a month.
Where do you actually live?
Vegas.
LG's gonna keep firing, and
I just fly over.
Maria calls a
every
turn.
time I
Now
just
she has a
fly
full
and fly
house.
home. 10 days. I'm like a fly every week.
Check to you.
Full house?
LG's
Yeah.
gonna give up, and Maria's gonna check back and win. Called with the
saying
full
that like
house,
you're concerned he's
full
got
house draw on
quads.
the flop and got it.
What? Yeah, I was. I'm like full house.
I only have a really big hand.
Like yellow?
No. If you cannot play well 2 card, how can you play 4 card?
Ooh. Sounds like a challenge.
It's 3 of them.
I don't try to be a player. I want to focus on one game and play well.
What game? No Limit Holland?
Yeah. Bowling
Where,
game.
it was
Yes.
that, yeah, that's his. Mine.
Thank you.
I gave away them. I gave away those.
Only when friend, but I prefer not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think there's very much reason for Maria to bet the river there. Just a 7.
Wait.
I let him off today.
He let you escape him?
No, I let him off today.
King Queen's definitely not gonna call you. Ace High would probably fold too.
Wing wing. Hello. Are you good?
Heads up.
So, but be honest, I still have like a Bellagio 10K and Hard Rock 25K and Garden 10K.
I know.
Don't really need to fly over.
That's the only reason I'm saying, because I have all this stuff here, you know.
Yeah,
this here.
especially Bellagio going to have all the tournament.
I'm the main event.
Plus, you know, there's a 5K at
I'm the
win.
main event.
Right
Yeah,
at the same time.
to
That'll
be
really good.
honestly, not necessary. I don't suggest you go, but it's a 10 million guarantee.
Yeah, I know.
You should go there. Yeah.
And
Don't play
I
a
think
night
both
even
players are
tournament.
pretty content to just check down here with Ace High.
Sell?
Sell back.
And LG's gonna take it down.
Okay.
It's a 10K. I'm not that
That's
rich.
the second time. Right?
Squish probably felt like his hand was just a little bit too good to bluff.
Make a money today and
Yeah,
gamble.
true. Okay.
And
yeah,
a gamble
here we go.
one time.
Reroll myself from this game.
Because if you want 2 million, you have 2
I
million in
know.
your pocket.
That would be nice.
If you're gonna gamble once,
That would be
this
a good one.
10 million and the Bellagio.
You know which one I gambled in was in January? PCA 25K.
Alright, good luck.
No anymore.
Thank you.
I know, but this year I gambled in that. Like
Yeah.
I took most of myself. You know what I mean?
I have 100% myself.
Yeah, I mean that's so good. But like next
Are we
year in
drinking
Barcelona,
or
they're
no?
doing it.
Oh, we've been
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, we're drinking.
My
Right?
third
Yeah, it
couple
will
weeks.
be.
So tomorrow, or Friday, we got the $1 million cash game
But the
4.0.
problem is all the European
What do you
banks
think?
break.
Yeah,
50K buy-in.
I don't think it's like great, be honest.
We got Garrett, Adelstein, Johnson, Bill Klein, and then
A lot
Dapo.
of European people don't go.
Dapo just got second place in the Montreal
All the
WPT.
European kids, like they play
Sometimes
online
they're
18.
dirtbag.
True.
So how you beat them
But you know
is
they're doing
impossible.
the same thing they
Somebody
did last
wants
time.
some
They're doing like a
nicotine?
tour in the U.S. giving away the
Nicotine?
seats.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
it should
No.
be. I mean, it'll be really good.
It's
got weed in it?
No. No.
I'm not so sure who Dapo is. I've heard some of my friends had played some tournaments with him, and he just made a really good run in
Yeah,
I
it's
used to use
that
those.
Montreal
Put it on your
WPT,
list.
so
For
It
what?
says those are snooze, right?
nicotine. Yeah.
I've heard he's a pretty good player, so it should be fun to watch.
It's always embarrassing, you know, when a woman do that. but-
Nah. Those pouches
We
are way
don't
better.
look like
I'm from Norway.
I actually
yeah,
went
we
to
don't
that
look like
WPT
anyway.
with Jared Greiner.
I was surprised
We got back about a week ago.
I
Are you doing that?
Yeah, so
Oh,
November
cool.
27th, I keep telling 6 girls, but I want a
Thanksgiving?
1 man.
Just one.
Why?
One man.
Which one?
Like we pick
You have the kitty for your kitty.
How about Garrett?
because listen to
It's
me.
not Oladipo from the
You're not
Pacers.
going to see 6 female play poker, right? But if 1 man, you want to see the reaction.
You-
Yeah,
no,
that's
you
true.
want
That
the
would be
man
fun.
that don't
Yeah.
respect the women.
Francisco.
So I pointed to him.
respect
He always
women.
says he
Yeah.
Not
to
as
play
a
against
poker
women.
player.
Not
That's
as a
what you
poker
said.
player.
No, that's what you said. So you should
I'm
take it.
tired of you
Let's
raising.
take him. Let's
No, only
Let's
in my
give him a
hands
lesson.
men.
let's
time.
let's spank him a little bit.
You want to play? Here, November
Women's
27th.
They're
night.
inviting you to
ladies'
play on
night.
ladies' night.
Yeah.
My kitty skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should
Yeah.
you should
I
spank
play.
him a little bit.
Yeah.
November what?
Yeah, put somebody in a hot seat, man.
Yeah.
Every
6
takes
girls.
turns.
No, I just it's my game. I just tell them in my only
How much?
10, 20, 20, and $20 NT and 6 max.
6,000 max.
Game. No, 6 players. 6
I don't know. 5, 10, 20, and 20 NT.
yeah.
5, 10, 20.
Yeah, but what's the
5K max.
5K max.
5K max?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't want to
That'd be a
scare
good
another ladies.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's a good structure.
People can rebuy.
It's easy, only 5,000.
Yeah, no
we
problem.
can read it.
I love it. You send your cash to me,
I mean, for
you put in
me,
more. That's how it
5,000
goes.
is a lot. you
Right,
know?
65.
Okay, honestly, if the 6 girl, no one want to watch. But 6 girl, 1 man, people will see the
The
man
thing
reaction.
is that
I will feel
it's
like
funny.
like shark in the middle of the ocean with bunch of fish.
Oh.
Yes, that's, you know, you're not kidding. That's
I'm
what
not.
you
That's
think.
the only. I don't
Don't
say.
say you're kidding because you're not.
I'm not kidding.
But the
Yeah,
problem
I'm not
is,
kidding.
you want to feed the fish or need to put the money
Yeah,
in
that's
the
why.
pot.
Yeah, I'm fucking
Let me
around.
tell you. Let me tell
You
you.
wanna
I
do
never say. They say the woman cannot beat me. Of course, everybody can beat anybody. Anybody can beat anybody.
Jared with a
But
pretty
in
good
the,
flop.
you mean like in the end,
Not
the
flush
man
draw
is
and the
more
jack.
superior than the
No,
woman.
75.
Yeah, that's
I don't
what.
say
That's,
that.
yeah, that's
I
what
don't
All right,
you're
so like,
saying.
here's the flop,
say that.
and
That's
here's
what
me.
you're saying.
No.
Exactly what you're saying.
No.
You said you don't respect the woman as a poker player. So you mean that the man is superior to the woman? when it comes to
Absolutely.
I
poker?
feel
You know what I don't
more
have?
comfortable to play with ladies
Because
because I can block.
you
them.
feel more
Jared
superior.
hits not flush on the turn.
Clearly.
Check. No, I don't feel superior.
I'm not giving
Oh,
information that
fif-
we're saying
I
that.
don't feel superior.
so what is it then?
It's going to be hard for him to get any action here.
No, I didn't get any text.
They say you play.
Yeah, but they say you contact me if you want me.
Maybe I like being in the middle of the woman.
You didn't contact me, so I
I
don't.
was trying to ask you today, but they told
Yeah.
me they asked you
I
today.
play.
Yeah, November
Of course.
Huh?
Thank you, Jared.
He said he
No, he says
No,
he
stop-
gave a reason.
Stop
He gave
being
a
an
specific
idiot.
reason.
Don't
He says he
be,
doesn't.
stop being an idiot. Don't
No, I know
get
you're trying to save for him, but no. He gives very specific
like,
reasons. He
oh
says,
my
Good game.
he says, I
god.
don't like
Good
women
game.
because I'm not
No
afraid.
problem. I'm the only one.
Let's say what I said was
You like it, I
right.
promise you.
But he didn't want to say it
All the-
that
all
way
the
because
hell you like it.
it's like kind of narcissistic, you know?
And so I was trying to tell them I want to put. It's
We-
pretty bad. I cannot say.
Let
but I really
let
want to say that.
let the sharks swim amongst the small tiny goldfishes. That's pretty.
I was trying to name my ladies game called C Cup Ladies Night.
Oh,
Any girl need to have a C cup.
I don't have a
You
C
gotta
cup.
be
You
C
have
cup,
a
I do.
C cup or below, or you can't play.
Oh my god. And we need the dresses and the.
Everyone wants to send me the message. Oh, her friend want to play, but I said, okay, do they have a C cup?
But can we do the like the really
You are
pretty
the
dresses
only one who
night?
could recruit for
Really
that game.
pretty. Okay, I do that. I love that.
Yeah.
Check. Check.
I have a really pretty dress
Yeah.
I want to wear.
Told myself, I'm gonna come today and I'll give you any money.
Okay.
I say that every time too, but I still end up giving him money.
By the way, if I say ladies night, you don't want to watch. But I say C cup ladies night, you want
Yeah,
to
that
watch,
makes it
right?
more intriguing.
And
It's like, oh, okay.
pretty dresses, C-cup ladies.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I want to just show everyone the girl have a body, also have a brain.
Right.
That's all.
Body and the brain. We all do
Lean
that.
plate.
Whatever.
Lim play.
Big or small.
Yeah.
She's a good actor.
Yeah. Lim play.
Who?
And the
Lynn, I know her.
And Julian played. Julian, the girl, played 25-50 with us.
I know her.
She played,
That's
and her friend
fun.
played too.
Yeah, those
girl
girls
was
are all
here?
good.
Yeah. Julian, remember?
Yeah.
The
Played
25-50
with Lynn a
on
bunch of
Friday.
times. I played a lot of home games
Yeah,
with her.
Julian,
She's cool.
he played.
Yeah. I saw the game. She played on Thursday 300-1000 or something. I was surprised that she played such a small game.
I was told the
No,
plan.
no, I was just surprised because
Yeah,
she
she
always
usually
plays
plays
the
the
big
Friday
games.
game,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's why. Oh, tuna.
Jared's gonna fold the ace ten.
Tuna with avocado.
Makes sense with the raise coming from under the gun.
That's tuna.
There's only tuna. Do you know what fish?
Rucola.
And Johnny's gonna flop two pair. Unfortunately, Squish does not have an ace.
Can I have this later?
Yeah.
Remind me.
Take.
I
Take what you want.
Yeah, later. No.
100.
That's a Pinot Grigio.
He only bets 100. I think you want to just bet big here and hope your opponent has the ace
Take more. I can't drink the whole thing.
with this strong of a hand, but
Some more.
he's gonna bet 100 and take it down.
Am I the big?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No. Next hand. You won a hand.
I know, it's been a while. I've been losing a lot of hands.
Did you play big or what? Lin?
No, she played the. She always played the big games, and now I saw her on Thursday. Tuesday we were here, and Thursday she played the 300-1000. It's a small 300-1000.
She plays all games. She plays big.
Probably 2 months, 1 month.
She plays all
She
games.
plays on the Friday game sometimes.
Yeah, but she doesn't play that small. I never seen that before. That's why I.
100.
Yeah, maybe it was an open
It
seat.
could have been, yeah, exactly.
I think
Could
so.
just be like friends in the game. Or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that, just for fun.
Yeah, I think
No, I
so.
was trying to tell
Because she's a
everyone
big
need
player.
bigger body, but realized I found a Cisco. Everyone have a better body than me. Fuck, okay, I'm the smallest one.
Heads up.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. No
People
way.
like different things, you know.
I like big bodies.
Huh? You like?
Big bodies.
Yeah. So some people like big butts, big boobs,
75.
skinny girls, no boobs, no butts.
Just big
I don't
bodies.
like it.
Like wide,
Or
wide bodies.
I like
you're kidding me.
I like.
No, you're saying it like what? Do you
You
like
can,
the
you can
big
never tell if
ones?
he's joking or not.
Yeah.
You are so skinny and you like the big ones?
That's why. It's opposite check.
No, not really.
Squish says he likes big
Sexually.
bodies.
I don't
So how much time did you and Ashton Kutcher actually work together?
know.
Ashton Kutcher.
I don't know if I believe this. I think it's kind of weird that
I actually did that to Schwarzenegger once, and he was pissed.
but somebody wants a
I
blowjob.
punked him. We were at the horse show.
That's my thing.
And
Okay,
before it moved
who
to
wants
thermal,
a
it was in
blowjob?
Indio.
Say
And
it.
all the
Who
World
wants
Cup
a
horses were in the
blowjob?
ring
Not me.
jumping.
Seriously.
And we were
Who
standing
wants
on
a
the berm,
blowjob?
and there was the VIP section
Anybody?
where like people spend a lot of money on tables and things.
I don't want
I give,
And
you, I give you a blow.
and Arnold pulls up trying to be
Sammy wants a
inconspicuous
blowjob.
in his Arnage and
Yeah.
with his wife and whatever.
See?
And so he walks out, and one of our good friends and clients was John Cleese from Monty Python. He was
Somebody
behind us
wants
with his
a
daughter
blowjob
Camilla.
now?
And we were all just sort of hanging out and chatting.
Huh?
And,
you need to open it and look at it.
Arnold walks out of the
You
berm.
need a blowjob.
you
Just
need
try to be nice
take
to
it.
him.
You need to take it.
And
You
I
said
said, oh,
yes.
it's a very nice
I
day
said
for show
yes.
jumping. He says, oh, yes, it's a show
You got these
jumping.
in Vegas,
And he
right?
says, oh, yes, it's a beautiful
No.
day.
I'm
And
not
Venice.
I said, do you have any in the ring? And he says, no, not
Somebody
this
else?
year, nothing at World
You
Cup
want
level.
a blowjob?
55.
Blowjob?
And I said,
Blowjob?
do you ride? And he says, no, I ride
would
a little.
normally.
My daughter
I
rides.
normally would
I'm
say
like,
yes,
oh.
but
55?
Blowjob?
So what do you do?
that's today.
I leave it on the table.
Straight face the whole
Huh?
time.
55.
And you could see him get
You wait.
pissed. Like, I can't believe you don't know who I am. It was so funny.
I have such a bad hand.
You're going to get this.
It's funny, right?
Everybody knows
Oh,
everybody
you can
is.
buy this on Venice Beach, actually.
Oh, yeah.
And
They
it's
have
like,
those in like all the
it's like
stuff like that in all the Vegas
small,
stores.
look, small penises. Yeah, it's cute, right? Small penis.
You know, you're really the only girl who brags about those.
I think it's funny. So ice-breaking.
Without question.
Jared, did you just swallow a small penis?
Yeah.
Yeah, on camera.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. You could have gotten some prop bet money out
I'm
of
gonna help
that.
you, but sorry.
You make Weirdo nervous. When you say, who wants the blowjob? Weirdo.
Everybody gets nervous. I say no. Everybody wants, but nobody wants to say, right?
Freaking lights, man. Everybody's like burning here.
Yeah, it's very, it's hot.
Your hands is cold.
Yeah, you are, actually.
Sorry, I don't want to touch him.
I'm touching.
You need a blowjob.
80 engine.
Yeah, take a blowjob, then you get hot.
I actually don't hate Francisco's approach to limping a lot of hands
Nice meeting you.
in this game with such a big ante.
Kitty, where's the 500?
I
Where's the 500? Now I gotta like pay tax.
Yeah, you want
I don't have a hand can make a 500.
Okay. Did you have a hand that could make it 500 that time?
I don't know. You always figure after.
I had a $200 hand. I didn't have a $500 hand. What
You're a
now?
businessman, right?
Yeah.
So
Sure.
you figure out, you're smart. You figure out later.
I think
your
what?
figure small. I don't know what
you figure out later.
Oh yeah, figure it out later.
But
I'll use my powers of perception when I watch the
man
video.
has a small dick. You told me the last
I
time.
never said that.
You said that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I swear,
Yes, you did. That's
know.
why you married the white man, because the Asian man has a small dick.
No, what
That's
she
what
said
you
was
said
needle
on
dick.
TV. You said you said that. she said that.
I didn't say I prefer white men more.
No.
Now, Kitty,
That's
just
not
to be
what you
fair, that's not the wine talking. It's the booze.
I never said I prefer white men. Okay.
No, you didn't.
What's up?
I have too many
You
things
said
to
much
do.
more than that.
Oh my god.
And I want my liver to survive,
Yeah, that's
and I want my wallet
Good
to
for
survive.
yourself.
yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. I want both to survive.
You made the right decision, man.
Yes, I think I did. I think I did.
Hi.
$1 mark.
Alright, okay, fine.
Oh my god. I'm talking too much.
Have some more wine, Maria.
No, that's Diet Coke.
It really suits you. I mean, look, you just really can't buy that kind of entertainment. So.
No. I also got this one. That's fun. That's public toilet survival kit.
You just got everything today, don't you?
No, I always have things going
Carry a
on.
public toilet with you everywhere?
Yeah, I didn't open it yet, but anyone that has to use
Guido
a public
with
toilet
aces.
now and then, it's best to be prepared. Your kits, 2 wipes, 1 pair of disposable gloves, 1 toilet seat
You
towel.
turn 80?
No,
That one's a survival
I don't
kit.
think you can eat that.
It's like edible pennies.
Oh my god, that's what you want, huh? I bring it the next time.
Next time.
You want candy penny. Candy penny.
Poker player. Yeah.
Really?
Wow, 3 ways to a flop. Johnny flops top 2 and Guido with aces.
Dating 6 months.
You won?
He won the main
Miss?
event, and then she married him.
Huh?
Nice playing. I mean,
So we dated 6 months, but we know each other for a long time for poker. But I never close to him.
Johnny's just
So
gonna
after
call,
my
just gonna
boyfriend,
trap him.
He stopped by asking for his birthday party. And
That's a horrible turn card for Johnny.
after 6 months, we get married 5 years now.
That's nice.
I don't. No kids. No. No, it's not about that.
Oh my
I'm
god.
the person just.
Guido's gotta be a little bit worried
No,
about the 3,
you are
but
the bossy bull.
it's much more likely his opponent
I
has
like
an 8 or a 6 in
sometimes
You
his
like
hand.
bossy.
Euro, sometimes I'm somewhere.
375.
I have 3 kids.
He's gonna keep
15
betting, and
and
Johnny has
7 and 6.
pretty much no choice but to call here.
Call.
Who's the father? My husband. He's home. I'm playing.
He watched the show?
Yeah. I hope.
Looks like Guido only has about 2,000 behind.
Check.
No, he's a smart guy. He's an app developer. App developer. Yeah,
married?
gaming app.
You married?
Gaming.
Where's your ring?
you counterfeited me.
600.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bet 600 in. I
On the
think
river.
looks like Johnny just snap folds.
Yeah.
I counterfeited you.
I don't wear a ring.
Guido were a little bit deeper. Guido has the perfect hand to
Yeah,
turn into a
you
bluff.
Got counterfeited by me?
Johnny does.
Wow.
I told
Thank you
him
for pairing the
once
board.
social
That was
media
so much
married,
fun.
So should be no confusion.
Are these good? No, they're not. Are they good now? No, they're probably not.
Never.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I called one time to get lucky.
And I said,
So he likes
knew
you.
what I
sure you want to play? He goes, don't play with her. I said, don't worry, I'm never going to play with her because she's 50, and I'm playing 5-5, right? And then
Now I'm here.
And then, no,
You're screwed when you get home.
She didn't mean play with her, like play with her. She meant something
We
else.
should play our Taiwanese poker game. Right, and they're going to run. Yeah, I told them. Yeah, here.
But you have to have a C cup.
No, the Taiwan. No,
You gotta wear the
Taiwan
American
poker.
flag.
Like one day is a Taiwan poker.
200.
It's giving you a hard time.
Laser with the light open. Squish and Maria both call, and
Not
John
feeling
is
quite
gonna
as
make a
special.
squeeze
Because
with
Andy
eights.
and I, we all Taiwanese, and we want to run one.
Oh, Andy's Taiwanese?
Yeah.
Pretty small
And
squeeze.
I talked to
Four
Andy
ways
last
here.
Friday. He said it's a very good idea. So
I don't think he's gonna lose any
No
players.
respect. See what happened? No
Here.
respect
No,
here.
it's a donation.
No respect here.
Donation.
No respect here. Zero respect here.
Maria Ho is a Taiwanese too, so
Oh.
will be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check to you.
Do I need to check or can I bet?
You can bet.
Whatever you want.
I
It's a
check.
pretty bad flop for everyone. Laser with the open under, and he turns the nuts.
Check.
And Maria hits a set. This is a big action card.
400.
Huh?
And now Maria has to decide if she thinks she wants to raise here or if she's just gonna call.
Now you try to do a different thing.
It's
When
two
the
flush
people are
draws. Her
Alright,
hand's
don't
pretty
fall on
vulnerable.
it.
She is gonna raise.
1200. Raise it up to 1200.
And with Laser having 2,500 total, it looks like they're gonna get it in
I
here.
don't want to do that.
All in. And the call. How many times? How many
You guys
times?
can run it twice if you
One.
want that way.
One time.
One time, and Laser's gonna hold up.
Nine.
That's a set of 9.
Raise. Yeah, this one door.
Unlucky.
I knew it. Yeah, we are friends.
Like, this is not Omaha.
Yeah, but I need to raise it. What can I do?
Who in my C4?
Can I get a discount on my LASIK now?
Oh.
Can I get a discount on my LASIK now?
If you lose that pot, she should not come to you for surgery, right?
Yeah. I just wait until we're done.
Oh, 11 billion, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He definitely does.
No,
Oh,
I would
it's
guarantee you have an
Are
awesome
you
process.
the initial racer one?
Yeah.
No, I can't do anything.
And he call and call. He was a dim.
I had them all beat.
2325. I think I have the button last time, or you have it?
I don't know. Wait, so you dim, he raise, you call.
22,
23.
So you dim the first race.
23,
Call $5 and then he raise.
35.
Oh,
There?
no, I
alright.
was confused the
Watch the
button.
video.
Ah, can't believe that. Oh my god.
So pretty big cooler there, and we had a $6,000 pot going to Laser.
Yeah, but what can I
You want the
do?
nut?
Can you do LASIK if you have
Okay,
an astigmatism?
I'm hot now.
You can? Okay. I don't know how all that works.
I had LASIK in 97.
Yeah?
I kind of figured
And
you
now
had
you have a
it,
C cup?
but I needed to.
You haven't had to have it redone?
Oh, that was painful.
I know a lot of people have had it
That was
a long
painful.
time ago. It's because
But
obviously
it's less than 1%. We have a lifetime commitment program.
So what about
Okay, see
like
if I can
you're active
recover.
and you do like scuba?
But actually, I have a better procedure called flap.
Yeah.
There's no flaps, so you don't have to worry
Okay.
about any sort of...
No flap is good.
does the pressure and scuba match with it sometimes?
I've done 60,000 weeks.
Yeah. No, I'm sure you're
No problem.
spectacular.
No
I'm
problem. And
for all the things I'm an expert in life, that is not one of them.
You did mention scuba, so I was wondering if the pressure had something to do with it.
Eating.
I was scuba diving.
I was going to do LASIK, so it's good.
Talk to him.
Yeah, well, I was going to do like in the following month. Go to LASIK.
Get a consultation.
I'm
Just
going,
give him
I'm
business.
going to, but I'm scared.
You're wearing contacts today?
Yeah.
You're in good hands with Robert.
Keep giving me those hands. I mean,
Oh, no, right now.
Thank you for your cooperation.
a couple more, it's a free.
All right, sounds like a plan.
Thank you for your cooperation. We're done.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Oh my god.
Kitty, where's the
Kitty,
500?
Yeah, for
Oh
sure.
my
I'm gonna go in again for sure.
I don't like a multi-way part. I like heads up. I did. But more
Pretty
than
big
you.
pot here. No one has too much of a hand.
Close the hand. Yeah, super quick.
You're lying, and right now you're lying.
Oh, nice. I put more hand than you. Ask everyone. Don't ask everyone.
Check.
So we see after you guys should bet on it.
Huh?
Bet on who plays more hands on this stream,
How
and then
about
we'll
we
find
say
out at the
who
end.
3 bet who more?
Good.
3.
Francisco is going to throw out a big C bet.
We'll check it out.
No, I say.
Puts a lot of pressure
I
on
will
Sam, buddy.
see more because I have.
everyone unless they
You don't
have
know
a pair.
the
And even then, they're not going to love it.
Says it at the end. At the end, it gives you the VTIP on the stream.
Flip it.
I should never play a
That's
hand after losing
professional,
a
okay?
big hand.
That's a fun game.
Please tell me you have active.
Maria has a gut shot,
I
but
have outs.
such a big bet.
You're perfect, man.
I have outs. Yeah, but I have outs. I have wheel draw.
You said 90%.
Wheel draw.
That's 90% of what I think.
And you bet 350.
And the other 10% is variable.
So you don't
You wasn't even suited. You weren't even suited.
You have a person.
Yeah, but he wasn't even suited. That's what I'm saying.
Nicole is not sure as well.
Because I'm
Usually not. Usually
对啊
not.，
打完了，你跟我说明白。
在意看
哎呀
Wait a second.
，no no, I
Wait,
speak
what are you guys
everything.
saying?
Taiwanese and Chinese.
even 高手
He tried to test me my Taiwanese and Chinese, and I qualified.
So how much
Ay,
different
ay,
is Taiwanese
ay.
and Chinese? Completely different?
Totally different, but like pronunciation is different, but they all write the same word. Just the pronunciation is different. Yeah.
Different.
Like in
Like
China.
British English and American English, like that, or
No, no,
way
no,
more
no.
different than
So it
that?
looks like Laser started to size up a little bit. He's making it 50 now.
They have the same alphabet.
He's the big winner so far, up about 4,000.
Like in China. In China, they have 100
So
different
squish.
languages.
Maria makes a
But
really
they-
loose
and
3-bet
But
Ace
here.
queen.
everyone speak
Like
Mandarin.
you're raising, and I'm like, you don't have a straight already. What the hell's going on?
No, it's
But it's
a
squish. I
rematch.
mean, I
Between
could
you
be
and
behind.
You are not
How much you
in,
playing?
I don't know. Like it's 2,000. You want me to count?
Yeah, I didn't think it was good for me to get aggressive.
Like
I have like 2.5 or something
Probably
like that.
not.
Like an 18 looks like.
And Jared
No,
with
no,
Ace
I have
King,
more.
I think he's going to be pretty
Yeah,
happy
yeah,
to 3-bet and just try to get it in against Maria here.
I mean, last time I had an excuse about
Or
where
Laser.
the flush could come. This time I was like, ah.
And this is a good fold by Laser.
I mean, like you have to have exactly ace jack for me to win, right?
Huh?
You have to have like ace jack for me to win. Yeah.
没有，没有近视。我老公
That's a king's hand.
No.
No, no, no,
I'm
no, no.
right.
This is America. You have to speak Spanish.
You don't have deuces. You don't have deuces.
Huh?
I don't want to. I don't want to
Right?
fall for deuces.
Why? I
No.
don't.
Of course I don't have.
I don't know why. I have a master's degree. I
She ate a lot of
study a lot.
carrots. She ate a lot of carrots. Right? That was the key.
No,
right?
no, no. The reason because I have a small eyes. How to get it?
You
Right.
see, yes.
No, I'm the most one. I'm the smallest.
Can you tell? Do you have drafts?
Why?
Can you tell me? Do you have pictures or non-pictures, or can you tell me something?
Somewhere in there.
Do you want me to call? Do you want me to call?
Fishing for information here.
Follow my. You
How
have
much
hearts,
is the operation
okay?
for the eye?
Follow my hearts.
5,000.
Hearts. Is it like? Does it have boobs?
One buy-in.
The heart.
But I heard
buy
that
it.
everyone say
Heart
after
of
operation is
Not sure.
painful. Like
Now it's
No.
everyone was quiet like a week.
Queen.
And that's-
queens. Queen of hearts. Queen of
Yeah.
diamonds.
Yeah, I saw her. She was like squeezing them.
But wait. I have a question. So is there a chance to get a blind?
No.
Impossible.
Impossible. Okay.
I think that's a big perception
I have a
that
big
people
hand.
think.
It's like skydiving.
You hear him?
I'm not sure what's taking so long here.
Like
Oh,
skydiving?
yeah, they have insurance.
I have a small penises, so I don't know.
If a
See
Taiwanese,
that? Like,
It's like, you won't be blind for millions. No, it's impossible.
if Taiwanese is cheaper,
Show one.
You're going to see it anyway. Just show
I
us.
don't know, Queen.
Show.
Show one. I'll show one.
Yeah, and the other one.
So,
Okay, so
I say, Doc, I had
I
a good buddy of mine did a lot of skydiving, and he was very skilled. And but he really mangled himself a lot.
Suited
He
ace.
broke his leg
Suited
twice.
ace.
And, okay, it was rough. Yeah.
he's the most high at the table.
No.
I have the best one. I have spades.
I don't mind doing jumps.
Ace
But
of
Kitty
spades.
says Jared's the most tight at the
I
table.
think what it is very much like poker. There are a lot of dangerous things in life,
And
but
you
if you
talk
do it
when
right,
you raise.
you know.
Never listen. No, just don't when you raise.
That's the first
But
thing.
yours is all like computer control now, right?
Yeah, that's why I folded kind of.
Oh, okay, wow.
If you play more, I will.
Oh, so you're like putting a light filter effectively on the eye?
Choo choo. Choo
You
choo.
going to play Taiwan a
Does it
lot
hurt?
or no?
We're going this year to like look at the Taipei 101.
Oh, okay.
Staying at Summer.
Oh,
Our friend owns the hotel.
really?
Check.
No, it's a good hotel. I have an apartment in Taipei.
Oh.
Yeah. My parents buy for me, and they just call me say I buy for you, and I probably only stay 2 or 3 times. There's no point.
Check.
Yeah.
Johnny,
That's why you
check.
can, yeah, football
Okay.
with your parents.
No, it's not. I play poker 8 years. They don't give me $1
Check.
per poker. Not at all.
Check.
They want me quit the poker so badly. So my mom told my dad, $0
130.
for poker.
Why do
Take it easy.
You're already married.
Because I can do something better.
You can do something better?
Yeah.
Of course you could.
What's better?
The thing about poker is no matter how good you are,
You always
it's never
lose.
guaranteed. You cannot make as much money as
Of course, yeah. If you have a very successful business, that's going to make money.
it's like guaranteed.
Poker's more fun sometimes.
I don't
No,
know.
I disagree. If you're a good cash game player, you can make good money.
Of course, yeah, you can.
I'm not talking about tournament player. I'm talking about cash game
But
player.
what he means is like you guys still have a capped upside. Like if you have a business that blows up, you could make $100 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is what they want me to do. They think I have a lot of potential.
Well, yeah, you do for sure. All poker players that are good are talented
No,
enough to do well with their stuff.
No, I can't. I love poker games.
Yeah, no. I'm just so I can say
it,
what
right?
I have when they ask me.
Love
Are
it,
you
right?
ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. No, I'm not. Not under the gun. No, but it's good to have like a certain overview because everybody.
Kitty folds king jack off. It's normally a fold, but in this kind of anti-game, I think you
I
can
have
get away with
25
limping.
left.
When is your next tournament?
Commerce. There's a 1K this week. Starts today. 1K, 500K guarantee.
You're going to Bahama.
LG is gonna raise the button with 5 deuce offsuit, trying to attack the limpers.
No, the Commerce main I'm playing ends on Sunday, so that's my next tournament. I'm playing
How many days
tomorrow.
to get in?
Sorry.
Till Saturday. Tomorrow,
I'll do that to you.
Thursday, Friday, and
What
Saturday are the
happened?
day
Did you
one.
do something?
$1,100 buy.
Oh, that's good tournament, right?
Yeah. Maybe I should play.
If you're here, yeah.
I want to walk
But
out.
when do you, yeah.
I have a trainer. I don't want to leave it.
Yeah, it's just a 1K anyways. Whatever, but.
How long?
But the cash game would be
I'm
great.
big blind now.
There's a point.
How far away do I need to get to text my?
Oh, you could just like scoot your chair over a little bit.
Yeah, but I'm big blind now, so.
Yeah, while they're dealing,
Just
you
wait
can.
till you play the button and then.
You should play the
Oh,
Commerce
okay. Thank you for
Good
the
tournament.
coaching.
You don't have to go far.
You can't see the C word
I'm
here.
very busy
Huh?
right
You can't
now.
say the C word on the stream.
one. Why?
The C word.
What's the C word? Con?
The word you just said.
Coaching.
Co-
I want to
Oh.
play the tournament. I'm
Oh, I
busy
thought
right
it
now.
was.
I hope.
The C word's
Yeah,
bad
I
here.
want to play that one. I don't know which day. but
What's
I'm gonna play.
the coaching?
Okay.
The other
Commerce
casino.
a 500K.
Oh, gee, she said
Play
it
that
again.
one.
Yeah, it's
If
really
you
good.
pass tomorrow,
Oh.
win the next second day.
The only thing that's
No,
annoying
I
about it a
think he
little is
wants,
every day is a freeze out.
Oh, it's good.
It's good, but like if you go and you bust on level 1,
Saturday is day 2, right?
no, Sunday.
Sunday? Perfect.
And it ends on Sunday. It plays it down to a winner.
So maybe
is
I
there a
go
reason
play
you want-
tomorrow
oh, yeah,
if
for
I
gentlemen.
make a day 2 and then fly back.
80?
But
You're going to be here, yeah. Because it starts late. It starts at 3 p.m. tomorrow, so you could go.
I
to
get
the gym and stuff.
guacamole and chips
Yeah.
and
the
sour
problem,
cream.
my
and
trainer,
sparkling
I
water.
choose my trainer.
Yeah.
I will.
Thank you.
I don't know how to do it myself. I need someone help me. No, because
boss.
I don't push myself too hard.
Yeah, that's
I need my trainer pushing me hard.
Who?
My personal trainer.
Oh.
I told her I hate you every day, by the way. So,
Yeah, but
You know what?
I'm sure,
Thursday,
like
I
you
gotta
said,
play
it helps
Thursday.
you to push.
yeah.
It helps you to work harder if you have a day
Yeah.
like that for sure.
Thursday, I'm going to play Thursday.
Nice. I'll see you there, maybe. I'm playing tomorrow, so hopefully I'm just back tomorrow. But
If
not,
you
I'll be there
pass,
Thursday.
the second day is Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's good. I'm going to play Thursday.
Yeah. I'll probably just buy in like a last level.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, you-
Francisco lies. I've played tournaments with him.
3 p.m. It's
I
late.
didn't know that. That's going on.
But before I want to keep the poker quality. during the before big tournament, I don't try to play so many tournaments.
Right.
Because
Just to get your
you
mind
just
right.
not happy anymore.
Be fresh,
After you
yeah.
play the 10 hours every day, you just never feel like, oh, you want to
Yeah,
play
that's how I
poker.
felt after Montreal.
That's why I don't want to play everything.
I bricked everything in Montreal. I felt like that after.
fresh.
125.
Yeah, when you play too much.
He's betting again. It's not good.
Can you get for her? I don't want to break my.
What you want? What do you
He
mean?
wants 100.
Here.
I can give you. Oh, one never mind. Okay.
You 100?
Okay. No. Just
Oh,
one. I definitely don't want blues.
Blues?
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I'm a Venetian. I have
Nobody
a
wants
good tournament every weekend. I say 1K.
I know, in Vegas there's always
What,
that.
in Venetian?
Yeah, 1K, like a lot. Like I never go for it because if I play all local tournament, I play too much.
Which
Oh,
day
yeah.
they have those?
There's a lot here too.
They have like every day gives the tournament good guarantee, everything.
Venetian,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
But the point is, I just want to have my day off sometimes.
I might go to Vegas for Planet Hollywood in 2 weeks. World Series circuit,
Yes.
I know.
1700.
You
Just
should
a
just
small
play
one.
Hard Rock.
Oh, is that the same day as that?
No, after Hard Rock.
It's after?
Yeah.
I gotta look on my. I gotta check.
I have
Chips
it.
for that?
I have a schedule.
Chips for that?
Yeah.
How much is it?
300 only.
I
Small
have a
one.
schedule. Let me look.
Granted more for Mario.
It's not much. Scraps.
Great. Hey, hi.
Press scraps.
Option? Yes, sir.
Hundred?
100. Raise to 100.
Couple limps, and Kitty's gonna make it 100 from the small blind. And probably gonna go heads up with Guido here.
You have 100 stuck.
November 23rd to
I just gonna
Yeah,
say.
it's the same day as Planet Hollywood.
How you doing?
Yeah.
And then-
We'll see.
You're
I can
just
drive to
gonna
Planet
steal
Hollywood.
it
You know.
on
Yeah,
TV.
yeah.
You saw the video when
Somebody stole something?
And
yeah, his friend.
No.
Kitty's
Maybe you
probably
should
gonna
have like
bet small here or check.
1K right here.
and he bounced a chip.
And
100 and a quarter.
He bounced a chip. And
No. Oh yeah.
It
Makes sense to bet small here when
Gold.
your opponents are gonna have a lot of pocket pairs with the limp pre-flop.
No.
1K right there.
No.
Right here.
So after Bahama,
Bounce the
you
chip.
actually,
Bounce a chip and then grab.
but you don't, after Bahama, you really just stay Hard Rock.
Slick.
Yeah.
He had
Oh,
1K
yeah,
right here,
that's
right?
true. If I went to
Hey,
Bahamas,
He
I
was in the
understand.
hand. He was in the hand.
it's right there.
Because
He bounced like this.
They have
and
a
then- and
1700
like
tournament, they
bounced
have
it, and
a
then
lot
he
of
goes
I
like
love
this.
hard rock.
Yeah.
Don't forget, did you see the video?
I think it's
I
just
saw
like,
the
It
video.
was there
So
last year, so
smooth.
I have to
It
do
was
that.
like,
Yeah.
I'm playing
definitely
Tashkent.
I sent you
It's
to
definitely
him.
different.
practiced before.
Ramsey.
Don't fly over.
And that is the bad.
Yeah.
It was
Not
smooth. It
bad.
was smooth.
Otherwise,
It was
don't play hard
so
rock.
smooth.
Right.
David Lee was
Play
in the
Hard Rock.
hand.
Yeah, if I went to
But he
Bahamas,
noticed-
if I go to Bahamas, I'll play hard rock.
Yeah.
And he noticed because he's the only 1K
But
he has.
you
Only
know-
1K.
It's only like
And he
45
said, oh,
minutes
maybe
flight
I have
from
it. And
Bahamas
then he
to-
give it to him.
Yeah.
Because after the other guy says, where's my 1K?
I was here.
Yeah. The
I think it will be good
the
combination.
video,
Oh, yeah.
bounce it, the chip like that, intentional, and
Don't worry.
he go like that. We can see the view, he go like this. That's terrible.
Even. Yeah.
how about
I
hotel?
total 28. That's
So
what I have.
old.
Well, you know they finished the new one.
Not,
I bought a
nothing.
new one. She
Nothing
told me.
left.
Oh, wow.
No. I have
Wait.
28. I have some.
Yeah, I'll stay at the old one.
that's base.
Everyone told me. I told everyone. Eventually, everyone booked an old one.
Yeah.
3 in the
I put a
window.
new one.
Maria flops a set.
I'm sure it's nice. I'm sure it's really nice.
I
And
cannot say old one.
Laser has top pair here.
Check.
So this time, Maria's on the right side of a cooler against Laser.
175 is bet.
And it's a pretty interesting spot if you want to raise or just call. She does just call.
The 300. You want me to give you a chip? I have a chip.
I like the
Oh,
call.
don't worry.
The only thing is if turn comes a club, it's going to kill the action. But I think it's worth taking that risk. And that's a really good card for her on the turn.
Remind me. Message me. Remind me. Give the
300.
manager.
I'll message you on Twitter.
Pretty much
Yeah,
locks
yeah.
the hand up,
Just
and
email me. He will help
it's
you.
a
Everything.
card that Laser is not going to be
I'll message
afraid
you
of at
after.
all.
Very easy. Just message your manager. He do all the service for you. Like your personal assistant.
And now Maria's going to go for a raise. I think I prefer just calling again, but given that Laser has King Queen, it might just
I don't
work.
like a party poker because they bring a lot of good players to
Right.
the.
Could be worried about Ace
Yeah.
4, maybe 4-5, but mostly not too worried about the 4 hitting on the turn.
It's still good though, because fish can with satellites.
I was trying to find as much as player there because I help them promote.
Yeah.
And I look at my tweet, how many people I follow, like 288. I messaged half of them.
To
You
try
want to go
and
to party poker,
yeah,
party poker?
yeah.
And half of them reply
Seems
me
like a
with
spot where
multiple
people aren't
Americans
bluffing that
not
much,
going.
so
Right.
Laser's definitely pretty
And
concerned,
half
but
reply me going is all from
he
you.
probably
That's why
feels
we
his
need
hand is too good to fold,
Online poker here.
especially for
Yeah.
only
If we had
500 more.
satellites, it would be amazing.
Yeah,
You know, if there was satellites online in the U.S. for the party poker event, it would
And
be.
now with 2,200 in the
Yeah.
pot,
Yeah.
Maria only has about 1,600.
Why poker
Gets a
not
pretty
online?
brick
Okay.
card on the
Government,
turn,
US government.
on the river.
Really?
6 is never really going to
Someday
change
maybe
anything
they'll
here.
fix it.
Sorry about that.
Good, man. 500 is a bet.
Laser's going to block bet, and she just calls. Not really sure I understand
No!
just calling.
Yes!
Got him back.
Thank you. I thought you had queens now. I had a really bad feeling. Like, yeah, full house and he has queens. Thank you. Oh my God! I really thought you had queens. No, with the 500 bet on the river, you want me in there, right? That's not good. It's not good for business.
It worked out okay.
No, I can't fold, but if you have queens, you bet 500. You want me in there. Like, I bet 800, you call, and then you bet
Hey,
5.
no coach.
No, that's what I'm saying. I didn't like the small
Katie
bet.
says no coaching.
Keep it quiet. Don't tell people your strategy.
75.
Oh,
They will
my
know.
weaknesses?
So next time he will
Hold on,
know
he's
how to
on.
play.
You think you can read me then?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, come on and read me then.
It would have been really interesting to see if Maria goes all in there, what Laser
I
does.
don't think you can read me. Nobody can.
We're ready. 325.
Come on, it's only 5 again. Really? Take out some clear side.
Imagine.
No.
Right?
Maria.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
only 5. Relax.
Just friendly.
You know, the other 5-5 games I've played don't have that pre-flop, but yeah.
300 behind.
Big money, no whammies.
It's not even your one operation.
Three
Awkward
cows.
spot for Francisco here. Jared opens under the gun. He's been playing pretty snug.
I should have gone all in. I just-
LG really
I
getting
didn't
after
like
it here
the-
with Jack-9 suited.
Oh, I don't know. I'm a wuss.
I think Francisco's got to, everyone's got to expect LG to just have a pretty good hand
Oh
here.
my God.
You're not getting any more money from it.
I will. I need my money back. It took a lot. No, this. Oh, you still owe me like 1,000. Yeah. No, you think it? Okay, you think I'm gonna get drunk and stupid?
He's rich. He don't care.
And now he's drinking water. He's warm now.
I mean,
Are you boiling?
I don't think he really cares. I
still
really
up,
don't think
right?
he
You're
cares.
still up.
This is an exciting one, actually.
But you want to win. You don't want to lose, right?
Everyone wants
Yeah.
to win. Mariano. 5 to
Everybody wants some love, right? Flat call my aces. You have aces too?
80.
Damn it. Yeah, thanks. 300 more. 3,000.
Guido's got an interesting spot here with 9s.
What? McKinney?
Definitely could go either way here. I think I'd prefer a raise, make it about 320.
Uh-oh.
We raised to 400.
No, that's...
Guido's going to go
I
400.
wanted to see that flop.
I like this play.
Cost 400. No.
8?
That's a long time. A
No.
long time to play poker.
How long have you guys been
5 years
playing?
of professional.
Pretty marginal spot for Francisco.
Ah!
Ace 10 offsuit. His hand doesn't play that good, but he is in position.
No kids, but professional housewife.
For that long.
And looks like he's gonna make
But
a
don't
discipline
marry my
fold.
husband. I was still living in a suitcase.
Yeah.
Travel, airport, hotel.
He likes to stay home and play cash mostly, right?
Huh?
He just
Yeah.
stays home and plays
Yeah.
cash mostly.
Before I met him, right, I traveled 365 days. Long break.
I didn't tip you, did I?
I was
No,
like
sorry.
No,
No, I was too excited winning.
Non-stop.
Winning back a little bit.
Slow down. I
Thank
still
you.
travel a lot, like 250 days. Still a lot. So if I finish, I want to go home because otherwise I didn't finish. So I need to go home.
So he likes your schedule, or he doesn't like your schedule? He likes your schedule, or he doesn't like your schedule?
Welcome
He
back.
doesn't care. He loves me anyway.
Hey, Jamie, make sure my phone's on silent.
He needs to take
Hello,
it.
everyone.
I mean, yeah.
You're on TV.
He's gonna miss flying.
You're on TV, you know that, right?
See.
It must be love. Yes, it's love.
I mean, be good relationship is probably not good for see each other for 24 hours, right? Keep your marriage like another 20 years.
Yeah, taking breaks is good.
50 more.
Yeah, 50.
Is it on me? Sorry. Oh, yeah.
55.
Oh, that's too quick. That's too quick. That's too quick. That's what I said to my husband. Slow.
Slow what?
No, no.
Men don't know how to go slow.
Heads up.
We can't.
Check.
Mary?
55. 55 for Maria.
Where's your ring? So no one.
Thing.
I said check.
Everyone wear a ring.
Actually lost
I
my
said
main one.
check.
I have another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking to him.
Oh, yeah. You're talking
Yeah,
to somebody?
pre-flop.
Oh, yeah.
Because a girl will pay
check and
attention
a bet
to the
of
man
100.
if they don't wear a ring.
75.
I
75.
usually wear it.
75. Johnny bets
You understand?
Right.
But you
Check.
can let
Check.
make
You
people
don't.
pay attention on you. It's the point.
225.
225.
That's a lot.
Like a ring is like
Unavailable sign. Yeah.
Yeah, say I'm available, something like that. I'm not available.
Right.
I think you know
Friday?
It's
that a ring
Friday.
is as much an advertisement as
No,
it is a
I
stop
get it.
sign.
Friday is weekend. You go somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
some girls are like, yes,
We're gonna win a tournament.
It's a challenge.
You get good luck after that.
Thank you. I normally, I really don't want to go. I hate the Bahamas.
Silly, but
Bahamas
So
is
Johnny with just
worse.
king high bluffing here, and Maria with the queen of clubs is thinking about it, and she's gonna let it go.
Reroll.
Free roll.
Odd move.
It's not about that. I just don't like it. Go
Or
Bahamas.
deselect.
Like a food so bad, island so bad.
I hope
stay
you had
in
ace of
town,
clubs.
stay in hotel.
Was it a 5 out there? No.
And
What's
yeah,
the
I'm always
5?
surprised at
it's
the
just like really.
Ace of
range of
clubs,
what
5 of spades.
people think is okay.
A lot of people go there. He's gonna go.
I tried to
course.
mention he goes
Do I give you too much credit now?
because
You go to Bahamas?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kitty is a really good tournament player. I've actually played a couple times with her.
They gave away more like free rooms.
Very good.
Her husband
the main event takes
actually
place
final
in
tabled the main event
Right.
Oh my
uh,
God.
So
about
if you win, you will
maybe
get
7
a
or 8
$2
years ago.
Wow. That's a big
million. And
tournament.
the 2 million, you don't need to travel that much anymore.
Right. Yeah. It's worth it, obviously.
Yeah.
That's it? I won't pay that shit.
What?
You need to get there first.
What's the shit? I'm still annoyed with myself.
It's all right. Take a deep breath.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I'm alive.
Kitty, can you put me in your luggage?
Take some ice.
Yeah, in that hand where Maria had the full house and just called the river, I think it's a
I
very
need a
easy
big, extra
jam.
big luggage.
I'm
75.
gonna double up and I'm gonna run.
I think you are skinnier than David.
You're gonna hit and run us?
You're
Oh, no.
skinnier than your girlfriend.
My girlfriend?
Yeah.
It's alright.
Heads up.
No, I'm not that kind of person. I will sit there until 4 or 5 o'clock. Until the traffic starts, I go before the
Once the
traffic.
traffic starts.
No, before the traffic, I
So,
go.
yeah, you gotta be out of here by 4.
Yeah, so last time we played me and Kitty and what was the name?
Because a lot of the players who were on stream left.
Yeah, the
James
guy
James
with
came. Oh, him. Yeah.
yeah, what's his name?
Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel and Asian. Yeah, Daniel, me and Kitty and Asian guy. What's the?
This guy, Daniel, he
No, so
said
he was
win
bleeding
10K.
chips because he.
Switch to Daniel.
guy was
No, that was after. We were sitting here until 4:15. I went home.
Here?
But I was
so
like,
funny.
I was doubling
like,
up on him.
He was coaching him.
Yeah.
He said he ended like.
So
like 10K.
he got like really mad because I said I need to go
like
now
6 or
because of the
7.
traffic, and he wanted to like win his chips back. He's like, I could have gone like
You played for
4
like,
hours ago, but I
played for
didn't
like 10
because of
hours.
you. Yeah. So no, it was.
People should not get mad at you for that.
He
That's-
was
that's
mad.
bullshit.
He was mad. Yeah. No,
If
Daniel
somebody
was
last
mad
week
because
got
we
mad
went
that
we went
he picked
home.
them, that's
Why
more
is it
than-
made?
Yeah, but
Don't
he
even
played-
say
Because he wanted to win the chips back. That was
But he finished ended like 10K. He said.
He was
no. Yeah, but we got it.
Oh, you got it out.
Yeah, we got it. Me and
but
Kitty.
he
No,
played
me and Kitty
against
got it.
somebody else.
Oh, after you left, he
Yeah.
finished up 10K.
Oh, he did? Oh, he did?
He played against somebody. I don't know with who.
Who's
Who's the guy?
He
You
texted me.
racing?
Huh?
Is he
Oh, I don't
famous
like
or
that.
what?
No.
Francisco?
He just
How
plays
much?
cash.
75.
He plays in LA only.
Yeah, no, it was like, yeah.
Isn't
I
he
finished up with
racing?
8,000. I was in with two.
Francisco's been limp folding a lot this time. He's finally gonna
next to him. He said,
go ahead and call.
I want to buy
Spank you?
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah,
But you don't
bite
have
you
transaction.
and
I
spank
said,
you.
No, thank you.
flops
Thank you,
nothing.
bye.
And
Yeah, I think he is business or something.
I think LG should be betting this flop, but he's gonna go ahead and check
Yeah.
and turn a flush draw.
I gamble.
No, he wasn't mad when we left.
No gamble, no future.
Why do
Too much
people
gamble,
say
no
that?
No, if
I don't
It's
like that
just
quote.
It's just the same.
You can
I mean,
say-
you don't risk it.
Kitty's
Don't
husband
gamble.
is Russell
I don't
Thomas.
gamble. I don't
He
gamble.
had
Not gamble, no future.
You gotta gamble.
I don't-
final table
no,
in
I
the main
don't
event.
gamble.
Can't remember what
I
place he
think I should
finished,
just
but
be
yeah,
all I
won a
have
decent
play
chunk
all
of change. And
I don't gamble.
I actually haven't seen him
Okay.
around
Okay.
poker
No
too much
gamble, no
recently.
future.
I'm
Too
saying
much
the
gamble,
World
no
Poker is the
future.
best.
I don't gamble.
World Poker Tour is my favorite.
I
It's the
play
best ever too.
I do. Yeah,
statistically.
I did not know
It's not
Sandbag.
that.
better.
Caught the sarcasm on that one.
No?
It's hard to.
When is the
Hard to catch,
Thanksgiving?
like-
November 29th?
When
Right?
what?
Thanksgiving.
I think it's 28. Yeah. It's always the last Thursday in November.
Does Taiwan celebrate Thanksgiving?
No.
They got bow and arrows over there.
I'm pretty sure Taiwan, China, they don't have a Thanksgiving. We have a 7 block, okay?
60.
Oh, I'm like hoping to stack.
all right, so a couple limps and IQ Laser. He's gonna raise the jacket off,
Can we
trying
have
to take
some
advantage of the
music in
limpers.
there?
How much is sugar?
But Johnny's gonna call, and it looks like Jared's gonna come along too.
Seemed like he was like away from the rim.
Check.
I need some music.
125.
I need
Gavin
music.
says that Russell Kitty's husband got fourth in the main event for 2.8 million.
We talk there have a
Maybe
audio,
after.
so if you have a sound too much,
Yeah.
they cannot.
Hey Maria, maybe after the stream ends, they'll let us.
Because we speak here, they want to on the live stream.
After.
They will mute it too much.
Yeah.
Better than me.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Did you raise the
little
shed? Do you raise the shed? Shed?
If I were Laser, I would not be showing that hand when you don't have to.
How did you decide on the giraffe?
Can you give me your phone number?
No free information.
Even Kitty's calling him out on it.
Always. Who done it?
Kenny has a long
You can come to my skin.
Oh yeah, good.
I need aces.
We had a
I
joke
mean,
about
I'm
the
here.
Mangalisa pig.
I
The
don't
most
want the
expensive
game.
part of the animal was the collar, the neck steaks, because they're actually better than.
No, here.
Yeah.
No.
And so we were teasing about
No,
we were going to
here.
crossbreed them with
Let's-
giraffes.
I mean, keeping in
Maximize
my
the
skin.
neck,
I
yeah.
can invite the people.
Oh, sorry.
But what limits do you play?
5 of spades exposed.
She doesn't play any limit.
5, 10, 20, 20.
There's no limit.
60.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't know how to play limit. It's a very old generation. I can play Omaha. I'm pretty sure even I don't know how to play, still can beat you.
Oh.
I pretty sure I can beat you.
I'm sure you can.
No.
I could beat you in ice search.
Everybody can beat. Everybody can beat anybody.
I bet I could operate on ice so much better.
Hey, Don't go cross booking.
300. Make it 300.
Give me a laser.
I just need to study Omaha 5 hours. I can beat you.
Oh. 5 hours.
Yeah, 5 hours. Just give me 5 hours.
How good is it?
Can she
Yeah,
do
it
5 hours of LASIK and figure it
It's
all out?
like orgasms.
Kitty with the
How about we-
6'7".
you come-
Gonna go with the
You
big
give me
squeeze
my
here.
husband eyes operation discount, and I coach you for poker.
Why do you need to coach anybody?
First lesson, make
We
it
don't need
500.
coaching.
Make it 500.
You don't want to coach people. You want to take their money. Why
He's
would
not
you?
professional.
Why would you coach people to take your money? I don't
Because
get
I don't want the talented people sit on table and lose our face. Need to be
She
strong.
wants to make sure that Taiwanese people are representing folks.
She want to work hard for her money.
You'll make sure I don't embarrass the
Yeah.
You're a disgrace.
I don't know. I don't.
He's just a
see-
LASIK surgeon, but you're a disgrace anyways.
wanna
You're horrible at
I
poker.
just
She
don't
want
see-
to
You're like totally crushing the industry, but whatever.
You're horrible at poker. It's like,
I shook hands with my angel.
Huh? Why? What? Oh.
80.
but are you good at poker? That's the that's
You know
all.
my
I'm saying.
angel.
I was gonna say, who is that?
No.
Everybody's
okay.
good at
Oh,
something.
back then.
Yeah.
I'm okay
It
with.
doesn't matter, but are you good at poker? That's a different story.
Yeah, in Italy, it's funny. Everybody who does something, they want to meet the Pope. You know, that's like their version of it. And everybody does it. Guys who make tomato sauce, engineers, you know, hotelier, you know, whatever. Everybody, anybody who does anything.
Rite of
you know.
passage. Once
Yeah.
you made it in Italy, you
You
have
meet
to
the Pope. Yeah.
It's getting hot in here.
Kitty floats the flop.
It's okay. You
And
can push
Squish
it.
is gonna turn the nuts.
You can push it.
Why? Why you
Oh,
put
no,
I don't want to ram it.
Hey, John, you want your
He's a
one?
big guy. He's a big guy. Big guys push stuff.
Just hold. Anyway, small
Are
boy
you
is
back?
good position.
Forgot he just paid. He just paid, so he's
Let's go.
I can hold.
It's not good for the man.
You're holding.
got to play.
You're holding because of the button.
Yes.
It's not good for the body.
Huh?
Not good for the body.
It's okay. I think I'll live.
I'm gonna take it forever.
He's
This
a big
is.
guy, but he's gay.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's okay. I can hold.
I'm pretty sure you can.
I don't know about that.
So Jenny is very good girl.
You have a girlfriend?
When he sleeps.
No, very good person.
Your
I got a boyfriend.
David.
My boyfriend's named David.
David Liu.
David Liu.
80.
Who's on top? I need proof that.
Depends.
Yeah, it depends on the night. Depends who's more
Oh,
drunk.
they do it. Too. That's fine.
80. Oh. Alright, you go, John.
No, you can. No, you can't go. You have the button next time.
It's not professional. It's okay. He doesn't care about buttons.
I care about all the butts. All the butts are important.
Both
The
players
buttons,
flop top pair on
buttons.
the monotone board.
Take some more wine.
Why not?
Squish is gonna go with a pretty small
You
seat.
might,
Why
you might
not?
thank for me. You might win the 2 million. Just gamble
True.
once.
Somebody wants some
should.
wine?
Check.
It's a lot of wine here.
And only reason I go because of 10 million guarantee.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah. And the
Do
hotel
you think
actually.
they might overlay?
What?
Maybe. Yeah.
Check, check.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot.
It's very scary.
You got 1,000 players to play.
Hey,
10K. It's a lot.
It's pretty
yeah.
scary, to be honest.
Squish gets her in the turn,
And they used to
but
not re-entry
it
day
brings
one.
a 4
Right.
flush,
Oh.
and
That's-
now there's
yeah,
5
exactly.
clubs.
It's a freeze out each
So
day.
it's
So
like
you can
a
free
non-main-
bullets max,
yes.
right? Yeah.
See if Squish is gonna try to bluff at this.
Like last year, they'd had a 25K.
I'm not really sure what the best play is
Yeah,
here.
they
That big guarantee, and it was about to overlay, and they I heard they bought flights for people,
Yeah,
paid
yeah.
hotels for people, everything.
yeah.
So maybe I'll just wait till a couple days before and see.
No,
that.
because the other reason I asked you go because all the Malaysia, all the Trident, all the Chinese,
I think with
all the
Francisco
Oh,
checking
really?
back the turn, it makes a lot of
I
sense
haven't played
to
with
bluff
one of
here.
those guys. I want to.
Huh?
That would be good
You
take
want
One of
for
the
sure.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the best ones of the year.
I need
for
to
sure.
share
Yeah,
my
yeah,
wine. Somebody wants some white wine?
I'm good.
You're seat 1. You want some wine?
No, thank you.
No? So serious.
You
huh?
got it?
Seat 3.
PS3 Shakes wants to know
Seat 4.
why check the turn. Well, Francisco had an 8,
It's
so
over there. Red.
Far from professional.
he's probably just trying to get his hand to showdown.
Huh?
What you do?
I'm just a worker.
He owns a business.
He's an ant.
Successful
I'm just a worker.
You know the ants? Auntie?
That's what I do. I do
Auntie?
David Liu.
Huh?
You David Lou.
$5.
55.
It's good now.
I do.
Don't call because I'm a girl.
Yeah.
I call because I like my
Yeah, good.
Really?
I like my car.
Okay, then we're fine.
Can I get a discount?
I'm folding because you're a girl.
Depending how much money you make off of me.
I will slowly make. Is that okay?
4 players. Check.
Table,
It's gonna call a call or not call, depending on how much you bet.
No, it's.
120.
I'm trying to do the right thing, play the right way, you know? According to the pot odds and the players, you know?
Oh. Alright, heads up.
Francisco floats the flop with a gutter, and Maria with top pair and a pretty bad kicker is gonna go ahead and keep betting.
Quiet.
If you won't call, I call.
The bluff? That?
Oh no.
Don't call, I was gonna call.
Really?
Why would you call? 8?
2-8.
Yes, we got the 8 on the turn. Yeah, you don't want to do that to a girl. Especially not a blonde one with no head. You want me to feel a little bit good, right?
Why it's only 120 already?
What am I choosing for a fucking...
Yeah, you're
I
right.
thought my head was good. I'm not...
No,
I've
your
called them
hand
worse.
was not good. Your hand was not good.
I've called them worse.
Nice.
On the third, yes.
Yeah, but you don't want to do that to me. I'm a nice girl.
On you?
Is it on me?
No.
It's on me?
Yeah.
Okay. What was it? I don't remember. I'm like a goldfish swimming from one side to another. I forget what I had. It's like that with poker too. You forget every hand. What did I have? What did I fold? You don't remember.
20.
It's like a goldfish.
What's the?
It's 20. 20 is the bet.
What happened to the other?
What happened? Oh, he'd made change. Okay, okay.
Alright.
So Francisco's
I had
gonna
a good hand.
go with a really small raise.
I beat you before the turn.
My cousin, Eli,
Not on the
Highest on the
turn.
tables.
my cousin.
I know, I was gonna say earlier, how much?
I prefer a raise here from Jared, facing such a small
What's going
size.
on out there? Orchestra? Are they playing live or
His cousin's playing.
live?
Yeah.
Family's here.
He's really?
Lilia is
I'm
here.
Mexican, they're
Yeah.
Mexican.
Yeah, but you don't look Mexican.
125.
You look like a Polish
1 1/4.
Norwegian mix.
But I'm Mexican.
Yeah, I know, but
My cousin, there's a mariachi, they're Mexican.
but I don't think your father is your father if you think you're
Francisco?
Mexican.
Alright, heads up.
Yeah, they're my cousin.
Because Mexicans don't have blue eyes.
To work here.
You're
Johnny
too
bets
white
full
with
pot on the
blue
flop.
eyes to be Mexican.
Check, check.
And Jared's gonna call.
Well, I don't know what happened, but I'm Mexican.
It's a really unlucky run out for Jared. Johnny gets 2 pair.
What's your other guy's nationalities?
4 hundo.
Okay.
He's
serious.
gonna go for a big bet.
You're
Kitty. Phone.
Jared's gotta be hating this situation here.
Mexican. You're Taiwan. And he's
Squishy,
I'm
you beat me?
Norwegian.
Norwegian.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Jamaican.
What are you? Huh? Jamaican. You don't look like it.
I was born in Jamaica.
Well, but you are from you Mexican.
I need 42.
Doesn't matter if you.
Jamaican. Wow. And you are Taiwan? You are
I went there.
Georgia.
Georgia. Wow.
Country of the state.
What's that? Is it Sofia? Sofia, that's the capital? So, huh?
Tbilisi.
Sofia's Bulgaria.
Yeah, that's Bulgaria. Yeah, you're
Or
right.
Yugoslavia.
Okay, and you're from US?
Good luck.
Jared makes a good fold
I'm
there.
Norwegian.
What do you want to see?
Thank you, Jordan.
I want to see that one. Yeah, good luck. Well done.
Where you're from here, and you're from
Sri Lankan.
Sri-
Half French Guyanese.
Yeah.
I'm teasing.
So we're really
No,
mixed.
I'm
We're like
Italian
a mixed
American.
table.
With a
Wow.
first name like Guido, it's really hard to be anything other than Italian American.
It's an interesting mix. All over the world. That's what about like the U.S.
He's
There's
made of magic.
there are some mixed up. You know, in Norway we're only Norwegians, so it's so different to be here. You know,
Good
you
smoked
meet
fish.
all the good
Great
to
chocolate.
the mixed people. You just call me every time. You don't raise me.
You know, most girls complain that guys don't call. This guy's calling, you're upset.
Yeah, that's fine.
He
That's
called you
fine.
if he wanted
I
to
just
meet
he should raise me. You can raise.
I
if you
guarantee
want.
if he call you, he
I
wanna
just
meet
call you.
Okay. Just say I love you. Okay. Now you have paras.
How many?
Now you have butt
To say how much I care.
Get in there,
Yeah,
Doc.
yeah. That's
You're making big things happen. How many people we got? 90?
To say
6.
I love you.
Chicken.
And I need you from the heart.
Chicken. All right.
Very many checks.
Everyone's.
Everybody check.
Check. Check. Check. 225.
They got my company name wrong. They call me IG.
IQ.
IG Laser Vision.
Instagram.
Instagram Laser Vision.
I have like 4
Oh,
hours.
can you?
Oh, they have the wrong name for you?
4 hours good?
It's IQ. IQ Laser Vision. Oh, they
That's such a
changed it.
pretty
They changed
hand.
it.
I wish I was IG.
Such a
Nobody
pretty
knows.
free flop. You have a
OG
jack, I
laser.
know. You don't need to show. Jack 6.
Wait, you
Jack,
showed 6?
no, yes, Jack
Jack
6.
Napkin.
Jack 6. He didn't want to bet his jack, yeah. It's scary because the queen was there, and then he got a second pair
Thank you, Johnny.
I
Pull
did that
me
in a
with
hand
Jack
against
six,
Francisco. I turned a set of sixes, which gave him the nut
because he was
flush.
suited.
We both smashed the turn. I got lucky on the river,
Oh,
but
yeah, Jack.
man, did I screw that hand up. What now? Oh, yeah, excellent. Good
I
job,
didn't have
Johnny.
2-6.
No, we had
I had
Jack.
1-6.
Jack 6.
I didn't have a jack.
and one job.
You didn't
Yes,
have
you
another
did.
card,
I
either.
had
You
one
just had the
jack.
1-6.
I had 1 jack.
I saw the job.
You saw it?
I had 1-6.
125.
I had 1-6.
We can tell if you're lying.
I had 1-6.
No.
I had 1-6.
Oh, well, you bet 100 now, you bet 125. Okay.
I don't know.
I had 1-6.
125.
So Kitty's gonna size up, makes
You
it
call?
125 with aces, and
Now
Francisco
everybody's calling
calls her out on
everything,
it.
huh?
Just
That's
flops with
not how
the
we
tens.
love this game.
Look at
Ah,
no respect.
Game
I
daughter.
call 2. Pot ups.
4 colors.
Yeah.
I need good.
I need a good flop.
In a multi-way pot like this, but you know,
Check.
I mean
200.
200.
Those are 2 cows, not 2 calves.
Oh my god. That's hilarious.
I don't know, man. I just told him to go.
You're like, down here, do your, give me the works.
Yeah, I just gave him words. And I
Kitty bets 1/3 pot with aces, and Guido with the flush draw is trying to decide what to do here.
I feel like it's very serious now. Oh my god. It's coming. It's coming.
I think either decision is fine here.
It's coming. Oh.
Looked like he was
Just
going to raise,
a
but he
little
did just call.
orgasm there. Okay. I thought it wasn't going to be a big one.
No, it's a small.
Like,
No, just a small one. Still.
Yeah, yeah.
Just a little one.
Just a fast one. Yeah, no.
All right.
No,
now
thank
to
you.
Maria's not coming to it.
No, not now.
Not tonight.
Maybe next one. I'm coming.
LG's going to fold his queen, and they're going to go heads up.
No.
Total brick on the
Oh,
turn.
what's
Kitty's
this?
got to love that
Sorry,
card.
I
I
just
think
made-
we're going to see her bet pretty large here.
We have a.
She
We
does
have
go
a
ahead
song
and bet.
about like orgasm.
That's about 70% pot.
stimulation. I should play it for you guys.
Ocho. 800.
800? Oh, it's getting aggressive.
Because I'm a songwriter, and essentially,
Are you?
it
Alright. No. He says he's 42. And
Kitty's
he
got to
says
be
he's from a
figuring that
country
Guido
that
would raise all his better hands on the flop, and this 2 is definitely not going to help him, so it makes a lot of sense to size up here. And Guido's in a pretty awkward situation.
Yeah, but
just made the process. It's allowed.
what happened to his butt and his skin and his everything?
Technical skill of like singing or like sounding good, and now it sounds not good. So like, so instead of having
Okay, so they just they immigrated for somewhere and,
it'll correct to the nearest note that's in record it.
and he's 42, right?
But you just have to be within an hour.
No, I'm. He's just lying about everything.
Modify it.
I think Guido can just find a fold here. It's going to be hard for him to get paid if his spade comes anyways.
Sing it. Give it, sing it. Can't get wrong.
It's like 7:43. I just felt like we played for like 4 hours. 7:43. What do you do?
Cheers, cheers, cheers.
Nice fold by Guido
You feel
there.
like I'm not drunk enough?
The rest of you.
Okay, Thursday I'm going to play Commerce.
Nice hand, Kitty.
Tournament?
And Commerce.
Yeah, tournament.
1100.
Huh? Cheers. Yeah, I'm chill. I'm giving you cheers.
You're a big one.
Yeah. I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. I'm
He's a
almost
constructor,
there.
and I'm a key helper. His right hand. How many people you have?
50.
It varies between 30 and 40.
30.
Depends.
50?
Yeah. $50.
3 players.
Come on,
Bet.
chip. Cooperate.
Bet. 115. Call.
LG's going to bet with the ace-7, and Laser with the nuts is just going to call. Francisco with the gut shot. He's going to come along too. And that's a pretty ugly card for
Check.
Laser here.
I want to go eat barbecue after.
Check.
Barbecue?
Your trainer's going to be mad.
Why? I can eat.
400.
Yeah. You know, like from
What's
my trend,
your
right?
what's
I
your
can eat
like
everything.
goal?
You should try Chobani Greek yogurt. It's low in fat and high in protein.
No, you won't. Okay, I'm telling you, my trainer is a bodybuilder. She studied all the food.
Yeah.
So I spent like 3 months. I eat everything different, and next day morning I look at the mirror, how different my body.
Yeah.
So I figure out what can I eat. So I just cannot drink wine. It will make me puffy, you know. But like any food like chicken, pork,
Raise
everything.
it up. 1600.
Pork is the worst thing you
Everything I
can
can
eat.
eat. No, it was wrong. Huh?
Depends on the pork.
What's that?
Eat yogurt.
I don't eat yogurt.
You call?
I'm allergic with anything, milk, everything. Yeah, I'm allergic.
Lactose intolerant.
Francisco's going to raise.
problem.
I'm not ever going on
And
a
I
diet.
realized that well,
Ever.
Not really sure. I think
when
it's
I
just
eat more,
Ever.
I realize my body
kind of a reverse
I love
role
my
when
big
you're
ass.
up against
because muscle, muscle
to
state.
try to get in more
I'm
money.
going to keep it.
Yes. So I realized that.
Oh, wow. That's a big one.
You look like a Korean, not you don't look like a Taiwanese. You know that, right? That means you modify.
Yours?
I'm not lucky. I bet when I have it.
Even down here.
Korean man.
You weren't gonna bet.
You don't want a small penis?
I want it when you
She's
don't
saying
have
it.
it.
She's saying.
When you don't have it.
Yeah,
and
I
you
told
bet.
you guys what she said.
Thank you for
You don't need.
She said. She said.
You don't make your Asian feel
She
bad.
said. You did, not me.
I don't know. You can't stereotype every single Asian man.
No, I didn't.
Might be
she
most
did.
of us,
she
but
did.
not every
I'm
single one of
pointing.
us.
I'm pointing.
Blinds.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
I can't beat you.
sorry.
The third hand.
Was it?
But you can beat
puzzle
her.
pick.
Baby,
Oh, you see what he said? I can be ladies.
poker?
Who? What?
He said.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Big blind, Katie?
Yes.
What did you say? What?
So I'm good with the ladies.
That's what I said too. I'm good for ladies.
No, you're good to beat the ladies. That's what
I like
you
it or
said.
something. It's not even going to happen.
Wow.
75.
Good happy, good now. It's okay.
Boing. 75.
Boing.
Boing. Okay.
When you get the mariachi guys in here.
Totally, dude.
Every
No,
single
why
time.
don't they come in here?
Oh, I know. I kind of wish they would too. At
Where-
least for one
No,
song.
if you
The
didn't
band.
stay for half an hour, you get
Mariachi
crazy.
band.
Yeah.
It's too
Is it
loud.
out there?
Yeah,
Yeah, is it
yeah,
live
you're
or
right.
what is it?
Yeah, they're
Especially
playing up
here?
there. It's like every
100.
Tuesday
Oh
they
my
play up
God.
there.
Okay.
Too much one song. Then you cannot play.
Check.
You just want half a song.
You can. Whatever
That's
they make, I have
way
half.
more than 100.
325.
Yeah?
That's
That's
more
good.
than the
Good
pot. That's
No,
more.
no, it's not.
Jared's gonna
more
double
than
barrel with
the pot, more than
threes,
the pot.
and
Then we bet like 5 less.
it looks like Maria's probably gonna fold the way she's talking right now.
Sometimes you buy the house. You are investor.
No, we just do more mini construction.
Oh, mini construction.
So if like something like a war or something that wants
It's
to
a tricky spot to double
We
barrel.
only play
I only do certain
ace
things.
when you have an
I'm
ace.
not a general contractor.
I'd show you.
I have an
I only
ace.
do flooring.
Yeah,
I wonder
do.
what Jared's plan is here on the
That's
river
why
because he
I'm a
could be
little
getting
bit
called
confused.
often
Because I
by
have an ace.
But then I don't do
I know.
Queen
Yeah,
Jack, Queen King,
I'll show
10
you one.
Jack,
I don't fold there.
King
I
10.
don't fold there.
Oh, okay. You have some
You're just gonna
only,
show one.
especially
Yeah.
Now she's gonna turn over an ace and
No, I
continue to
haven't.
play the hand.
I see
Oh
that.
shit, you're not
You,
Chinese.
you sure? There?
I think it's the ace of clubs.
Is it
I thought I
clear?
was a real person, but I could be a fake person.
So you're not
What
Chinese.
can beat me
You
there?
can play our Chinese game. Since you David
King
Scoper.
Jack. You don't play King Jack, do you?
Chinese
You
Vietnamese.
fake.
I guess I'm fake. Yeah, I'm Chinese.
You look
Chinese
like a
Vietnamese.
little bit scared.
I am a little scared.
Little, like,
Chinese, yeah,
like a cat.
Chinese
I
Vietnamese,
have this like
maybe.
eye twitch
Yeah,
But
I
I'm
know.
fake though.
for like
So
2
I guess
weeks.
I'm.
It's like a muscle twitch. It hasn't
Don't know what I
stopped.
am.
It's like
I
constant.
don't know what I am.
All right, fold.
So the positive
Yeah, she's too good. Just say it. Say it.
You're too good.
Okay,
You
thank
got me.
Where's the twitch?
Yeah, I was gonna tell you about it. It's in my eyelid.
Okay. So let me tell you the
It's insane.
positive of that.
Yeah, well,
Jared,
I know like general
Jared,
like muscle twitches.
It's too much cocaine. Stop the
Oh,
cocaine.
yeah, that's it.
Do you do cocaine?
Stress from
Oh my god.
Right.
dry eye
Not on TV, I hope.
and habit.
No, we don't.
You know
either.
what? I'll
We
bet
don't
it's
do
dry eye
cocaine
because
on
I have
TV.
this,
That's like a rule.
It's really insane, seriously.
First
though,
rule.
like this, the lower part of my eyelid,
I don't take a
literally
drug.
like a constant twitch.
Not on
I
TV.
usually get muscle
No
twitch
drugs?
sometimes when I'm really tired.
I try to
It lasts
like
like a
do
day.
weed sometimes.
is
I can't do
nonstop.
it. I get so nauseous. I get
don't
like
think
that's the other
dizzy,
thing. That doesn't
nauseous,
increase with that.
and
Most people
hungry.
do a drug because
You know what
they
I
are not
had?
happy person.
I had
I-
surgery on
I'm
my
okay, I'm
eyelids
good.
3 times. I had ptosis.
Yeah, but if you're happy, if you're in a happy place and you
So when
do
I was, like, a
drugs,
little
you
kid,
get more happy, right? If you're in like a bad place when you do drugs, you
Walk around like this.
isn't it
See something,
like
you cut
that?
'em, you know, and
Huh?
shoved it.
No.
I've heard that.
Now my right eye, when I'm sleeping,
What happened?
Everyone folds to you.
Yeah,
stays open.
100.
100 to
Maybe
go.
my eye gets really dry. Kind of weird.
I'm a girl.
But I've never had this happen.
You're a girl.
I won. The girl won. The girl
I'm
won.
gonna go to the doctor soon.
How you did? That's good.
Thank you.
How you feeling?
I was in with 2,000 only, and I cashed 7,900.
So you
all around. Okay.
By now,
No, I won 5,900. I won.
Buying 2K, cash out 79, so 59.
Oh, 59.
Yeah.
How to understand your English?
Is it bad?
Yeah, let me know what I should do
I
after.
thought my English was kind of good.
I only go to the city industry office.
Yeah, I can come up there though. Yeah.
But that's only because we were sitting here, 4 people
At the
playing.
course there, I love it. Yeah.
And that Daniel guy wanted to win. He lost the big one to you, and then he was like, oh, he needs to play every hand to win, and then he was kind of leading the chips.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I lost a lot of balls.
In for 75.
He said he's doing that for a living.
Squish with an
Yeah,
interesting spot
I
here.
don't know. I have no idea.
Just gonna
I don't
call.
know what he does. I play with him in tournaments, big tournaments, and he's
Funny. He
and
keep
he's
offer me, I have a hotel room, you can go.
yeah.
And
He has a wife. He has a wife.
550.
I know.
Johnny with ace king is
He has
gonna
a
make a
wife.
big squeeze here.
I met his wife.
550. Like his sizing.
Definitely the wine.
Maybe could make it a little bit smaller, but
No, yeah. When you sleep in my bed, she's like, no, I want to go home. I sleep in my bed. No, but he has a wife, and you're saying this now. No, he has a wife. I'm telling you. No, I'm
I got
telling
one
you.
more. I got Giovanni.
That was off camera. Kitty, that was off camera. Now you're saying
I got Giovanni.
she'd be fine.
Because
He offered you. I wouldn't be fine at all. I would be fucking mad. You know
looks
what I
like
mean?
Squish is thinking about it.
You would be mad too if you saw your husband doing that to me. Your
I think
husband
his
like,
hand is a
yeah, I
little
have
bit
an
too
hotel.
weak being
Yeah,
off
but
suit.
you know what I
if
mean.
my husband do once cheating on me, I do 10 times. So
And we haven't
Hey, we should be playing the show once.
seen Johnny make too many moves
You do
pre-flop.
10 times. Okay, I'm not like
Although he
like
did
that.
get in
I'm
4,000
just, like,
against me
trying
with
to
pocket
keep the
fours
balance that I'm
couple weeks
faithful,
ago.
he's faithful, we're good to each other. I'm not like if he does it, I do it 10 times. That's not a good mentality at all.
I'm joking.
Yeah, that's not a good
But when he's
mentality.
cheating, it's okay. I just leave. That's all.
It's not okay
Why? Just leave.
because it shouldn't be okay.
I mean, but we are human beings. We
Yeah.
are machines. We make a mistake. People make a mistake.
Yeah, but it's not that easy.
Especially so many pretty
For
girls
me, it's not
in
that
the
easy.
poker room, the men cannot handle themselves.
Yes, they can. Of course they can. Of course they can.
That's your fantasy, right?
Of course.
But they don't.
Oh my God, of course they can. Oh my
Just take
God.
my money. Just take my money.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Seriously?
I made
I-
a new generation.
I'm like, yeah, if my nipple is showing, it's like they're going to lose. Is it like that? Because then I'm going to do it.
I call. I call.
130.
It's so, you can't say it like that. That's not fair.
We've seen many.
That's not
many-
fair. That's
Many
not fair
movies
for
in my life.
anybody. You've
Trust
seen
me.
enough nipples.
Enough of them.
See
Enough,
many and you'll see many more.
enough nipples.
Well, you know what they say about them. If you've seen one, you've seen them both.
Okay, next time I'm going to wear a dress and it's going to be a corset and a see-through. See what happens then.
My parents run the business for a whole long time.
See
So
if
all their
the-
friends, businessmen, they all have a second wife, so girlfriend for girlfriend. So I already used to all the men look like Sen. 100% all the men are Sen.
Okay.
Same.
Sen.
No, my God, no. No.
So, honestly, man, then why did you get married?
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't.
I still believe it though.
So, they're all the same.
I don't get it.
I said if I fail, it's
I'm
okay,
like
but
into
I
the
still
marriage
believe it,
for
though.
love. I'm
Does
not
you
into
think-
marriage
Hundred.
for.
You think your husband has a second wife and a third girlfriend and fourth?
He cannot afford. Why is it?
Ooh.
Why is it spend too much already? If it was second wife, he go faster.
Second
my
last
God.
to go Busto.
Oh my God. So interesting.
He's
I
a
think
Fibonacci,
about marriage in a whole
by the
different
way.
way.
What do you think?
I'm very faithful, and I hope he's
600.
faithful to me, and I'm good to him, and he's good to me. You know? Yeah, Yeah, but most, I can't say like we can't generalize.
Nobody called?
Everybody.
I believe in being faithful too.
I believe in love. That's what I do. I don't believe in
Magic
like everybody is like run by nature and uses their old brain like fucking everybody. You know, I don't believe in that.
Well, no, I
anymore.
don't. I just say, but
No.
my friend, if they fuck around, mess
Clearly,
around,
she's never been to Italy.
And you're gonna fuck 10 more. That's what it is.
I mean,
Okay.
they're just a human being. I understand human body work.
No, because we have a new brain and an old brain. If you study science, you will understand it in a different way.
I know what you're saying.
You understand?
Brain and old brain. Did you read a book about that? I swear I read that somewhere.
Amygdala, you know
Yeah.
the old,
Oh,
old
yeah,
part?
no, I
Yeah,
know
I know
that.
all about the brains and
Yeah,
how
it's
it
like
works.
instinctive
Yeah.
part, and then you got your conscious part for sure.
Yeah. And we are not there anymore that we need to spread our genes all over the place. We have a selection of what we want, where we want to spread our genes, you know? The brain is a little bit more developed today than it was.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay, you know what I mean, so I don't
I know
need to
exactly what
explain.
you mean. Yeah, you're preaching to the choir.
You can say I don't believe in God. I believe in Darwin, so
Same.
yeah.
Jared tries to spread his seeds everywhere.
No, I think when I believe in love, I believe in soulmates.
You don't believe in God?
No, I believe in science and natural selection and evolution, and yeah, it's all like written there if you wanna like have a peek at it.
What do you think is after you die? Is something else or no? You believe something or is something?
Do you wanna know? Really? You wanna go there?
Oh, yeah, I want
Oh
to
my
know,
God.
what do you think what's after you die?
I speak to dead people. I can say that much. So I know it's a life after death.
You speak dead people?
I speak to dead people.
75.
What?
Okay, now it got weird. Now the whole table got weird. The soul travels. And if you die a certain way, and if
Jared
you
with the
die
ace king, I'm gonna
unexpected,
squeeze the button.
your soul get lost somewhere. You know? And then
But do you think after you die there is a better life than here or no?
I think you are judged by the life you have today with the next travel passed on.
No deal. Nobody gives me any action. I need to loosen up.
I didn't get any either.
Good luck, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, I should have made it
6, 7 jack.
2 and bro.
I really believe in God.
Okay. That's
What
fine.
God though?
It's a greater power. We all need to believe in something greater than ourselves. And somebody wants to call it God. Somebody
God
wants to call it
created me.
Buddha,
You believe in the
or
Christian God?
Allah, or a greater power, or
Doesn't
the
matter which
universe,
religion.
or
Oh, yeah, no, I
whatever.
know.
I believe a God created me.
Yes.
That's
I
fine.
don't believe in religions, but I believe in God.
That's
I can
fine.
respect that.
Yeah. We need to respect that. People are different.
Everybody can believe whatever they think.
For sure. I grew up very religious.
Yeah, me too.
What do
But
you believe?
Not
He's a Mormon.
You believe in
He
God?
was a Mormon.
I say I don't know. I don't
no,
believe
you
or
now
don't
you're like
I'm
being.
agnostic.
You are.
Alright,
so
Laser Vision docks up 2,000, the big winner tonight, and
You know what I mean? There's no
Squish up 900, and then Guido
You see
down
evidence of
1,800
other
is
stuff.
the
That's
biggest
the
loser.
problem.
Everyone else is
You know,
pretty
like
close to
study
even.
too much.
I'm uncertain.
He's
How
seen
about
evidence of bad
that? Am I
beats.
allowed to be uncertain? Yeah, I have.
Yeah,
seen
yeah,
bad beats.
Yeah.
That is a fact.
That's pretty fun.
Do you believe in those?
I do.
We haven't had too much action tonight. We had a couple of coolers between Maria and Laser Doc,
You raised to 300.
and this is a pretty sick hand here. Jared just flatted the jacks against Guido's open. Pretty interesting. And then Laser Doc with aces and makes a pretty small 3-bet on the button.
I don't like the game today.
Well, I think we'll at least see Jared come along.
Every day.
I gave
Just fucking every day.
I gave up $2 grand.
All right, Duck.
Guido's gonna fold, and Jared's probably gonna go ahead and call and see a flop.
All right, I'm in.
What they tell you about the live?
So you just gotta make a comment like that. and then
Different
you
things.
get loose call from
Yeah,
that.
Most of them are very,
Told me to, and I followed.
they're lost.
Lucky
You
flop
know,
for Jared.
annoyed or like really
Should
stressed
be able to
out.
just get away from it here. But Laser checks back the aces.
They
It's a
want me to
pretty
help
good
them
play.
to move on. You know, you can help them to move on. That's all.
And I think Jared's just gonna be looking to take his hand to showdown here.
It's a certain kind of way that you do it
Check,
to
really?
make them move on. Yeah.
3. You don't get scared.
I get scared. I get scared a lot. Yeah.
See if Jared can figure this one out.
Many of them are really scary.
And many of them that are good.
Does look like he's gonna peel one off.
Mostly no. Mostly no.
Yeah, now a king on the river, another overcard to Jared's jacks.
Francisco's a bad person.
No, he says oh shit. I started seeing people when I was very young.
Check.
I started seeing, smelling, feeling, hearing, all my
See what kind of
senses.
sizing Laser takes.
So I need to
It's hard for Jared to have too much of a
do
hand,
a lot of
having all the
cleansing,
aces.
soul cleansing,
three of them.
physical cleansing,
Do you think-
sound
Do you
cleansing,
think you have
and
peace
pocket
in your
aces?
life? Do you think you have peace
no,
in your life?
I don't have peace. It's always somebody there.
I think it's pretty hard
Nagging.
for
Maybe because you
Doc to be bluffing here.
Maybe.
Yeah, but it,
God give you a
Have
lot
to have some
of
kind of
peace in
suited
your life.
connectors.
You really believe it and you trust Him. Your life change for it.
yeah, so you think all the souls go away?
Fold, but
No. No. You're meant to do, or you're meant to hear, or you're meant to be whatever your life gives you, right? It's like that.
It's like Jared's trying to get a read.
It's like that. You are given what you can take. You're like a soldier. You're given what you can take in your
Seems
life.
so hard to have the best hand here, I think.
When I decided
Doc is mostly going to bluff the flop when he doesn't have it.
the most successful
But-
of my life.
So you started believing when you were older?
This
That's what
check
you're
bet
saying,
bet
because
line
of
seems
something?
pretty strong to me.
When I start believing Him,
And when?
when I said like 10 years ago.
Yeah, why?
all right, back
Because
off.
you were in a situation
Jared does look it
that
up.
was...
And he's going to get the bad news.
Nice hand.
That's it?
Oh, I don't know, and I'm
That's
so
all you
sorry
had?
that I over. No, it's always a situation. If it's like in an adult age,
Man, yeah, I knew it.
You don't
it's
even
always a
That was my
reason.
really my divorce.
Yeah, it's always a reason. That's what I'm saying. It's always a reason.
No, but no.
No, because you need a support.
Yeah, hey, hey,
Wait
wait a second.
Power.
Where's my share in
Actually,
that?
the power.
They call king, right?
And
Perfect, thank
he
you.
been done. He been
Wait a
He's
second.
the best. You don't have to be
kind
worried.
me and,
Nice hand, man. I'm so close to folding. Should have
Wow.
folded. Loose call. Yeah.
I think he called a king. Most likely. No, he called a king a river. He didn't even have ace.
75.
I did not have it.
The only way you call that long is only king.
Worse than the king.
Yeah, thank you. We will see.
Just had a
on
feeling, and it
Sunday.
was wrong. Bad feeling.
It's gonna be hot. Not
what do
for
you
me.
think is better in this life? Healthy, money, what?
Health.
Is
Health.
something better than health?
And kids, my kids. I
The
live for
stream
my
is going to be
kids.
going till 10 p.m.
Something better than health.
Mark from CT.
Happiness, love, universal power.
You have a kid? Are they cute?
Nicole.
That's
What?
some-
Are
I would
they-
hope so.
that's something
So
better
we got
than
all the
health.
action
Yeah.
here.
Father, of course.
Love, love,
No, love.
Looks like Johnny opened,
affection,
Guido called,
gratitude,
Jared called, and then Squish squeezed the button with Jack 10 suited, and everyone called.
gratitude.
No, we don't talk about. Oh my God. One something.
Gratitude.
When I tell you, you're gonna say you're right.
Check.
See, if Squish does bet this flop, he's going to win the hand, but
Gratitude.
4 ways, it's got to be pretty tough. He does have a backdoor flush draw
Yeah, this
and
is
a backdoor
very
straight
big.
draw.
Don't talk about serious conversation.
No,
It's a pretty
this is
interesting
so-
card. Ace
Yeah.
of
You can be
diamonds.
held and you don't have no peace.
Johnny actually with the best hand with king high.
Universal force is long.
Everything.
Jared and Guido's hand both counterfeited, and Squish with jack high. I think my money is on Squish winning this pot.
Write that down.
Okay.
I'm thinking this like
Lesson?
no, seminar. You guys heard of
Yeah, this is a
I'm
seminar.
taking a 3-day course on discovery. And the hours
See if anyone takes a stab at this.
8 a.m. to 10 p.m. 3 days.
Check.
The evening.
Jared and Guido both know they can't win. And Squish with the best position. Everyone checked all the way to the river. I'd like to see him make a pretty small bet here.
You? No.
Just try to fold out king high, queen high.
It's not fun. When you have a hobby and play serious, they are different.
This
You know?
I don't think he has to bet too much,
Trumpet is a
and
little bit
he just gives up.
7.
Yeah, you fold
Or wait, the action was still on Jared, so Jared actually turns his hand into a bluff here. 700.
Every time my friend wants to be a poker player,
775.
it's like not a human job, like so stressed.
It is stressful.
And you cannot plan for successful.
Dirtbag.
Even you try so hard.
No, yeah.
That's a dirtbag move. That was a dirtbag move.
It's called the move, dirtbag.
Oh, that was a dirtbag move.
So I
Johnny with the king. I think he knows his hand might be good, but he folds it.
take it. By the time I
freaking
There's only so
dirtbag.
many pocket pairs I beat.
You got me so
and I'm like trying so hard to play.
I know.
you're upkeep, son.
And then I was the last person to get knocked out on day 1. Like hand by hand.
Nice hand, bro.
But I don't want to wait 3 more days and be low stack. Day 2, right?
No, it's not the way you
Show a dirtbag one time. One
All
time.
right, dirtbag.
Oh!
Had to do it. Had to do it.
Eight
Jared shows the
cards.
Seriously,
bluff.
I'm thinking 7s, 8s,
Wow.
something I
Good job. Good job. We need to say good job. That was a good job.
No.
I went on
Yeah,
hero
it was a good
calling
job.
you, and I
Yes,
tried
it was
to set
good.
a bluff.
Stop it. It was a good job.
You have a knife?
It's a good bluff by Jared. I don't think that many players would be capable of bluffing there.
Yeah, the king high. He will beat him with the 8 high. That's the thing. I will
Yeah, if you were heads
call.
up, maybe you do
I will call.
Yeah, heads up, I call.
Yeah, yeah.
He's sitting behind me. I don't know what he has.
No.
Everybody's checking it down. Everybody's trying to be sneaky.
I shove there, you still call
But
it.
still have a call king have a trust.
Huh? He wouldn't call a shove.
Free
What
flush,
are you
you mean?
talking
No,
about?
Heads
no,
up,
no,
heads
no,
up, I
no,
call
no,
him.
on the
Heads
river.
up, I think I call him.
No, no.
A shove we can call.
I had nothing.
I think I had pocket 8s.
Yeah, I
No,
know,
yeah,
it's
but
ace, 9, 9.
Yeah, yeah, that-
Oh,
He
yeah,
has
yeah, yeah,
eight
yeah, yeah,
high,
yeah.
man. That's,
I knew it.
that's so. Did you erase again?
75. 300.
Well, Maria with jacks on the
No.
button. She's going to 3-bet.
Now. Now.
Put down tail.
Now.
Oh, no, he called.
It's my. Yeah, shit. What are you doing? Why are you calling?
Sorry, strong arm. It's hard to talk over all the table talk.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3005.
Can't resist.
Three-way action.
Three-way action.
Check.
Check. Check.
600.
600 is a bet.
Jared with top pair, top kicker, and
Should have just folded.
wow, Maria bets and Johnny calls, so now
Ooh.
Jared's going to be able to get away.
Check.
Check that today.
Okay.
Now you need
Check.
8s.
Yeah.
River.
I was teasing one day that I was running so bad that I wasn't even catching flop lag.
Yeah.
Check.
Not even getting
Check.
there on
Check.
the second one.
Check's good.
It's a totally different deck.
I didn't like your like snap
I
calling
thought
me there. You see, snap calling freaks me
Yeah,
out. So now you know my weakness. Snap calling freaks me out. I can do it. Then I can move
That's what I
on.
had when I told you that jack.
Little
some reason
Norwegian
that-
wuss.
I was like, he either has aces,
I have yeah, but he
you had
snaps.
aces, yeah.
He snaps so hard, you know.
no, jacks. Yeah, not that
Shot
good.
a
of a hand.
$100.
But
Usually I would just
it
fold.
was a
Action,
snap
we
call.
start on C4.
I know, I'm crazy, right?
Thank you, Maria.
You're welcome.
Straddle's 100.
Yeah.
You
action-
scared
action,
me,
turn on
man.
four,
Don't
turn
scare
on
me
five.
like that.
Straddle.
Yeah, exactly. You gave me such a good price. You suckered me in.
Who?
for
Me
sure.
or you?
No,
Him?
100.
yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot your first name again. Robert, that's right.
Straddle 100, Maria.
He's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
one who got me
okay.
in that hand just
Okay.
now. You were he called, so I had to call.
That
Straddle?
wasn't good, Sam.
Yeah.
No, in blind straddle, right?
Yeah, it's a straddle. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a straddle.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
straddle.
Wait,
Okay,
so what
normal
about you?
No, it actually
straddled
starts on
here.
the left of the
So
straddle.
straddle and then goes this way because he straddled right here.
Yeah.
Because he missed. Yeah, he could
it's
straddle
a
from any
split
position.
straddle.
Yeah. So the minimum is 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I straddle with 50, like
Right.
in the
You can
beginning.
straddle to more amount.
No, I'm just
50
saying.
is the minimum.
Yeah. He's on tilt. I should.
I take it.
I'm on tilt.
Yeah, no.
Check, heads up.
You only have like 3,000 behind, so. I'm kidding. It's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, man. Don't be mad.
Not quite sure what happened here. I think LG raised.
No, he cares.
Or yeah, he did raise.
How much wine has he had so far? That's how much.
Yeah, the lot of wine. Yeah, the lot of wine.
Not 100% sure what the pre-flop action here is, but Johnny flops top pair and he's gonna bet.
300.
And LG with just a gut shot looks interested. He's gonna raise.
Oh my God, it's gonna be.
This puts Johnny in a really tough spot here with 10-3.
Yeah.
Call.
Big one.
Heads up.
It's not a small dick now. It's a big one.
I'm all in.
All in.
Wow, Johnny calls, hits a 3
Oh
and shoves.
wow! You snap fold, huh? What? Yeah. Really? A3? Oh, come on. I'm getting a headache now.
So how much do it's a 60 if you want to come in, or you can straddle 100.
We're gonna watch that hand.
Thank you. You can straddle 100.
I wish I was there. See, I wish I was there. Seriously.
Straddle 100 on 60.
Shit.
Pretty sick cooler last hand, 10-3 versus Jack 6.
Rah, 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 rah.
That's what she said.
Yeah, barking. Rah, rah, rah.
Action starts on Johnny. 100
Huh?
straddle. Action starts on now.
Who's straddling now?
Francisco.
Me.
Why?
Because I make,
Did you look at your
More
hand?
action.
Johnny
I
first.
make a big slide.
Oh, that's one. You didn't look
you
at your
there
hand,
today?
did you?
Are you there today? Why? So what you here? Play poker?
Sunday's my only day.
Oh, really?
Straddle.
So what time you work every day?
About 2 to 11.
Raise it up. 350.
Want to go eat after? But I want to go eat like 10:30.
You want to steal my straddle? Okay, let me see.
Yeah, tell me what it
He
because
doesn't want to steal. He
the
wants
last
to
order.
play.
Francisco with a $100 straddle here, and LG's gonna raise it to 350.
I don't like it.
I buy you. Last time you buy me. I buy you this time.
$1.
I don't know. Do you want to turn it on? Or? Touch me. Touch me. He's like, no, no, no. I don't want to do it. You're so funny. What's going on? Did you see him? He was so professional. He was like.
Well, yeah, he has to be professional.
Looks like Wayne's turned the mic down.
See that? Am I scary or something?
They just had the sexual harassment training a couple days.
Oh, come on. I would never, ever.
So he got better
That's
at
what
it.
Ever. You know, when we're women playing poker, we can't think about that. That's like way out. If we start thinking like sexual harassment, we're done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
75.
We can just do something else. Go home and watch some clothes or something. You know? You can't just, you know what I mean, right?
I do know.
I dance with
You dance with me?
Heads up.
Mucho dancing? Salsa? Or tango?
Yeah, I let you kill yourself.
Salsa or tango?
Whatever.
Check.
150.
150.
Salsa or tango?
I think
Raise.
it's.
450. Raise.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
950.
Salsa or tango?
Wow, these guys are
Or hang,
really clicking buttons here in this flop.
hang yourself.
Oh my God. What's going on? Now I need to pee, but I can't. I need to pee.
This feels like a hand from about 10 years ago, where people would just put in 5 bets on the flop.
Probably advisable.
Yeah.
Mute button.
Yeah, but
You can mute it. You can just
But you
hit
can make
this
it-
I
button.
can.
But you
Is
can make it
it,
This
entertaining.
button.
is it good for the? It's good for the show to pee.
Call.
See this? Just hit
I'm just kidding.
So Johnny's gonna 3-bet the flop with King 10, and then somehow he's gonna get value.
How much?
I'm going to take it off.
Alright, good.
So how the bet buy?
He checked, yeah.
1500.
1500.
Johnny's really just pounding away with the king 10. And Francisco doesn't look like he wants to fold.
No, that's not
I hope not. That's good for your shoulder.
Not sure how this pot got so big.
Wow. It's a big one, as we say, as we'll say.
Can I get your phone number so I can invite
Yeah.
you both?
Yeah. Me or him?
Both. One ladies night, one the Taiwanese kids.
Yeah. Who's coming?
Just
Listen.
mind
away,
if
guys,
you
with the phone.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm just okay.
Just turn around. Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. Phone number? Okay.
Yeah. Just add the contact. Phone number.
I'm just gonna. What do you want me, Maria Blondie or Maria Poker or
Whatever you want.
Maria C cup? What do you want?
Are
C
you?
cup, Maria C cup.
Do you have a C cup?
Yeah,
Okay.
C
I think
cup.
Francisco's just thinking here that he
Okay.
can beat all the draws.
Then it's done. Maria C cup.
He doesn't want to let his top pair go.
It's next one.
Push it.
It's good to like.
Call
You
15,
need
let's go in
to.
regardless.
Yeah.
Are you calling me?
Yes, this is going
What
on.
is- No, you need to add.
Add
She's a woman. She.
yeah, just add on my phone.
All in.
Wow,
my
he's going to
God.
go with it.
Call how many times?
And Johnny's going to snap call.
7-5.
King J, Francisco?
King 3.
King 10.
Oh wow.
Johnny just gets sick value here with king 10
How
suited.
can you go all in with King 3 offsuit there?
15. 2000.
I just got my jaw just
24.
went out of proportion.
This was a pretty ridiculous hand.
3000 and change. 3015, right?
I'm just like chewing my lips now.
Yeah.
Is that Lim Tao or what?
24,
Shadow?
Lip balm.
29, 3000 and 15.
No,
That's 3000.
You didn't shuttle that hand?
Yeah.
No.
What's
What
going
in
on
Modi
with
said?
it?
That one.
Oh, that was the hand
$15
before?
more.
Alright.
My bad.
Good hand, buddy.
We both gamble. My hand wasn't that strong.
You have a value hand, you have a value hand, how can you gamble?
Oh my god.
Do you know how
Still
to
scared.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I don't know.
Yeah. Wobbling.
Need a hairbrush. I'm like scratching my head.
That's how
Okay.
we play here, though.
Okay. That's how
That's how we play here.
okay, I didn't know
You
that.
play very different when you're outside.
No, but that's how me and him play all the time, though.
Yeah.
That's,
Really?
yeah.
Okay. Can I
We
come
both say,
in
yeah, that's how we
with
play.
that place? I'm coming in.
When Thomas?
I'm coming. I promise. Next time.
Let me see how much I'm gonna play.
Not now. Ooh. Hiya. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
What's a garden
You can
fighting?
style that.
Good?
Yeah, it's always really good.
Raise
I've been,
What
I've
is
been
that?
having like
What is
5,
that?
10, 20, and 20, 40 there. That's really good too.
Is the Jack of Hearts?
Yeah.
The bigger one that's 2040 is private for the first hour.
And the
then anyway
what
you
is
play.
this? It's like a fossil.
No, just
You play that one?
I buy in Australia.
Yeah, but is it like
Doesn't seem like
Taiwan thing to be?
my uncle plays.
No,
It's probably
it's just
crazy.
no. Okay.
Just a
Yeah,
family.
yeah. Oh, you're
No, because sometimes we, in Norway we believe in trolls.
hilarious.
You know, in the
Oh,
forest.
that's cool.
They kept with the
Yeah,
rock,
he's
go
the,
inside.
Yeah, the snail. Okay, so it's
Yeah,
the
he
same.
plays.
Yeah, yeah.
He plays in the 5-10 game with me.
That's what.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How often do you
Hundreds
play?
of hours with him. I play a few times a week at Garden.
Oh, yeah?
When I'm in town and there's no party.
Can you like
I love
Do that
that.
every day.
do it a little bit more,
A little bit more, alright.
or
Totally.
change my seat, or I'm going there. Can we change?
No, you gotta play different, though. Look at you would never do that on King 10.
No, you're right. Because I'm not that bad of a player.
Ouch. No, we're just crazy
No,
players.
seriously.
No, we're both just
Yeah,
crazy
so I'm saying I'm a better player. I would never do that.
players. I agree. No,
Sorry.
yeah, no,
I'm sorry for saying that.
No, you're
He
absolutely right.
lives in Huntington Beach too.
But that's why
Check.
us new players get more
Check.
action, right?
Check.
I am an
Check.
action player, but I'm not stupid.
75.
It's like a difference. Like in my head, I have a block. The block says no, and the block says yes. It's like in between the blocks.
Heads up.
Right? Yes and no, and you have a block in between. Everybody has a block,
Check.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, block.
150.
A wall of yes and a wall of no, and yes and no has a wall in between.
Francisco's gonna chase the flush draw.
And you don't want to climb over
And,
that wall. It's
turns a
like
gutter as
really
well.
Beneficial.
River's an ace. Francisco misses.
No, I'm just saying.
315.
Block it. Block it.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, they look good.
One straw, Francisco?
Huh?
One straw? Who did they lose to?
No.
They lost to
You?
Yeah, exactly.
I showed my cards.
Oh, he was here.
I won.
It's a long season. Yeah.
I was waiting for him to come.
I'm back on track.
They still, I think if they win, they still have the best record.
Big number, yeah? Sorry.
Yeah.
You wish, huh?
It was a bad
Sort
one.
of surprising. I wasn't sure if they would be that good right off the bat.
What is that?
Made a nice comeback, but
Okay, yeah. Just don't put it like on the table.
Check.
Check.
Okay. 4 pairs.
No, nothing.
Check.
Check.
Check. Check. Okay. Check. Check.
I don't have none of that shit.
50.
Oh, thanks. Oh, it's coming to me. Yeah, you gave it to me, right? Kind of a sign, right? I'm not gonna follow the sign.
Heads up.
I'm not gonna follow the path. Damn it.
Check. Check.
7. 7
Better
queen.
7.
Yeah, it's a chop.
Oh,
Yeah.
chop it up.
Wow. You never lose, do you? I never seen you lose once, ever. No, I never seen him lose one hand.
first hand. Auto kick.
I never seen him lose, ever. When he has a bad hand, he still get a chop.
Or yeah, or chop, yeah.
Where? Huh? Yeah, angry. It's true.
Just ask him about
Yeah.
yogurt. That's the only way to get him talking.
Yeah.
Only a specific brand.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. You're sponsored by that brand. I'm going live on bike. Do you want to sponsor me? I'm gonna tell you what you have.
You have a very good working relationship.
Okay.
80.
It's funny. I need to pee. I'm gonna wait after the
250.
button. That's not a 250 hand.
How much you playing, boss? 2 for your hands?
He doesn't have much left, so.
Okay. Thank you.
Jag kommer. Jag kommer nästan här. Jag kommer du.
Check.
Jag lever och
Check.
kommer, baby. Have you heard it? Nope. Swedish.
Check. Check.
Oh, boom. Ay, ay, ay. All those nines. Nice. Is it going to be ugly or pretty? Ugly. Ugly. Ugly is coming.
Bet 400.
Ugly
Call.
is coming.
Queen high.
Queen high
Yeah.
and ace high. Why didn't I just play my bad hand?
Okay.
Queen what? Queen jack? Oh,
Not good enough to take it down.
no, I'm just offy.
It's a safe running.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's easy. 8, 3, 9, 9, 9. I need a toilet. Bathroom break.
Don't you have one that you
No,
carry?
I'm going now.
Public toilet or
Yeah, I'm going off to this one. Huh? No, I don't want it. I asked if it's good for the show.
80.
Nobody answered, so I'm guessing
No, it's not.
I'm just...
People have forgot before I've gone into the bathroom with an off mute. It's funny.
Huh?
So people have forgot on accident to go into
No,
the bathroom
yeah.
and don't mute themselves.
I think they mute it, right?
No, I
If
would
they
never-
notice,
I
but
would
like I've been
never
like,
forget that.
you're not noticing, you hear like, peeing sounds and such, and it's like, somebody did not mute their mic.
I'm putting it here. You can,
Oh,
somebody
shit.
wants it? I'm talking way too much anyway.
You're not going to the restroom in the middle of the hand, are you?
Three
No,
players.
I just need
She's
to
prepping.
be
She's
really
going right after this hand. Yeah.
Check.
I have a lot of fans.
Yeah. Take it.
You check it this high. Check. Maria.
Rob, you go IQ, laser vision.
175 is the bet.
Maria's gonna go ahead and bluff with airball here.
Represent
He
IQ
wants you
laser
to give a
vision.
promo for his laser
I don't know, can you
plays.
give a promo,
Exactly.
please? Can you speak in his mic and promote his IQ laser vision?
Check. Maria will bet 175.
He's already taken by the yogurt company.
Check.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure we can work out a deal.
Check.
Do I get a
Check.
10% commission?
For what? For my winnings?
Yeah. No, I mean for all the deals.
For all the deals. So you're the house now? You're the house now? I think you're doing very well, courtesy of your double up
Craziness.
there.
That was a crazy
They
play.
didn't, yeah. Nobody can put you on that.
That was a crazy one.
The king 10, yeah.
Yeah, man, you showed. I mean, you had the best hand at Jack High.
King 10.
No, when you showed the three. You understand?
I think that was a bluff. That was a bluff.
God.
That was the three was a pair, right?
The 3 came on the river.
Three was a pair, yeah. So you
Okay.
still have the best
But
hand. Jack
why,
High.
but why move so much in 3?
You might just have a two-pair.
You might not have.
Don't try to figure out Johnny.
You're bluffing with the best hand.
Don't figure out Johnny. Johnny's the worst player here.
Don't try to figure it
I
out.
think Johnny has Johnny figured out.
It's called
That's what I'm
But
saying.
you saying, I don't know.
Johnny,
Depends
Johnny.
what you have. You check, I shove, I don't even, three, I don't even
Oh.
call it.
Check.
I think you
I might call. I called with 5 high
Option.
before.
Check.
I called with 5 high before.
Got a limp spot here with some
You're
pretty
like a
weak
Del
hands.
High?
I'll confirm by mistake.
5 high?
Oh yeah, he thought he had a straight.
It was a mistake.
I called 6,000 with 5 high.
It was a mistake, right?
That was a mistake.
Yeah, mistake.
Little too much, maybe?
you have a straight.
It was far from a straight.
It's like 6,000. How much? I don't remember.
I need a runner to get it straight.
Plus 5,000 something. Yeah, like 5,000.
Why don't you play 5?
There's 5 high.
Suited.
But I'm
If you
forgetting
open,
that
it's
$5.
And that was far from a straight.
Not
Very
far.
The
Not far.
NBA in LA now.
Huh?
NBA ticket
card
every
straight.
day.
There's NBA games pretty much every day, yeah.
Every day.
There's 2 teams in LA, so there's games in LA very often.
It's the one or the one.
They're both teams are really good. Yeah, it's really fun to go to for sure.
The Clippers are favored to win
The two favorites.
pre-draft.
You Vegas, you guys got 2 teams now. You guys got the Knights, and then you guys got the Raiders.
Yeah, football team coming
Right?
in.
And hockey.
The Golden Knights were
Yeah,
good.
Knights, right? Yeah. Didn't they win the Stanley Cup?
Yeah, for sure.
Did they win? Oh, maybe they did.
They went to the finals and lost.
They lost.
Oh, they lost. I thought they
The
won.
first year they were a team, they missed, which never happens.
Yeah.
You know, it's basically impossible. But
They're opening next year, right?
the Raiders, yeah, next season they go to Vegas. Yeah, this is their last year in Oakland.
I thought they won Stanley Cup. No?
Lost in the finals.
Oh,
You know Warriors playing tomorrow.
No idea.
Check. You're a Warriors fan?
either way, it's
Check.
garbage.
Oh.
Either way, it's
I think
garbage.
they're playing the Clippers because the Lakers play Friday, and
It's a garbage game
I
either way.
doubt they have a home game.
You don't have
Friday
Stephen
after
Curry.
that,
You don't
and
got
then another
Curry.
one,
You got
but
nobody. It's all bunch of scrubs.
I think Draymond Green's coming back soon.
Well, they got ejected yesterday.
Who? Oh, he played yesterday? Oh. 'Cause I knew he was coming back. I'm really disappointed. I'm going to the Clippers Pelican game, and the no Zion.
Yeah,
Ball's
that's-
hurt. Ingram's hurt too? Oh my God, it's garbage time.
Drop it on the Clippers.
What's that?
Drop the 1,000 on the Clippers.
They won't cover it. They covered yesterday though.
You bet they don't cover?
No, it's hard to know with the Clippers. It depends if they want to put the effort. They're going to win the game. It's just whether they're going to raise.
I did. Too late.
No, it's not too late yet. But
50.
Doctor. Your fellow Taiwanese person.
Laser Doc's starting to open it up here, raising the 8-6 suited from +1.
I thought you came here to make friends, not enemies.
Yeah, she could've
Kitty's
made it
gonna
500
3-bet the
round.
6-7 suited.
Give you $200.
Kitty seems to be the most willing to squeeze pre-flop and make some lighter 3-bets. Whereas everyone else has been pretty content playing passively and just seeing a lot of flops. And Jared had an interesting spot with ace-queen, just decides to go with the cold call.
Check. Okay. Check around.
Now Jared with the best hand with ace high. Let's see if Laser or Kitty tries to seal the pot.
Check. Check.
Kitty's gonna go for it. It's pretty interesting for Jared. Kitty's not repping a lot. She's trying to say she has maybe queens, kings, or aces here. Seems very unlikely for her to have a 10 or a jack here. And Jared blocked aces and queens. But he does go ahead and fold.
Friends, huh?
wow.
Nothing,
About
right?
that.
Nothing.
7 high.
Good bluff by Kitty.
Come on, I play the king same way. You know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I know.
You know that.
Maybe if we were heads up, I call you.
Is that? It's probably not called.
Maybe. I don't know. How do you find?
I know.
Shout out Rick Jackson in the chat.
80.
I think I have a best hand, so I can block. Poker is about position, right?
That's why
I did have the best
poker is
position.
about position.
And the worst hand.
Poker is about position. Heads up.
Maybe I should ask my husband something like watch NBA, so I can play poker again.
That's a good idea. If you like basketball, yeah.
Because I don't want to leave him too long.
Right.
I think that's a pretty good bluff by Kitty there. She knows that her opponents are going to have
Yeah, the good game.
ace high a lot, and
Game tomorrow. I think the Lakers game.
she can't even beat
Friday.
pocket 9s or pocket 8s, so if you're going to bluff,
70.
doing it with the 7 high is probably going to be pretty good. Especially in a spot where she can still have aces, she can still have kings, still have queens.
Is it late or what? The blue one. So I'm gonna go to
The blue LA
Lakers.
team is.
Lakers, okay.
Oh yeah, here the purple one.
It's actually purple, but
Okay, whatever.
200.
yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And Jared's fold's tough if you know if you're in a spot where it really looks like you have ace high and your opponent's still bluffing,
White.
still betting. It's still a tough spot. He has to be worried about her having those overpairs.
Three's pretty good. Baseball's 3 too, I think. Oh, sure, different versions, huh?
The only thing about soccer, they don't score a lot. No, you cannot.
But when they do,
Oh yeah, everybody goes bananas.
What up, DG? Says she's not value betting overpair on that river. I would say that's definitely wrong.
yeah, there's some really exciting ones. Yeah.
Option. The check.
Yeah, the key is like,
Okay.
you see some, but, it could be a really, really good game and still be 0-0.
True. If you know what you're watching,
Yeah,
you appreciate it.
Check. Check.
A lot of cool plays
A lot
still
of
can
good
happen.
plays.
Yeah.
If you have a goalie that keeps saving, or I've seen games that 0-0 should have been like 5-5.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Check. Check.
Oh, the Lakers play the Warriors tomorrow. Yeah.
Check around.
It's the Lakers who play the Warriors tomorrow.
Check.
So maybe I should play the comma
Check.
tomorrow. And
Bet.
Have them go to the game. Yeah.
Can't say that word.
Bad word.
maybe I should.
They play tomorrow and Friday.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry,
Thank you.
You don't want to play with the ladies tomorrow?
Which one? 5-5?
I don't know which one they have.
I have no clothes.
They don't always
the
have
only
ladies.
sex I have. I need to buy the
You can buy this one, buy two.
Your
Very true.
what do you call it? Your Wikipedia page is totally different than that.
He looks like a kid.
Yeah, it's hilarious, man.
Oh, he's on Wikipedia?
Yeah. The music's good though, man.
What's your name again? Yeah. Mark Goon.
Maybe it's different. Maybe they have a female ego.
Oh, yeah, you're one of the
so they both
commentators.
try to play each other. All the ladies like that.
So is Ryan Feldman here?
You do makeup or what?
Wanna do something else?
He's outside playing.
You don't know.
100?
100.
What he was.
I saw a king.
Oh, the girl on the restaurant asked her how can she get a treat. So she tried to tell her blah blah blah. Why? Come on, too much respect. Someone do something.
King of spades exposed. Let's see if not.
Okay.
Johnny just calls ace king suited here. Kitty's gonna see bet with top pair. Guido with a combo draw.
I think maybe once.
Guido with a pretty interesting decision here.
Raise.
He's gonna raise.
Raise it up. 7.
I don't
Total.
remember my winnings, so there's a few.
And Guido's committing here.
Same here.
Not much.
And as you can see, Kitty's in an awkward spot, but I think she should go with it here. She is in really bad shape against an 8, but
So how much? I know.
Sure.
Like 700. Yeah. So 700. Yeah, it's okay. 725. 730 more. 4. Because she's asking and Guido pushes stuff to me, so I just do it. I was a nice guy. He's asking me why I'm calling. I tried to fuck back.
Better cut that out.
Kitty's in a pretty tough spot here.
push you. Right when you talk shit, they push you.
Yeah, I'm fired.
Now they push you now. See?
It feels pretty good.
She does make the fold.
Kitty, he was talking. Does that mean he's bluffing?
This guy never raised, so isn't it before conference?
Patrick, Maria's gonna miss a night.
Trying to take my lesson
point.
notes.
Mental notes. Mental notes.
Did you play on Saturday?
They play very straight. They don't need fold.
No.
They have it, they raise.
That's him? I saw him like re-raising with crap.
I only play.
Oh, yeah.
And then I
Garbage time.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Because I
This Friday, $1 Million Cash Game 4.0, 50K min buy-in. They're going to be playing 100, 100, 200.
no.
We got Adedapo,
Aces
Garrett
would be
Adelstein, Johnson, and Bill Klein.
Action.
I'm not sure about the rest of the lineup yet, but it should be coming out in the next couple days.
We got the game going like a half an hour later.
No shit. I was just frustrated.
And I left like 2 o'clock. Saw it on the app. And still going for like.
What was it? 5.5.
It was 5 like that.
Yeah, so.
But it was a lot of people had money from it.
Yeah. I was pushing for the 5 to 20.
There's going to be a full game on Friday. We just don't know the exact lineup yet.
I'm hungry.
You want service?
No. I want you very good food. Not cooking enough food.
75.
I'm princess.
Food's not bad here.
It's good, but I don't want to eat every time. You know, I want to have a quality life. I'm in LA.
75. Go for the good food.
Do you have a palate for good food, Kitty?
Huh?
Do you have a palate for good food?
Power?
Palate. A good. You have good taste.
Taste. I like
Very
Nice
expensive
food.
test.
I can help you.
Guido actually owns a grass-fed beef company.
Do you know what I do?
I think one of the biggest ones in the country.
I don't know what you do.
Might actually be the number one
Don't get me
biggest.
started. The largest supplier of grass-fed beef in the country. And up until recently, I was the CEO of a company that raised Mangalitsa pork.
What was that?
I was the CEO of a company that raised Mangalitsa pork. It's monounsaturated fat pork. And that's the only breed that does that.
So this is a really interesting
we
flop.
work with
Jared bets with
top
the second
suppliers.
pair,
Yeah.
gets called, and he turns
All of our
trips.
clients are everybody you've seen on TV. So if somebody
And
wants
he's
a
up
serious
against
food
a really
experience,
strong hand.
I can definitely point you in a place you can hurt yourself.
Yeah, I just had a truffle dinner at the Providence. It was like 800.
This is a really safe board for
No.
Jared, and
So,
Laser Doc's got to be thinking the same
you
thing.
know eye surgery, I know food.
I'd like to see Jared put out a really big bet
The
here.
best places are not the most expensive. They're not the most well-known. When you go there, you're in a hand, sorry.
Big bet by Jared, $700.
God, no. Who
That's
wanted
about 70% pot.
It was a lot of headaches, yeah. No, I'll supply restaurants. Yeah, so. I'm gonna supply
And
distribution.
Doc's going to have a really tough time folding this. He knows Jared could have some overpairs. He doesn't really beat much value unless Jared has King 10 or Queen 10 here. But I don't think he'd be betting 3 streets for this size.
Jared, you like your hand, huh?
That was like
So we used to do back home when it was winter time.
Good shot.
Really nice. Cold weather over there.
Does make the call, pays it off.
Wow. It's a very good raise pre-flop. Good turn.
He's calling.
Yeah, it was a lucky turn.
I'm up.
Very lucky turn.
Wow.
Thank you.
I should have raised, huh?
On the flop?
On the flop. Obviously.
Why? You got me dominated. I
Well,
just
let
called.
him
Keep me in. Ace on the turn, you get all my
I
money.
just,
buy the button, Maria?
I just couldn't put you on the.
You buy the
Yeah,
button?
it's
The problem is, I'm just trying to figure out what you wouldn't bet with overpair there, so you can only really bet
60.
that with a 5
Yeah,
or a
missed draws.
or some or just 2 overs. I don't know.
Lucky hand.
Against me, I guess you gotta have it. All right, your consultation is not free.
No.
I have to charge you now.
Wait a second. You really have full house against me already. But yeah, I did get one.
Nothing.
Nothing drama.
Nothing drama.
Calling.
You just ran in and out. You're top here.
80?
It's a skill. You have to have that for tournaments.
What's that skill?
Going to being able to pee fast.
Oh. I thought you were going to say turning trips or something.
No, I hydrate a lot, so during tournaments, I have to get up and go a lot.
Tournaments, they have breaks.
Yeah, but it's only every 2 hours.
Every
Sometimes
time I
I
put online at home, I always hold in the last minute. So it's
Yeah.
annoying. Seriously.
I know.
200.
It's not good for the body.
I know it isn't, but I have to do
You
it in
should make it
tournaments
like
a
a
lot.
90 minutes. Because I drink so many water.
Same.
You know?
I hydrate a lot is the
Yeah.
problem.
You want more?
Guido versus Jared here.
Buy more.
Jared with trips now.
You buy 3,000 more.
3 spades on the board. I think he's going to try to protect his hand here.
300. Check in a bit.
Go for a little bit of value.
She's very famous, right? What's his name?
LeBron James?
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Is
That's pretty crappy, dude.
Like because it goes like 3/4. I don't.
Yeah.
Really? Why are you here now?
I can't.
I don't think I like either one of our hands.
Too many obligations. Yeah.
What man?
Well, I mean, if you have the one thing that I really don't like our hand, but
Then,
or
but
my
like,
hand.
I mean, you win.
Yeah, but not again.
Yeah.
Not this week.
Yeah, I think you have.
Kitty, when do you read the TV screen? You sure you have good vision?
He sings Thriller.
I don't know how to pronunciation. LeBron
Thank you.
James.
Yeah.
LeBron. Yeah.
LeBron James.
He's LeBron.
LeBron.
Did he have again this week? Guys,
He just played today.
I mean,
Another
Yeah,
guy.
I think he plays again.
Tomorrow and Friday.
oh, okay.
He's like the most famous basketball player in the world.
I know, my husband.
Well, next
Yeah,
to you,
he'll-
right?
I'm sure he'd love the game.
Singer.
Oh, yeah.
Singer. Famous singer in the world.
Don't listen to
But
that.
he
They're trolling
talking
you.
shit was like some coach said about NBA China stuff, and he talking shit about the guy, right?
That happened,
It's
yep.
not right.
Yeah, he just wasn't very educated on the issue, I don't think. He
So
didn't know
you
what he was
cannot
talking
because you want to make money from
Exactly.
China and it's talking that.
He
it's
makes
not
so much money from China.
right. I know, but you
so-
cannot do that.
I know. I was disappointed in that too.
Yeah, I really think it's right.
Yeah.
It's not his business.
Yeah, well, the whole NBA, they were caught in the middle because they make so much
Right.
money off of China,
Raise it to 30.
and they're like trying to tell their players to not comment on the situation, and that's so dumb. Like,
Yeah.
It's
American,
just all about
why
money,
they
of
care
course.
about so much?
yeah. It's
So
they
Laser's
have
going
their
back to the small raises, and he's going to raise it up with 9-7 offsuit.
No, I think Chinese people.
I've never even been to China, but
Chinese
China
people
power.
would like more free speech. So
I
it's
just
like
think
in
people have
general.
a right to make their own speech. That's all.
For sure.
Especially
125.
if you're not going to China, you can go European, you can go somewhere.
All right, it's just very popular in China,
Okay.
and there's 2 billion people there.
Yeah.
Oh, 125?
One time I was a player on the
Francisco, card, please.
final table,
Yeah.
and
Wow.
they put the phrase in China, so I told them you need to change it to Taiwan. And I post on the social media, you need to respect me from Taiwan.
Right.
And all the trends, newspaper, poker news, talking shit about
Wow.
me like 2 years.
Check.
Every time I play at the
That's like-
table, all the Chinese give me shit.
Because
all the
China
time.
doesn't doesn't
come on,
respect
I'm
like
going either way
Taiwan's
too.
independence or something,
You
right?
must have really, you must have become well known
Of
quickly.
course.
I tried so hard to find on the final table, and you put on my China.
They
I
put you were
mean,
from China. Yeah, that's bullshit.
I want to say please.
I would have done the same thing if I were you for sure.
No,
Yeah,
but I'm very nice to him. I said if you
in a
cannot-
nice way.
I
Yeah.
said if you
Thank you.
cannot put on Taiwan, at least put me America.
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
because you're
Are
more
you a
American
U.S.
than
citizen?
Chinese.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
No.
Oh.
I'm married 5 years. I never get a green card. I don't want it.
So you were at the final table?
Wait, you don't have a green card either?
No, I have a tour visa.
No, you do. Wow, you should get a green card.
No.
You can. You
They
don't have to
they
become
need
a
to pay
citizen.
taxes. They have to pay taxes.
You need
Oh yeah, I guess.
No, it's
That's.
not like that. It's not
I
like
mean,
that.
Can you be nice?
They still has to pay it on tournament.
It's not
No,
like that.
but still.
You need to work
You have
hard
to pay to
get
Taiwan.
the visa now. I
Yeah.
promise you guys.
My wife has a green card, but
Now you
she's
know
not
why.
a citizen.
No, they asked me to get green card or
Right.
immigration. I know that.
Well, it would make it
Yeah, they're
easier,
thinking,
but,
that's millions in taxation right there.
right.
50.
I guess that's true. Maybe if my wife was making a lot of money, I would have done it.
There's no discount.
350.
Kitty with kings.
You
Let's see if any of her light squeezes will pay off. She has probably a pretty loose image.
For the first year.
Yeah, I will fail.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And after she showed down the 6-7 suited, people aren't going to want to fold against her. Even Guido here with just ace-jack off doesn't look like he wants to get rid of it. But he does make the fold.
You could get an exemption if you said it was your work requires you to travel internationally.
Kitty's going to take it down.
They would let you, because like basically you just have to go in. It's like an interview. They interviewed me and my wife, and like make sure that it's a real marriage and that it's not to try and get it.
Qualify. I know Baby's about my husband.
Yeah, of course.
Very well.
No, I know
how many hair he has.
Yeah,
So very.
Of course you would get it, but it's just like I don't know.
Then all the time I come to the United States, they always send me the second room all the time, and start me
So
for 3
annoying.
hours.
Yeah.
And say, what's the whole point? You make American man have an apartment here, have a
And
car,
not have a green card,
and
yeah.
now you don't want a green card. I said, I don't need
That
a
is
green card.
rare.
Talking
Yeah.
to them,
That is not typical for sure.
50.
Prefer to spend 3 hours in the airport all the time?
Yeah, that
Yes,
sucks.
I
Yeah.
don't care with that. Okay.
You're used to it.
They don't let me use the phone, so no.
That happened to my wife before too. Yeah.
150.
They're very rude.
They're very rude.
Yeah.
They
I
treat
hate
you
how
like
they do
you're
it.
a criminal.
Exactly.
Seriously.
I know they do. It's
If you ask something like, ask a question, you will say, who allow you to post and blah, blah, blah.
they're very frustrating to deal with.
450. Make it 450.
Not with that. So with truffles,
Oh yeah, truffles.
don't get me wrong, they're good and everything. But
Overpriced.
overpriced, overrated, played out. That's been around for,
Well, we just want to
So
have fun. We have
Maria
fun.
squeezes the queen 10 suited, and Francisco with aces
I'll
4
introduce you to a
bets.
guy,
And Maria's sick
we'll
of folding. She's
blow
going
your
to
mind
call.
with food and wine, and it will be much less expensive.
Out
than
of
what
position
you
with
do
queen 10 and flops top pair.
The
Give a card or can I get your information?
yeah, I'll give you some info. But so the
Knowing Francisco, I think
the
he's going
chefs
to
who are
go
doing
for a
really
big
exciting
bet here.
things today are actually doing them with vegetables.
I'd like to see him bet.
and flavors.
Yeah, there we go. Full pot 1,000.
That's nice to hear. I like that. That's cool.
Meat kind of is what it is, but like if you go to
Chile.
and I've mentioned this place a few times. If you go to Mountain in Venice for
We've been married
Izakai,
for 10 years.
dude.
So
Okay.
like the first time she got it, it was conditional for 2 years.
Get the mixed vegetables that they do there, like the fermented vegetables.
But she doesn't
I mean,
have a
you're
passport.
eating one vegetable, but it
hasn't
tastes like
explained
something else. And I mean, what they're really doing with
Like if you only
flavorings,
get a
and
US
herbs, and
passport,
spices is
Which
more
she could do
fascinating.
that now.
Does it go with wine though?
You have to be married for like
They
4
do
years, and
shoju
then you
cocktails
can
there.
get
But if you
just
want,
never do it.
Like we have a wine club.
yeah, no problem. Well, I'll introduce you to Massimo,
Married long enough, you can-
and
you could, like,
he will
Can we bring
expand
our
your
own-
horizons.
Can we bring our own wine too?
you
Or?
can just skip
You'd have to
the
talk
green
to
card
him.
'cause you've been married for long.
But
Maybe
But
do
if
that.
he has
But
good stuff too,
still have
we're open.
You'll still have the same
what's
issues.
fascinating about Mas is when he talks to you about
Don't
wine,
listen to him.
Yeah.
Don't talk to him.
he knows
Just ignore
wine the
him.
way it's
He's a big
intended
girl.
to be, and then the way it's supposed to be.
Francisco's
and
put
then how
Maria
it's
in a really difficult
He can
situation
give you the
here.
full history and what it was to begin with, how it's made now, how it is today.
He's at the restaurant.
I have noticed that.
No. That, Mountain is owned by Travis Lett.
Yeah, they are
Okay.
like
But
Asian
Who's
Americans,
Moss?
yeah, but
That's
like
your friend.
Massimo, yeah. He owns Onotria, means land of the vines. But there's nobody I know in the country who's more well versed than this guy. And
You're
in
not
this
allowed, bro.
business, it's the guys you don't
She
know
shows the
or
coin.
haven't heard of
You're not
that are
allowed,
really
bro.
doing
No,
something.
I'm
They
sure,
got some
I'm sure
home,
with
bro.
white people they don't care.
Orange
that
County.
They don't have to
Costa
buy
Mesa.
them.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like the places I'll send you to are hole in the wall.
No.
Not
I
a
really
big
wanna go
following,
to
not big patronage, maybe private dinners, but
Oh, show it.
yeah.
She makes a disciplined fold.
But it's people who want to get the most out of the ingredients. So
Johnny, you're the button.
I like the big bet, but I think full pot might have been a little bit
I went to a Bonnie
excessive.
Truffle Kitchen
I think
in
800 or
New York.
something like that.
And,
700, 800.
We were doing a co-sponsored
I
dinner
like
with
a bit
them where we were
better.
showing them,
2/3
secure
pot.
jams that we were doing with Megalitza.
Yeah, he folds.
And you go in there and,
He folds.
it's like, okay, I get it. Truffles. Okay, and? Like, what else do you do?
I've been blind, I can't see the button.
Johnny's button.
And we had a bunch of guest chefs there, and it was just really exciting to see all the creativity that they were coming up with and how they were doing things differently.
No, she started asking about how.
So I think what I'm saying is elegance can be bought.
6,000.
Finding but finding the really good stuff, you got to know somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I think everyone can
Sounds
do
like you're
it.
talking about drugs.
Or name brand.
Well, you know what? Yeah, I've
Make
often
it
thought I was a dealer.
85 from
So.
39.
Right? Is that true? It's not everyone can
So did you get into the food industry through Benny?
Only
Because I know he was in that too for quite a while, right?
He was a chef and he had restaurants. He and I actually, yeah, he and I had a tuna fish company.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you were involved in that with him.
I'm the guy who got it funded. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, he told me all about it.
Yeah. Oh, it was wild, dude.
Yeah,
It was totally
He told me the whole
wild.
thing
Yeah.
about going to
Fiji.
Fiji. That's
Yeah.
what it was. Yeah, he told me the whole thing.
Check.
So, well, yeah, I grew up around him, you know,
200.
and two of my brothers are chefs, and I worked in his restaurants as a kid.
So yeah, that's so exactly.
So yeah, I mean that's sort of where it started, but it wasn't a linear progression. You know, I got into finance and all this other stuff. I'm actually getting back into finance.
But you put enough,
But that's where you
money.
got your
Yeah.
first taste of the food industry.
I mean the good news about specialized programs, they're really cool, and you can do
I
well
lose
with
money
them.
and call it a day.
But it's at a certain point,
There's a cap on it.
yeah.
Anyone can play.
Things change with diet and everything.
Yeah, you either get really huge.
Industry's probably going downhill a little bit because of all the
The mainstream meat, yeah,
C4
exactly. The high-end
struggling.
stuff, not so much.
Falling asleep.
I can feel it. It's
more wine?
bedtime.
So, the wine.
I'm
wine.
working.
Wine makes me sleepy for sure.
I go to sleep by 10 a.m., 10
This
p.m.
is why I don't drink. Always put me to sleep. I always drinking before I go to sleep. Now I quit.
That's why I would never drink when I play a tournament.
Yeah.
I'll punt before the tournament ends.
130.
I
Okay,
do
no,
too,
I,
bro.
when I do,
I know too.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Make it
That's
400.
fair enough. But I don't.
Are you going to Japan? When?
I'm not sure you played.
I don't know. Francisco cards, please.
How can he? What do you mean? You gotta get lasers, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go to. I have to go to Europe first, and then I'm gonna go to Japan.
Why go Europe?
Get that too.
Really?
More tattoos. So he really gets banned.
Francisco opens to 130. Guido 3-bets the button, and Jared makes a big fold with jacks.
Listen, my tattoo coach said I need to go to Europe to get a tattoo instead of.
Pretty sick fold there.
Let's go.
Hijack raise and a button 3-bet. But Francisco hasn't been raising very often and made such a big bet. Maybe Jared just read into that and thought that Guido would be really strong 3-betting against that.
Wow. There goes your chance, bro.
Like to see Francisco's cards here, but
There goes your chance too.
I was really good at tattoos because I was hoping you would accept me, but I guess.
pretty safe flop for kings.
I know a good laser. I know a good tattoo laser
All in.
removal.
Guido goes all in.
I know. I tried to.
You have two
Last
pair?
year I really want to get a tattoo. I told my husband, baby, I want to get a tattoo. He said no. He said, why you marry me now? Everything changed. You want to get a tattoo? You want to do this? I said, okay, no tattoo.
Magic has a big tattoo on his back.
Find out later.
You gotta pay. Cost, bro.
I got a tattoo on my ass.
You
Prove
take
it.
the mic off the table, please, and put it in your pocket or on the
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Which cheek you guys want to see?
None.
Are we really gonna play pick which cheek?
Yes, we are. Because it's a surprise. Which one has the Chobani tattoo on? Oh, they haven't much of that yet. It could happen.
Across the neck. Chobani.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is too scary. No, don't do that.
It's okay.
80.
No. Why you don't go to Japan and get a tattoo?
Because you're not allowed to go in.
The artist I like is in print.
Maybe go to Japan first. Otherwise, they're too scary.
80.
Jared's got ace king here, and looks like he's gonna make a squeeze. I don't think he'll get any action, but squish could do something.
Raise it. 425.
Pretty close spot for squish. I think he could. All three options are available here.
water's good for you.
And Squish is going to take the flop.
I do realize the last 4 people on the button have had huge hands.
I've been thinking. Oh, shoot, you were just on the button.
Yeah.
That was huge.
It was fairly large. Yeah.
Your hair.
Tell you what I had on that one.
My hair? Why?
It's blonde.
Yeah, but I was never over there.
Wow, what a flop for Squish.
Johnny, how are you getting her hair on you?
I don't know how.
What are you people doing underneath the table?
We don't know. She's gonna give me a blowjob.
Yeah.
See?
Jared checks back the flop,
Just got a
and
blowjob.
Squish has to
You
feel
know, most
pretty
men
good
don't
about his
actually
hand
ask
right
for a
now.
small penis.
Small penises are good sometimes.
I think I'd like a small bet here.
I already have my fair share.
Don't really need to protect your hand that much. You're really trying to target some weaker stuff to get called by.
Give it to LG.
He's going to go bigger, though. He's going to go for the 2/3 pot.
Get a big.
700.
Seriously? Is it a miss?
Yeah.
I think in general on this board, I do like a bigger bet, but with this hand specifically, I could see some reasons to go smaller.
What'd you get for the show?
They're all eating big cereal. Big eaters.
Jared's going to throw away the ace king.
Got there, huh?
You're the worst.
Good raise.
You got tattoos. You're the worst person. You know?
Yeah, I was that last thing. I was like, if Francisco's flop 2 pair, he's getting my money.
No. He's big one.
We're just giving them shit, huh?
A really big
Yeah.
pair.
Depending on who's back.
It was certainly in that range.
I play
I had that.
I play no matter what.
No, not just there.
Yeah, but
Wow,
it's
not a full.
Yeah, he didn't fold
I
jacks
was
on
like,
that board.
wow.
Yeah, you could show him the straight. He's going like, yeah.
most games get drawn. Yeah.
Oh, the listers.
Well, sometime now.
I'm smarter this time. I forgot my answer.
Yeah.
I thought you were flying home tonight. No?
No fly.
Oh.
Oh, you're coming home with me then, love.
Wow.
I'm thinking.
You're staying here with her.
You are handsome enough.
80.
Yes.
80?
Okay.
What if Garrett had tattoos?
Gary is cute, but he's not my type.
Eric, do you hear that?
You have a girlfriend. How can you be my type? Right? And you might have a
She
girlfriend.
said Garrett
not
isn't her
type.
type. He's cute, but he's not her type.
Guido with kings again.
Gary is very funny.
Yeah, he's a funny guy.
He's a really funny guy. I surprised him. He said my needle game so strong because I try to tease Andy like every
Check.
minute.
Check.
It's good to tease him.
Andy is just always quiet.
200.
So
And
quiet,
yeah,
yeah,
serious
always.
face and not even tall.
You know, if he get a glass of wine, he talk a lot.
Really? Okay, next time I will give you the wine. Say if you don't drink,
Pump it up.
I don't play with you.
Pump it up.
675 on Johnny.
Guido bets the kings, and LG's going
I
to
guess that
raise with 10-8 offsuit.
Video. I want to run my
What was pre-flop?
ladies'
Was it
night. I want to know.
I don't remember.
For what? Can I watch the Andy lose the hand with
All in.
You're a hater.
All in?
Oh,
First quads? or
Wow,
whatever?
he's just
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to snap call it off.
Yeah, I know.
What are you on?
Yeah, that was
What's
close.
the
Go once.
One time?
Massive. Yeah, it was like
All right, one
200K
time.
pot or something.
Guido gets it in good, just needs to dodge a 10 or an 8 or running clubs.
See what happens. You got there.
Guido thinks he got there, but he actually holds up. Just an 8.
King's good.
Ace 8.
Wow, everybody's got big hands.
16.
Same hand? Skipped you
Yeah,
over.
17.
Club on the river would have been pretty gross for Guido.
It was blonde king too. Blonde is
2015. You want another one?
Oh,
2015, okay?
If you want to go to Japan, let me know. I think that's the
2015.
restaurant.
the operation?
No, the good restaurant.
Restaurant.
Oh, okay.
I have all of these.
Oh, the Michelin star restaurant?
No, because I went to Tokyo too many times, and don't you want to live in Tokyo? He told me all the goodies.
Thank you.
Who I bought it for everyone. So I tried many times. I have all the goodies.
You could send that to me.
Yeah, because people always follow me on Twitter because I like it to post something good.
I apologize. I don't know all the right poker etiquette. So.
I always won it once anyway.
Oh, thank you. You love it.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Yeah.
You going to Japan soon?
Hopefully.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Eat some dick.
Is there a tournament there or just going?
No, just for.
Oh, I'm going there in
hold you
June actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just for fun.
Yeah, I've never been. So.
No, we're talking about the blowjob.
25. I think it would be my favorite. 25 to you. Judging by all
Where do you do your eyelash?
Francisco.
Yeah.
Francisco definitely playing the most interesting style pre-flop tonight. He's been mixing it up. Some small raises, some big raises, a lot of limps.
I want to try.
She's going to say her own salon's bad, right?
That's the right thing,
And Jared with the flat, I think I would squeeze the nines here.
125.
Now LG behind is going to 3-bet 6-2 suited.
Yeah, 9-10.
And with only $1,000 in his stack,
What's going on here?
Squish is just going to try to get it in against him with 10s.
3 1/4 to you.
How far from your place? Where?
Definitely like the play.
You want 3 service?
Yeah, he can press the button.
It can go for service.
Hungry. Give me something. I can't think anymore. Hungry.
Oh.
Can you press the...
I did.
And we're going to see a flop.
SMS?
Squish has got to love this flop.
You getting hangry, Maria?
Do you go from play poker?
Hey, service?
And I don't think LG called with the 6-2 suited to fold when he flopped a pair.
You like seafood?
He drinks a lot. Yeah, my boyfriend.
You like clams and mussels?
Maybe usually very
okay.
fun.
Yeah.
And you like good wine, right?
After I finish the game,
White wine, red wine, or does it
So
matter?
I was texting my friend, who is this guy? I said,
I'm
why?
not confused. My wine
Just keep it
club
saying, oh,
table.
give this guy 5K.
All right.
Pretty interesting
Okay,
spot.
so
I just say, must have
Simple
someone.
dish.
Squish is going to get it in here.
You know, in Vegas, we
Like you can do this at home.
don't do that.
Easy. Okay.
I actually like the decision by Squisher to make a small bet instead of shoving.
It's a Calabrian spicy spreadable sausage.
But I just kind of annoying. I say,
Oh.
Oh my god. Wow.
why cannot bring a
I had pocket nines.
No, but sometimes
And
you get caught up. You don't think you're going in for that moment.
you do like a white wine sauce, same way you would do with clams and mussels, right? But then you put in the andouille. It's all the pork. Yeah, or I would do it or whatever. It's really easy. You know, I do it. You know, people come over. I cook all these crazy things. Yeah.
Where do you live?
Irvine.
Irvine.
Yeah. And
You're the
yeah, I
worst.
told the story before, but like the parents of the children in the neighborhood, like they're like,
Did you say lock it?
they call me up. They're like,
You're the
can you please stop cooking all these amazing meals for our kids? Like we don't know how to do
I
that.
would've
And I'm like,
flopped the
come
set.
over. I'll show you. It's really easy.
Never better set.
So at the end of the day, it's about just really balancing flavors. You know, a lot of cuisine in America has become like vanity food. I'm cool because I went out and I ate the thing, or I saw it in a magazine, and my American Express card told me it was great. So you know, and that's fine. It's good marketing. But if you want like serious quality that blows your hair back, there are very, very simple things you can do. So anyway, all I do is I take the andouille, I put it with the clams and mussels, I make a white wine sauce, and you know, either do it with bread or pasta or whatever you want. And for wine, you can do like an Italian Pinot Bianco. It's has some effervescence, not as much as champagne, but it cuts the spice when you eat it. Or there's different reds you can try with it, like some good Zinfandel or Primitivo from Puglia. And it's just about matching those things up and enjoying them.
Is it coming back or no?
Yeah, you
Yes.
still do that.
Are you
Yeah, he
have
said
kids
lock it.
or no kids?
3 kids.
Three
Is
kids.
he
How
on
old are your
kids
kids?
now? I just need to know.
My daughters
So I
are
know
15,
how it is.
twins,
He seemed
and my son
tilted.
is
Yeah.
13.
Okay, good.
Just
I
a
don't
little bit.
speak
Can
for
I
him,
take
but
the red?
he did seem kind of tilted. Sure.
You
Who
took
wins?
a-
Do you think you told him? Might.
What's that?
King high.
Ace high.
He had like ace queen or something.
My nemesis. Scare me.
I'm a little worried. I want a big pot.
How old are your kids?
My daughters are both 15.
Both are 15?
Yeah, and my son is 13.
You have twin daughters? Oh, awesome. I have, my kids are very young.
Oh, yeah?
3 and 8.
Oh, wow, man. Yeah. That's,
How old were you
you
when
make
you
a lot of
had
effort.
Old.
No, I'm just wondering. I'm 33 and I'm gonna have kids, but I might be
Guess
waiting
my
a while
age.
longer.
55.
my
Age, I would guess 48.
55.
Very close.
51.
51.
You're taking good care of yourself, Doc.
Not as well as this guy.
But Squish has like, you know, he made a deal with the devil, so what do you want?
No, it's the.
Like when I'm 55, I'm gonna look like I'm 106. On you.
Oh, sorry.
No, I sleep a lot.
Call.
Did food service come yet?
No.
Okay.
110.
110. Is that the Norwegian Rage, or what is that?
You're going to go all Viking on us?
You go Viking.
110 to you.
That's okay.
It's got to be frustrating to just get aces and take it down pre-flop.
So Jared had the same hand both times.
Really?
No.
The other time I think it was both. They were both black. Oh, you did. Yeah.
Can I leave the money at the table? Go
Can
eat?
I order
No?
something too?
Yeah.
Oh, just take everything.
I just want the chicken breast
How long
kebab.
you for?
I don't know. I want to go out.
Don't
You
go
could
to
go out.
one of them players.
That's gonna be like 2 hours.
Okay, I take out my chip.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm not doing that. I just hate to cut it up, so there's a point.
What do you want?
No, I'm going to
Not to color up, you want to
So,
use it?
50?
So you don't
Have you ever get up to Carmel?
So you don't need to color up?
Yeah, not often, but I could
Okay.
go. I have an office in Cupertino too.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
How often do you get out there?
I have other surgeons there. Yeah,
How often do you get out there though?
I go up there once every 3 months.
So I'll give you the name of a chef up there. Just use my name when you walk in the door and just
Yeah.
watch what happens.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
great.
So,
Glad I came today.
yeah, it'll be
All
fun.
these celebrities here. Very interesting.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
Yeah, very unique cast, right? Lots of
Yeah.
different specialties.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's a bar up in Carmel. I
There's
gotta
an
remember the name of it,
interesting
but,
lineup tonight. We got the
they
meat
specialize in
specialist. We
mezcal.
got some tournament
And they serve it
pros.
traditionally, like with the grasshoppers and everything. And yeah,
Got a good
it's
mix of
for
players
real.
tonight.
And they do reverse happy hour, so you got to get there at like 11 p.m.
Oh, wow.
And then they do Wagyu tacos with mezcal. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's all that stuff.
So you're the ultimate foodie.
Call.
I don't know, but you know, I got so into it that I started producing and developed a distribution network, and I loved it so much I built a business around it. So, yeah.
Deuce.
Wow.
I think Massimo is
only
light years
hours.
ahead of me. You know, mostly, I mean, he grew up in Italy, so the thing about Italians, like when you talk to them about food, they'll just look at you and go, "Hey, like we've been doing this for thousands of years."
You got it.
like what do you want to know, right? Yeah. And then they have this hilarious attitude about it where if it's from where they're from, oh, it's good. If it's from 10 kilometers that way, I don't know about those guys. You know, and they're really funny to talk to. But if you try everybody's stuff, you end up finding lots of really good stuff.
So his restaurant is an Italian restaurant?
Wine country style.
Wine country
Yeah.
style. And it's in Costa Mesa.
Yeah.
There's some good
I'll give you his
restaurants in
number
Costa
before we
Mesa.
go. Just
Yeah.
tell him I said to call. And
Awesome.
Here goes some. What are we talking
Make it 75.
so one of the most poignant pieces of education that I got while I was in the business was when I was in Italy, and I was driving around drinking Chianti and Castellina, and it
Does
was
that
really
weird
great.
accent sometimes. It just likes to do a little
And
75, whatever that is.
No, I have
it,
7. But I know my
I was paying like €9 to €14 for a bottle of wine.
That was that.
I know
And
my
no matter
nose is
what
good
it
when
was,
you fall
it was like
on the
really
floor.
fantastic. Yeah, you couldn't screw up.
Because you like
So I
Jared
went,
flops
I'd heard
2
all this
overs
stuff,
and a
but I wasn't,
gutter.
like super well versed on wine yet.
Just
And
gonna
so
go
I
with the
was
C-bet.
asking
Say,
the
on the, after
concierge
you
at the
qualify, I know
villa,
my
it's like,
hand's good.
where can I go find Brunello? I've heard all these things about
And also
Brunello from
have
Montalcino.
Buster,
Like, this is
right?
supposed to be the good stuff. You know,
Where
how
is
do we
it?
go?
300.
He says, oh, you can drive all the way down there, but there's this really good restaurant and
Wow.
hotel called Albergaccio.
Bottom pair, Maria's
Place
gonna
that you
check
go and
raise.
They have this full list of Brunello, and you can try everything. I'm like, oh, okay, great. So I go in there and look at the menu.
I think if there were a
Everything starts
diamond
at
there,
140
Jared
euros,
could continue.
and it goes up, you know. So I'm like, oh, let me try something. It was like 170 euros.
10 minutes ago.
And I got to tell you, man, it tastes every bit as good as that €9 bottle I had
Asian
earlier
come.
in the
It's an
day.
Asian player.
So,
Yeah, it's
you know,
like when they get 10-handed
once
from-
you start to realize how marketing differentiates,
Right.
you know, then you really start to be able to pick and choose. You know.
Really?
That's true.
So I went this last summer with my wife, and one of my friends calls me,
Not allowed to say.
Depends.
and you get on all these
Depends on
fun
the day.
adventures in the food business,
I
right?
mean,
So
the Friday people.
he calls me and
can
says, hey, you're going to
right?
Italy, and yeah, he says, oh, there's a really good
Well, I
friend
only
of
do
mine,
this game 2 hours.
and he needs to get
So.
How much you make?
his surfboard back to Italy. He was here and he had it made, and he really wants to bring it back. I'm like, yeah, no problem. I'll go, and it's probably a small charge to put on the plane, but and I'll drop it off. Can they meet me in Rome?
I only know the 2
He
hours.
says, oh well, they're from Florence, but maybe he can send someone. It's not that bad of a drive.
Why they better or no? The team more?
I'm really.
Am I the worst one? I'm not the worst one, right?
You are
80.
I took 50.
Sammy, how much you make in this game? They want to know.
I'm like, I need to get
Francisco with the limp. Guido's going to make it 80 from the small blind.
Raise it.
And Jared
430.
with ace king from the big blind.
Evan, 2 hours, 300.
I think this is a really big race here.
Way too much. We've been tipping Sammy. We've been tipping Sammy way
Makes it
too
about
much.
5.5x.
Yeah, that's a pretty
We're not
good
talking about the outside playing neither.
Next time I change your rule. When I come, I tell everyone put how much on the powerful tip and slash pass, something like that. In poker go, we do that.
Wow, Guido's going to go ahead and call.
Nice hand, buddy.
So, okay, say if
This is
everyone
nice
is like
hand.
50, right? Or 100, right? And how they work? Everyone take 100.
Not much on the flop for either player. Guido with the backdoor flush
I
draw.
don't think I'm going to pick
Or
this time.
something. I don't remember. Yeah.
And he's going to go for a donk
So
bet.
we agreement everyone keep it together at the first place. We don't need to keep everything.
You see him? I don't know what he looks like.
Maybe next time if I'm the guy,
Yeah.
675.
because it tip everything just kind of annoying.
Yeah, no, I know you don't.
This is a pretty awkward hand. I think Jared's probably going to want to fold, but at the same time, I don't think Guido is repping a lot here.
Magic doesn't deserve it sometimes either.
Only one, everything. Like one thing.
I mean, you block the king queen, you block the ace queen.
50 will be like 400 for the only on left street.
And even with those hands, I just can't imagine Guido leading out.
They're going to shove and tell me you had a 3.
No, but they say that sometimes the
I wouldn't mind a float or a raise there, but it's definitely okay. to fold.
Exactly.
everyone keep a single amount.
You know he's got a good hand because he's like not even in the hand conversation. He's like betting.
So,
Yeah, donk bet is when you bet into the
he says,
pre-flop
my
raiser.
friends, they're in Florence and Tuscany. They're over by Arezzo.
Subscribe
and,
now to liveatthebike.com.
Yeah, he wants to-
Unlimited access to
Yeah, he wants it
over
over there.
1,500 videos.
And
$19.99 a month or
they're probably
$199
going to
a
ask me,
year.
like, am I carrying something for somebody else? Security questions.
You can use
Yeah,
promo
who am I
code
taking this to?
poker.
Before? And he goes, Salvatore Ferragamo.
Oh, please, thank you.
And I go, the shoemaker of Tuscany? And he goes, yep.
My mom watches.
They can't get their own.
I'm like, what's this guy doing with the surfboard? There's no waves in Italy. You know? And
Thank you so much.
and so he was just like, no, he was here and he bought it for his wife and this and that. So it turns out the guy owns a villa called Il Boro. And they have horses and wine and cypress trees and vineyards and this really great place to stay. And it's like one of the highest end ones out there.
75.
And I didn't know this, right? So we get there, and one of the guys who works for him comes to the airport.
Yeah. It's like,
What happened?
75, sir.
your boyfriend crying?
No.
375.
Really? What happened?
He's texting me right now.
He was playing last week with us.
Did he?
Yeah.
When?
Last Tuesday.
Nice hammer.
No, I was here.
Guido with ace king this time, and he's going to 3-bet and get called by king jack suited of Maria.
Yeah.
No.
And she's going to flop a flush draw.
Come on, San
One time.
Francisco.
Check.
Checks back.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Now both players
Come
with
on,
the
I
flush
was
draw.
here.
Whatever you want to do.
Check.
Guido has a pretty interesting spot here. He might just check again and try to see the river.
Yeah.
Not that much. I was trying to figure out how much was in there.
Here, play poker,
450.
so hungry all the
450.
time.
He is going to go ahead and bet.
Oh, I know.
I believe if I
And Maria calls a turn, and Guido rivers the nuts.
What's that?
I will try to go.
Fortunately for Guido, Maria doesn't have anything.
Why you don't want to eat?
We could, if it's the game's still going, you should probably still get a seat.
If I cannot get a seat, I just go sleep. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not
Oh, because
person.
you're staying here anyway.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
staying
yeah.
here. I'm pretty sure I will have a seat. Because last time I played 430.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, like...
Sometimes it's broken like, right when the stream ends, but usually more players come, so...
It's a big bet by Guido, 1200.
Yeah, you should call.
Just hoping Maria has an ace or a 6 here somehow.
Nice. Very nice. You got it.
Finally hit a hand, right?
Yeah, if that wasn't...
Yeah.
You know what that is, a bubble? That would be really...
Kitty, I made the straight and the flush.
He is a nut flush, sorry.
Okay.
I said, why you show her? You never show me when you raise on me.
Shit, I should have...
It's not an equal opportunity table. That's not how it works here.
Why?
Because.
Because she's a more
Because
pretty,
life's
so
not.
you show her,
Because
or
life's
what?
not fair.
Just tell me the truth. She's a pretty, so you show her. Or
Are you sure you're not Italian?
I'm not Italian.
No, you have this amazing way of complaining. It's
I'm
incredible.
very good at that. I'm very good.
Is your wife Italian?
No, she's Russian.
I don't know. Did you ask the service? I'll ask again.
Russians are... They are hard.
No. She's
85.
totally different than what you'd expect.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
food
because
service.
Russian women are kind of hardcore.
400.
Wow, Guido with kings now and Johnny with queens. This is
Yeah,
probably going to be a
exactly.
pretty big flop.
Sure.
Pretty big pot here.
Wow.
Oh, last time David saw it. Oh, sorry.
We raised 1,000.
How much you playing, buddy?
Yay!
He covered you.
More than like 7,000.
7,000.
Really? Wow, shit.
Oh, you're betting 1,000?
All right.
Yeah, I asked for
It's, well, I'm all in.
All in?
Guido goes all in, and let's see what Johnny does here. Guido all in pretty quickly. Looks really strong.
That was my 1,000.
You want me to pull the 1,000?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll put it.
Oh yeah.
What do you guys think, Chad? Is Johnny going to get it in here, or is he going to fold? My bet is that he calls.
I know, but
Too close, one spade, and he...
I know. I saw that.
36.
Even he didn't hear spade, he still won.
No, if he clubs, I win.
Yeah, but I said even no club, no spade, he still won.
Yeah. But on the flop, I should bet.
What did he show?
On the flop, I should like...
I didn't see what he showed. Did he show
King
it?
spade.
Ace, king of spades?
Yeah.
446.
I played a hand against Johnny on the show a couple weeks ago where
46 anymore?
we got in 4,000 pre-flop and we had pocket fours, so he's definitely willing to get it in with some pretty weak hands, so I just can't imagine he folds queens here.
Fold?
It's a good fold, man.
And he does fold, wow.
Yeah. They've been coming around. It's crazy.
How are you getting all these hands? Holy shit.
It's good for
I've had
the,
ace
don't
king
look
like
for the
5
hand.
times,
You
but
try
no.
He
to
was the one
make
shoving
the
against
way
me
get
when he had the fours,
lucky.
but
Right.
it's a pretty strong fold by
I
Johnny.
learned very recently
This guy should fall
that
back.
sometimes you just got to get lucky. Where's the other?
This right here.
Oh, there. Sorry. Good fold, Johnny.
That was my set. I took it out the other time.
I'm like in zero. How is that even possible?
So anyway, so we get there and they.
So last time you go
No. We're like in Italy, and we were. There was two parts to the surfboard. So there's the key, I guess, that you put the fins on with, and I didn't realize it was still in my backpack. So this guy comes down, and he gets the surfboard at the airport, and he hands me a magnum of the wine that he makes. I'm like, well, that's cool, you know. And so it's at home, you know. And then a couple days later, I figure out I've got the key, so the guy can't put the fins on his surfboard without this key and the fins or everything. What happened?
You can straddle.
Yeah.
No, that's not my straddle.
Yeah.
So it's no straddle.
Shout out Bazam.
Huh?
I'll take that. I like the prediction.
What happened? Yeah, no, that's okay.
You were down so much.
Raise 75.
Yeah.
Jam.
16.
Got lucky.
What do you buy?
He's a pro.
And 5 in front of you.
I forgot.
Yeah, I got to be a pro to catch kings 4 times in 20 minutes.
Oh my God. Really?
Yeah, and then to hit my flush on the river with you, and yeah, I'm a pro.
Edge your cards, please.
While he's telling me a
That's
story.
by the way, if that's a pro move, I want to set up a site and get a bunch of memberships for how to get kings 4 times
No, I mean,
in 20
like,
and
I
not
haven't
lose with
had
them.
one pair of kings. I had one pair of aces once. I haven't had kings or queens. I jacked once, and 3.
Well,
3-3. Sorry,
Okay.
3-3.
That's it. We didn't watch it.
125.
I'm not lucky.
Johnny with top pair.
You need some luck.
LG with
Clearly.
2 mystery
Yeah.
cards.
Yeah.
Totally.
So we go throughout Italy for a couple of weeks, and we're going back to Florence on our last day. And I'm like, oh well, let's just go up to Il Borgo and we'll drop off like the fins and everything. So we roll in there, and I get this rental car, and have my wife show up. We got all this crap in the back of the car, and you go to this place. It's amazing, right? And it's like fairy tale Italian villa, farm, everything. It's totally cool. Make olive oil on that. And so we get up to the
I don't like that.
the entryway for the reception for the hotel, and everybody looks like they walked off the front cover of GQ, except us. And they're literally looking at me like, "What are you doing here?" You know?
All like models for the.
Yeah, 100%. And you know, all the shoes are perfect, all the suits are perfect. It was just totally funny. So I walk up to the front desk, and they're like, "Are you checking in?" I'm like, "Nah, I just have Salvatore's key for his surfboard." And they're looking at me like, "Who the hell are you?"
You text me.
So,
A friend? What did you say?
45.
You have surgery for Kingston.
Is he good? Is he good?
Big John. Yeah, he's a
Kidney
home.
stones.
Is he at home?
Big John.
Oh, really?
He is.
He's okay.
oh,
right?
dude, that's
Tell
oh,
him
man.
I
I
said
hope he's
hi.
all right.
He's at home right now.
I heard it hurts.
Anything involving a kidney stone is massive pain.
I had a kidney stone.
How much?
45.
Wow.
5 more, Mario.
Did you do ultrasound to get rid of it or what?
Yeah. No, I did the whole laser
Come on.
thing inside.
Oh.
Drenation for 5 weeks.
Oh man.
I couldn't pee for 5 weeks, so they put in a drain
5 players.
that I pee through and all that. Yeah, sexy, huh?
It's right up there with your mints.
Squish with the open ender and a flush draw. Maria with the open ender. And LG's going to bet bottom pair.
Oh my god, how many? We are allowed.
300.
Squish is going to go ahead and raise. Now Maria's in a tough spot.
They don't have enough weight, or is there?
You come over already.
Yeah, I will say.
Food
I'm
service,
thinking
food
it's
service,
going
please.
a little bit
Food
slower.
service,
I'm
300.
ordering the beef chopon. That's very good beer.
Really?
Yeah, he heard.
She's going to make the fold.
300 Francisco.
I need food.
Yeah, I need food. I need food right now. Instant. Shit!
Let's see
You
the
can't
turn.
lose,
Turn,
huh?
buddy. The turn.
Yeah, he's king
Okay,
of
that's
Changes everything.
Thank you. Change everything.
Diamonds or ace jack of
Come on,
diamonds.
yeah, don't pass on the chance. I didn't see it. Does he have it?
You have like your
Guessing
whole
yes.
soul
You always
thing
have
going on. If lost or stolen, please contact the bicycle casino. Because maybe, you know what I'm gonna do? See. I stole when I gave one. What do you think? What's your swing? I stole one of your lucky chips and I gave one of mine.
Me ordena el beef
You think I would steal?
chopon.
Maybe. I steal without it.
Chopon.
Chopin?
30.
I can play Chopin.
Beef chopon.
No, you
Call
mean
food.
he means the composer.
He means some kind of food dish, I guess.
Oh
not the
yeah,
composer.
okay, I thought the pianist. Oh,
You
I
play
can-
piano?
Yeah, I do.
Nice. Yeah, you were singing really good too. earlier.
No,
Looks like a race, Squishy.
I play,
Big stacks you're putting in there.
Yeah,
There you go,
just my
kitty.
feel, nice, that's cool.
Your race, 300.
That's the poker player I know and love.
Chopin is my favorite.
What?
So that's the poker player I know and love.
A little bit. I learned piano when I was a kid. I used to play piano when I was a kid, but not.
Classical.
So
I never
Guido's
got
going to
that
go
good.
with
I
the
like
small
listening
raise
to
this
all kind of
time.
music, but
Pick up a couple colors, and Kitty's going to squeeze the
I only
button.
took like 3 or 4 years. I forgot most of it.
Francisco looks like he's
That'd be
thinking
cool,
about
I wish I could play piano that well.
possibly cold 4-betting. Maybe even just calling, I'm not sure.
Right.
Wow, he does go with it.
100.
1100. Big 4-bet.
Every time you guitar or whatever, you just go
And I think Kitty's just going to go ahead with a call here.
and be
Pretty close.
Love it. Yeah.
Hey, Johnny.
Yeah, I love class.
I didn't mean to not answer you in the hand. I
No,
just
no.
didn't know what the
No,
hell
no,
to say.
Yeah. Trust me.
Heads up.
She does call.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't answer either. You asked me, I would have said.
And that's a really nice flop for Kitty. Still has an overpair and a flush draw.
I knew where I stood at that point.
I actually thought you were going to push, man.
You, I think twice.
All right.
Like 9:30.
So we can start playing idiot and like how.
So we can start playing like idiots.
In 14 minutes.
See what Francisco does here.
I know, they're just going slow. I ordered too, but I ordered like chicken and stuff.
You have a water? Sure.
1,500.
Can I steal one of your waters? I give you
Francisco's going to go with a big C bet.
Oh, it's his, but I'm sure he'll be fine.
Yeah, but I give it back. I ordered one. I'm like,
Call.
Kitty's going to call, and this pot is huge, 5,300. Francisco's got about a pot-sized bet left, and I don't think he can continue. He only has a 4.
Service? Someone's called service?
yeah. And water and
she's good.
Coke Zero.
Oh, no, not me. No, I don't know who's called service. What do you mean?
I think we all ordered already. We were just
Yeah, it's
they were
waiting
just
on-
checking on where it was. Nobody wanted to order anything, right? Yeah, I don't think so. I think we're all good.
Sir.
Hey, boss. Can I get 2 more Perrier, please? Yes, thank you.
Water?
Sir, I'll take a pan of water too.
Let me check.
I would love to see what Kitty does against a shove here, but I don't think it's going to happen. She has to be concerned about aces and kings. Wow, he goes for it. She's got to be worried about aces and kings here. If she, it's going to be a really tough spot for her.
That's 5K in big chips.
2, 3, 4, 5.
I think Francisco could have... There's no way Kitty puts him on this hand. She's probably thinking he has maybe ace-king with 1 heart.
Oh, yeah, no sweat. Make yourself comfortable, dude.
Maybe he has aces, maybe he has kings. He could have jacks. And then there could be some random bluffs in here, like this hand.
Call me, man. 53, 55, 30, 55, 35. 3.
It's a sick play by Francisco. Just
Yeah, of course.
pretty tough with this hand, though, because if he does get called, as you can see, he only has 9% equity. I'd prefer to do this with at least the ace or king of hearts in my hand.
That's mine, so I'll just put that right there anyways.
If he has
That's what you ordered, popcorn.
aces or kings with a heart, Kitty's almost dead, so that's definitely what she's thinking about right now. Getting about 2 to 1, though.
Somebody wants banana?
You got a spoon?
I don't like bananas. I don't know.
Big spoon or little spoon? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
No, no one's rushing you. Nobody's
Take your
rushing.
time.
Nobody's rushing you. It's a lot of money. Take your time, man. Nobody.
No, we're
nobody's
stuck by the
rushing.
hand.
No.
Just
No.
let's give a minute of silence for her, please.
Yeah, I want to think in. So
She's thinking like, please.
Finally have a moment of silence at this table.
Enjoy.
bluff, I think.
In her head, she probably thinks Francisco would only ever have like aces, kings, ace, king. I don't think she thinks he's gonna be getting this out of line pre-flop. She gets away,
Good bluff.
folds.
Oh my God, good bluff.
Francisco shows the bluff.
Oh my God, you dirty bird. I knew it. Dirty guy.
Yeah, no, you made a river ace.
I call, instant call.
Yeah.
Nope.
Wow.
Thank you for scoring.
I gotta go.
That's
for
poker.
Too much money inside.
Oh, really? Wow.
Too much money inside.
Good bet, man.
Too much money
Is
inside.
it like a chicken kebab? Cool.
Of course.
That is a pretty crazy play by Francisco.
But you need to ask the question if I thinking for whatever.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, really? You can't get like you can't get like thigh meat or something?
You said
Yeah, but
you said it was a bluff, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I say only. Yeah.
He had a pair of fours.
Oh, only.
Yeah, a pair of fours.
And ace come on the river. I
105.
have feelings that ace come in the river.
It's hard.
That's why I
Oh, you have no pair.
Yeah, pocket queen.
Maria,
Queen card.
105 with pocket queens.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Water.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Thanks.
1 second.
Yeah, somebody needs to open.
Thank you, boss.
No, it's open. It's open.
No. Okay. Both.
105.
Oh, they give us vouchers and all that.
105, please.
Well, one. Yeah.
Credit
I-
to Francisco
I'll be
for
right with you.
going for it there.
105.
Let's go.
Yeah. Here, let me.
6 player.
Check.
Check.
I knew you were bluffing. I had the biggest feeling ever.
You have biggest
300.
I had good feelings. Francisco always bluffs.
No, but sometimes.
90% of the time he's bluffing.
If you have a flush, why would you go all in? If you have a low flush, protect your flush.
I don't have anything.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying if you had a
Why
flush,
would
why
you
would
do
you
that?
go all in?
If you had a nuts, you wouldn't push
Because
all.
the pot is too big.
Well, yeah.
The pot was
I
like,
learned from LG this thing.
the pot was only like
This move.
3,000, 2,000.
Eh? You're right. Oh, I get lucky. I get so lucky she falls.
It's a big pot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Big pot.
12.
Squish bets with top pair. Guido, or Kitty's gonna call with the flush draw,
Way more than that. Way more than
and Guido with the gut shot's gonna call.
5,000.
He's gonna overcall,
6K?
No,
getting a pretty good price.
3,000 plus.
Plus another.
And now he turns a flush draw as well.
Almost 5. Almost 5. Almost 6. Almost 6. 6. 6.
No, no.
Almost 6-ish.
You bet the pot.
Take away the
He like
5,000.
54, 54.
Check.
He like 53, 54.
Almost
11,
6.
11 pre-flop and 15 on the flop. So time 2. Check.
See, but me and Francisco are crazy. We'll do stuff like that.
So after getting called in 2 spots, Squish is gonna call the check the turn, and it's gonna check through.
That's why I do it for living, play poker.
Play crazy.
Pretty sick run up.
No way.
What do you do, Francis?
Ace of spades, backdoor flush for Guido, and Squish makes
Play poker
trips.
sometimes.
No.
Yeah, only sometimes.
I think Guido can bet pretty big here and rep a missed flush draw, but he is gonna check, and let's see if Squish goes for value.
Sometimes,
Exactly.
sometimes
It's pretty thin with just a 10 kicker, having got called in 2 spots on the flop,
Only vanilla I want.
and the backdoor flush has to be a little bit
I play poker.
of a concern for him.
Only vanilla.
I play poker only when I want.
Bet.
But he is going to go for a small bet. I think he bet 600. And let's see if Guido can put in a raise here.
He hasn't lost a hand. Yeah. Oh.
The way this hand played out, it's extremely unlikely Squish has a full house, so I think it's just a slam dunk raise.
Before you come, because she was talking.
Can probably get paid here too.
No, you don't talk
15 total.
Only 1,500. It's gonna put Squish in a pretty tough spot.
Yeah, but I didn't talk about the hand.
No, you don't talk about the hand. I agree.
I was eating. Seriously.
And talk.
Yeah, but not about your hand.
Yeah, but when the people on the beach party
Okay.
Definitely looks like value, but Squish's hand is strong and
No, I'm okay. I just
he's gonna go ahead and call.
Yeah, but just tell me shut up my hand.
No, I just say
You're
give me
the
a moment.
best, Widow.
If I was,
You are pro. Now you're different level, man.
Now I'm a pro.
if I was annoying you, you just
No, stop it, no.
stop.
Nice play by Guido there.
Just tell me if I'm
I did tell you I need
Probably
a
got a
bit-
little bit extra value by checking instead of leading.
Can you
You say
please
nothing after.
stop?
Yeah, and then she's thinking like in the future. I did told you, so don't think about that. I just want a moment.
It's all right. If you notice like there's a really big pot going and you're next to someone in it, then that's
Yeah,
a good time to
Just let him know.
talk. But
Yeah, and
that's
she
all
let
right.
you
It's
know
all
you're
good.
okay.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You're good. Everybody's
No,
good.
for me
Everyone's
was
good.
very good. Because she think a little bit more, she called. For me was good.
I guess Francisco's girlfriend.
Francisco's egging it on right now. Francisco's just egging it on.
Ya acabo de ganar. Sí.
Thank you.
I agree. I'm sorry.
No, you don't need to apologize. You don't need to apologize. No. You didn't know. No need to apologize.
1,400?
Yeah.
1,200?
You
Yeah,
don't need
no,
to
I mean
apologize.
from 5, yeah.
for that.
Dude, thank you.
Nobody's worried
You're
about that.
frickin'
You're okay.
nuts.
Yeah,
You're
I
okay.
don't think you understand.
Look, I got a hand. It's beat. I got another hand.
No one's
It's
yeah,
beat.
no
I
one's
got another hand
no,
after
I
that.
need
It's
a
beat.
porridge or anything. I just need a moment.
I'm already in for 5, right? Okay.
Please don't call, Widow. You catch everything, man.
You just want to check it down one time just for fun?
His name is Guido.
Heads up.
What?
His name is Guido.
I'm a poker Guido.
The way he says Guido, it sounds like he says
No,
weirdo.
no weirdo.
Not weirdo?
Not weirdo. No, not
Please
weirdo.
don't call me weirdo.
I check.
What's up? Yeah, can we try to spread the cards a little bit? We don't have yours. 105 is the best.
Where?
I see.
No problem. Check. Check.
I'm scared about him.
This is lesson?
Yeah, I think so.
Last?
This is gonna be the last hand of the stream.
45 is probably
Okay. We're not giving up, are we?
Yeah.
I'm
There's a
playing.
board, too,
I'm
so-
playing until 4. That's my plan.
All right.
What did you show?
9 high.
Nine.
Just by accident. You didn't try to
Can you show one too?
I think I 10-6.
Oh. Draw.
Was that the last time? You know?
They didn't say anything. Let's go for one more.
Yeah.
One more. Let's go, guys. Bomb. Can we get bomb pot last hand?
Probably not even. Probably already over, so it's probably a waste.
Nobody wants a bomb pot.
I'm in the worst position.
No, let's just play. Let's just play.
There's no skill.
That's exactly how I win. No skills.
I don't know, man. That was a really good fold you made.
That was. Yeah.
That was no skills.
Took a little skill there. Come on.
Guido's the big winner tonight.
What am I
5,200.
gonna do? Make it like 3K?
Johnny up
3K?
3,500.
I don't know.
Laser Doc up 1,700, and
Raise 100.
Kitty and LG both the big losers, down about 3,700 each. Kitty with that big hand where she folded the queens to Francisco. Alright, thanks everyone for joining. Make sure to subscribe and use the free promo code POKER for a free week. And I'll be playing next Tuesday, so hopefully some of you guys will tune in. Thanks.